Good day, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. This is Viper for Viperland, and we have here a return to good old House of Peter Morgana. New chapter. We've been going through them. I mean, gut instinct says this in one more chapter, but we don't know. Or I don't know. I'm sure plenty of people know. I don't know. But this seems to be the start of Jacopo. Showing up in the story in Reincarnations, at least. Oh, for the love of God, don't just start pouring like that, damn it. We've all been there. Or anybody who's ever had to, like, walk somewhere has been there. It's been one thing after another since I got here. I just got this suit back from the tailor, too. God damn it all. Admittedly, when I'm stuck in the rain, it's usually not when I'm wearing a suit. It doesn't matter what I'm wearing. It's soaked anyway. As I recall, if I cut through this park, I'll come out at the bus stop. The mere thought of taking the bus in the rain makes me want to gag, though. Most of the times I've been caught out in the rain was waiting to take the bus to my old job. It wasn't the bus's fault, to be fair. I never really blamed the bus, but it still sucked. Though, I always looked forward to getting onto the bus in that case, because at least it was not raining on the bus. God damn it, I should have just called a cab. Yeah, I had a string of bad luck that day. I'd had to stay later than usual to clean up a mess caused by a subordinate, and as soon as I'd managed to get out, it decided to start pouring on me. Lunch had been dreadful, and I'd missed dinner entirely. As the annoyances continued to pile up, even small things that wouldn't usually bother me started adding to the aggregation. I'm really curious how lunch was dreadful. I get how missing dinner is bad, sure. But just a vague, lunch was dreadful. They had reached the point where I wouldn't have minded if meteors struck and eradicated humanity. So when I came across her, I just considered it yet another annoyance to add to the day's slack. Also, Eric, how's it going? Welcome to Viperland in the chat. As I was crossing through the park, I caught sight of a shadow in the corner of my eye. In that moment, the rain seemed to slow to a crawl, and I felt strangely detached from my surroundings. I stopped dead in my tracks, though I couldn't conjure up a reason as to why. Normally, I wouldn't have spared the girl even a glance. There was no bigger waste of time than sticking your nose in someone else's business. But something was off about me today. Any reasonable man would have called a cab from the office instead of running through the rain in his brand new suit. I was hardly wanting for money, after all. Yet for some reason, I decided to make a mad dash to a nearby park, knowing full well I was going to get drenched in the process. And now there I was, standing in the rain, enraptured by this girl. She sat on a bench, no umbrella to shield her from the rain. Water streamed down her face, but still she sat unfazed, not even bothering to wipe it away. Her back was straight and her knees held together, very prim and proper, as though there was nothing out of the ordinary about it. And for a split second, the sight of her nearly convinced me of the same. A moment's rational thought was all it took to break the illusion, but I'd come this close to falling for it. It was like looking at a single frame of a movie. A completed work of art with no room for outside influence. What on earth was going through my head? It's just a damn girl sitting in the rain, and probably a runaway at that. Why else would someone her age be sitting out in the rain all by herself? Whatever her story, sticking my nose into it was certain to end poorly. I had an early morning tomorrow, too. The last thing I had time to do was play busybody. Hey, kid. Hey, I'm talking to you. I really wonder how much of the memories she has, because, like... Not for nothing. If I lived the life she did, I don't know if I'd be wearing a cross when I got reincarnated. I think I'd lose a lot of faith in people in religion if people in religion were the reasons for low-key torture? No, high-key torture? For her entire life? Yet for some godforsaken reason, I was trying to get her attention. Are you talking to me? Her eyes were light and almost translucent gold under the pale yellow streetlight, and looked like they could pierce night right through me. And her voice was a curious thing. I didn't have the words to adequately describe it, but it sounded like it was resonating directly in my mind. The sound of it was undeniably beautiful, but there was something more there. Like each and every syllable coiled itself around my heart and tried to crush it. Have we met before? What the hell? That wasn't what I had planned to say at all. The words just fell out of my mouth. Who are you? Do I need to call the police? Fair. Look at that. She was already getting worried. What the hell had gotten into me? I'd been acting inexplicably peculiar. Just last month, I'd run into a tall woman who seemed strangely familiar, and for whatever reason, asked her if we had any shared acquaintances. An absurd thing to inquire of a stranger. I was clearly losing my mind. Even I wouldn't want to associate with me. No, that won't be necessary. Please, just ignore that if you would. What I actually want to know is, well, so what a young girl is doing at this time of night all by herself. Foot traffic has almost entirely died down. It's not safe to be here alone. Hurry up and go home. And who exactly do you think you are? What I do and where I do it is my own business. I hate to break it to you, little girl, but it's every adult's public duty to keep children out of danger. And you are definitely not 18 yet. I'll have you know, I'm in my 20s. Thank you. Is she lying, or does her body just decide to be like, fuck it, no, staying like this? Probably lying. I mean, knowing her. I'm pretty sure if we go by their physical age and not, you know, soul age at this rate, everyone in here is younger than me. Pretty sure, like, it seems like the oldest is probably Mikhail, but even then, he probably just seems older because of the gray hair. But, like, realistically, I think he's got to be late 20s, would be my guess. I don't know if we have a definitive, but I feel like late 20s. And I'm pretty sure he's the oldest character we've encountered here. So, yeah, I'm older than all of them. Also, sorry, how's it going? Welcome to Viperland in the chat. How you doing? Unless we're sitting down and playing more Like a Dragon, most characters in most video games we play are going to be younger than me. Hot damn. A 40 stream streak, not shabby. 1,000-day watch streak one day. Whew, I mean, it's still doable. I mean, unless they just retire the system or something. Well, you certainly don't look it. And even setting aside the question of your age for a moment, you're going to get yourself sick sitting out in the rain like that. I don't care if you got into a fight with your parents and it's awkward being at home. You need to stop being so stubborn and go back. You're a public nuisance. Is that so? Well, I'm not a nuisance to myself, so if you're so bothered, maybe you should go home. Have a nice day. Hey now, watch your tone, girl. This is for your own good. For my own good, huh? So your definition of being concerned citizen involves butting into a stranger's business, reprimanding them unprovoked, and then finally calling them a nuisance. You're such a thoughtful, caring gentleman. Thank you oh so much for your gracious consideration. Happy? You do not know when to shut up, do you, child? All I'm saying is that it's not a good idea for a girl your age to be out here. Well, your concern is a nuisance to me. Leave me alone. Fine, you win. What the hell ever. I'm stupid to pretend I cared. Don't come whining to me if it turns out I was right. Well, bye. Kids these days, I swear to God. They don't know how to respect their damn elders. Christ, I should have never even bothered with her. Complete and utter waste of time. And now I'm probably going to miss the bus, too. The kiosk is still open. Maybe it sells umbrellas. Damn it, don't just stand there like an idiot, Coco. Forget about the stupid girl. Got an early morning. I have to get going. Oh, for Christ's sake, what the hell has gotten into me? You again. I thought you went home. Did you get bored and decide to come parent me again? Are you only capable of speaking in biting remarks, girl? Yes. Of course I didn't get bored. I missed the goddamn bus because of you. That doesn't explain why you came back. Are you going to demand I pay your bus fare? Beg your pardon? Do I look so miserly I would make a child hand over pocket change? You certainly do. I swear to God, I'm going to be here all night if I entertain every snide remark of yours. I'm done. Take this. Huh? An umbrella? What for? It's a mystery to everyone. What for? Because leaving you here to soak all night would leave a bad taste in my mouth. Why should whatever happens to me have any effect on you? And before you ask, no, I don't have the money to pay for that. I never intended to ask you to pay me for it. It's just a cheap plastic umbrella, for God's sake. And you only brought one? You didn't get one for yourself as well? Don't worry about me. I live in the neighborhood. But if you live in the neighborhood, why are we taking the bus? The liar said lyingly. Quit your griping. Take the damn umbrella. What? Hey, don't shove it into my face. There, it's yours now. Now get yourself home and quickly, you hear me? What on earth is that man's problem? So many things. So many things. The next morning, it was still raining, the sky covered in a thick layer of dark clouds. It wasn't even rainy season. Why couldn't the sky just dump everything in one big downpour and let us be done with it? Pretty sure you wouldn't really appreciate the flooding caused by that, but you know, whatever. Continued through the day, showing no signs of letting up even as the sun went down. The slow, constant drizzle was like my mood made manifest. In the 3 years since my work had brought me here, I'd only gotten busier and busier. I hadn't even had time to properly accustom myself to life in France, and the slew of crap being hurled at me wasn't helping. Yeah, mass flooding. And just general bad times. I'd managed to learn the language, but the cultural barrier still stood tall between me and the locals. At which point you might say, let's just go home already. But I was too stubborn to go crawling back with nothing to show for my time here. Besides money from the job. At the very least, I wanted to get my company off the ground and mostly sustainable first. Otherwise, the whole endeavor would be a failure. Which is why I was staying at the office day in and day out, but the harder I worked myself, the lazier and more incompetent everyone else seemed, and the more irritated I grew with them. Drinking and smoking were essentially the only outlets I had for my constantly mounting stress. Sounds like a great life. Happy all the way down. Certainly is crowded today. Oh, right. It's the weekend. God, I can't even remember what day of the week it is anymore. There's no way I'll be able to relax with this many people here. Guess I'll just grab one drink and go.
So I guess we get to see.
Yeah, I've been in France very long. Reasonably enough, I was only transferred here a month ago myself. Yes, we've seen this. Wait, speaking of a month ago, it was when Maria and I came to Paris on vacation, which is when I started thinking about moving here. So wait, you're saying you decided on everything and moved to a foreign country in the span of a month? Yep, I mean, yes. My mom was not terribly pleased with me either. Once I set my mind to something, I usually make a beeline for it. No need to be so tense. We've seen this scene. If you say so, I'll try. You know, when you first bumped into me, I was kind of scared. Didn't know they'd go with the whole... Who she was with at the counter? Maybe? I didn't think she actually got to... Oh, Maria, probably, yes. I mean, that checks out. Turns out you're not scared at all. You actually seem really sweet and respectful. Sweet and respectful, you say? I'm flattered. I don't see myself as either. Yeah, I wonder why. What do those two Asians think they're doing here? The far end of the counter is my seat, damn it. Not that I reserved it, but... Wow. I know this place is quite accommodating to foreigners, but I can't stand all the obnoxious tourist attracts on top of that. You are, by your own admission, also a foreigner. You're not a tourist, admittedly, but... That said, I feel like I've seen the man somewhere before. Maybe from a company we contracted out to. No, I'd remember him more clearly if that was the case. No idea, but it's unimportant anyway. There's an open seat at the counter. There we go. Hey, barkeep, one of the usual, on the rocks. Excuse me, my bottle's already empty? Then get me a new one, please. I don't remember drinking that much. Good lord, are you sure you didn't leave the bottle open and it all evaporated? I'm joking, yes. I'd be able to tell from the taste if you mishandled it that badly. Color's just right, the glass beautiful, and the ice perfectly cut. Now, if only it weren't so loud in here, it would be perfect. And now a drink to wind down from work. And best girl continues to be Maria. It's the spot. Nothing in this world beats an ice-cold beer. Hey there, I'm trying to enjoy my drink in peace, damn it. Keep it down and maybe try acting a little more ladylike, would you? I love how he has the Soon Fang. Excuse me, the hell's your problem? This is a bar. I can drink as loud as I damn well please. And miss me with that last century's chauvinism while you're at it. Sit somewhere else if you're gonna be a little bitch about it. Ah, Maria. I only sat next to you because it was the only seat open. I didn't choose this arrangement any more than you did. There are plenty of other bars in town. And this is the bar with my bottle key. God, you're such a baby. Maybe you need to learn how to act like a proper gentleman. When you see a woman alone at the counter, repeat after me. Good day to you, my lady. Are you alone? Then please, allow me to buy you a drink. No more beer for you. A glass of the most expensive whiskey they have. Give it a try. I'm still a beer girl myself. I'd sooner choke on my own tongue. You want someone to offer you a drink, act like an actual damn lady. Do you ever stop whining, dude? Holy crap. Wait, I feel like we've met somewhere before. I feel like I've hated you before. Trying to hit on me now? Sorry, but I have no interest in foul-mouthed, short-haired girls with attitudes. Try somewhere else. Choke on a dick. Who the hell tried to hit on an asshole like you? No, I just feel like I remember being pissed off at you. Now I remember. You're the dick who bumped into me. Can't say I remember every single person I brushed shoulders with. Well, you were a huge ass to me and my friend. Apologize right now. Pardon? The fact that I don't remember clearly means that it wasn't that big a deal, so I see no reason I should be forced to apologize. Just because it meant nothing to me means that it means nothing to anyone. Duh. Yep, nope, I checked. Mine is installed, so should be good. I just need to remember to change my internet cable, because I have a hardwire connection to the PS5. I just need to unplug it and put it into the Switch dock, because I don't get a good Wi-Fi signal on it in here. But as long as I remember to do that, it should be good. Game's downloaded already. I haven't started it yet, so like I haven't played the game, but it's installed. It may not have been a big deal to you, but it sure was one to me. You put me in a bad mood for the rest of the day, which went and ruined a perfectly good vacation. And the crap just kept piling on after I got back. I ended up clocking my boss, getting fired, and being blacklisted from the fashion industry. You know, not all of that was his fault, to be fair. So I decided, hey, I'll start over in a new place. And the one place I was finally able to get to work, that is about to shut down. Most of that doesn't even sound remotely like my fault. Screw you, everything's your fault. I dropped all my luck when you slammed into me that day. Barkeep, fill me up again. I dropped all my luck. Good lord, cancel that and pour her a glass from my bottle, would you? Huh? After all that smack you talked, you're actually buying me a drink? Not normally a man to offer drinks to any random woman I sit next to, but they don't tend to wail endlessly on me like a miserable banshee either. So you get a pity glass. Did you just call me a miserable banshee? You should know how to piss a girl off. Boy, do he. You also need a lesson on how to properly enjoy good whiskey. You don't just down it all like a beer, you hear me? You have to savor it, take a sip, roll it around on the tip of your tongue, let the aroma soak in, and then swallow it. Give it a try. Seriously? Now you're lecturing me on how to drink? Just let me enjoy it how I want to. Yeesh. Quit griping and do it how I told you, damn it. Ah, Captain. Holy shit, this whiskey's the frickin' bomb! I don't usually drink it because it tastes like sweaty asshole, but you drink beer, which tastes like urine? Okay, but this stuff ain't half bad. Look, obviously I don't have a taste for alcoholic drinks, but beer just doesn't taste good. Sorry. It's cheap, it's effective, people like it, sure. But I don't think they like it for the taste. Because it don't taste good. And it's not the alcohol. It's partially the alcohol. It's a good chunk of the alcohol, too. Told you. So hey, is there only one glass worth of pity in you? You're a one ravenous woman. Whatever. Have as much as you want. Don't ever say that to someone you don't know, considering I guarantee whatever bottle he has on hold for him is an expensive bottle. You don't know how much he can drink. It's a lot. Have as much as you want. Good luck, sir. Your wallet will regret this moment. Booyah! You make me want to chew on glass, but you're not a terrible dude. Changed my mind. I don't want to share another drop with you. Just kidding. Learn to take a joke, man. How's it already this late? Late? The night's still young, dude. You got a wife and kids to get back to or something? Hate to disappoint you, but I'm single. I have to be up early for work tomorrow. Damn, you work on the weekends? Well, someone's a busy boy, huh? You don't look like the food service type either. You'd be right about that. I work at a real estate agency that primarily targets wealthy expatriates. But everyone there is utterly useless, so I'm essentially managing the entire branch myself. Well, I spent a lot of money in that. You're the kind of guy who lounges around counting big stacks of bills, aren't you? Riches before bitches, yeah? Because most guys, when you buy a girl a drink, the idea is to get them drunk enough to come home with you. As I said, I have zero interest in a woman as crass as you. Or are you insinuating you want to come to my place? Oh, hell no, I'd jump off a bridge before going home with you. I did have a pretty decent time drinking with you, though. Feels like we've known each other for years. Maybe since we're both Italian? I mean, that's probably not it, but I don't know what else it could be. It's weird, because when you first sat down, I wanted to break your jaw. And now I still do, but like, you know, in a friendly way. I was thinking almost the same about you. You don't feel much like a woman, which makes it easier to talk to you. Damn, you're a huge dick! I'm pretty smoking hot if I do say so myself. Whatever. Makes my life a whole lot easier if you don't have to worry about you trying to feel me up every 10 seconds. We should get drinks again sometime. Something tells me this ain't the last to be seen of each other. I certainly hope it is. If our paths cross a third time, I can only assume malicious forces are at work. Yeah, you do your little snarky act. Get it out of your system. Pretty sure there will be a third time for us. Oh, one other thing. My name's Maria. Now you don't have any excuse to call me a miserable banshee next time, so it's yours. Jacopo. Yeah, I definitely know that name from somewhere. Catch you later, Jacopo. Buonanotte, which is probably Italian, I would guess. Just shot in the dark. You know. Well, I was in there longer than planned. The rain still hasn't let up either. Guess I'll take the same shortcut through the park. Heat action bike. Is that? No. I couldn't believe my eyes. The young girl sitting alone on a bench in the rain, exactly as I'd seen her yesterday. For a second, I wondered if I'd gone back in time, but I knew that wasn't possible, which meant she had been there since yesterday. Hey, kid, you're still here? You again, and you reek of alcohol. Are you drunk? I'm not drunk. I merely enjoyed a nice glass to wind down, but what I've been doing doesn't matter. The question is, what are you doing out here in the rain yet again? And what happened to the umbrella I gave you? It was stolen while I was briefly away. What? Wait, no, the umbrella isn't important either. Don't tell me you've actually been here since yesterday. Is there some reason you can't go home? Then ask a friend if you can stay at their place. At least find somewhere you can have a roof over your head. Or are you planning on being homeless permanently? You could try saying something, maybe. My life is none of your business. As I said last time, that's not reason enough for me to just ignore you. Last night I assumed it was a straightforward runaway case, but if there's more to it, then that's all the more reason for someone else to get involved. Good question. And as I keep saying, leave me alone. It's none of your concern what happens to me. Fine, I'll let the police deal with you. Excuse me? Why should the police have to be involved? Have I broken any laws? I can't abide by an unintended runaway, but you want me to leave you alone, which leaves me with only one choice. Let the authorities take care of it. Dealing with lawbreakers isn't the only duty of the police. Then I'll find a different park where you won't see me. Why are you so determined to stay in the damn park? Anyway, the point is you can't be here. And going to another park doesn't change that. For the love of God, just go home, child. It's not safe for a girl to be sleeping out here all alone. How can you not realize that? I'm obviously aware of the dangers. Then why? You are insufferable. Oh, are you finally going home? Absolutely not. I'm simply relocating somewhere without as many obnoxious drunkards around to pester me. Have a nice life. I will apologize for the umbrella, though. The girl gave me a vicious scowl, then turned and began walking away. I'd given her plenty of warnings, plenty of advice. I'd done my due diligence, and pushing it any harder was a waste of both of our time. She could deal with the consequences of her own decisions, whatever they ended up being. It wasn't my business. She was an ungrateful, petulant little brat. I had nothing but a migraine to gain by offering her any consideration. So I just wouldn't. That was best for my sanity. It wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it. It became a mantra in my head. But my hand appeared to have missed the memo, because when I looked up next, it was clasped around her upper arm. What are you... She turned her head back towards me, frowning and clearly bewildered. And I was probably about equally as confused. I could practically hear her chewing me out in her mind about the mixed messages I was sending. If you don't have anywhere else to go... I figured she would have already smacked my hand away and threatened to call the police by now. But what I saw instead was a girl who looked cornered and out of options. My grip around her arm tightened. How was I going to finish that statement? None of the follow-ups I could think of seemed wise, or sane at that. But the other option, letting her go and doing nothing, was entirely out of the question. You can stay at my place. What? Stay at your place? You're joking, right? Much to my own dismay, I'm evidently dead serious. I have food, a bed, and anything else you may need. It's better than sleeping outside in a park at least. The choice is obviously yours. However, know that if you choose to stay somewhere without a roof over your head, I will call the police and report you as a runaway. Sounds an awful lot like a threat. I like to think I'm simply ensuring you get what's best for you. Alternatively, I could start screaming. And then when I've drawn enough attention to you, I can slip away and head to a different jurisdiction, but the police can't do anything. By all means, I won't stop you. Well, we've reached an understanding then. What's that supposed to mean? I'll go to your place. In the end, it doesn't matter where I go, after all. What? You look confused. No, I'm just surprised you actually took me up on the offer. Why should you be surprised when you're the one who proposed it? Now, let go of my arm and then show me the way. Right, fine. The words came out sounding even limper than I had intended. I was quite relieved, though, despite how displeased she looked. The reasonable thing to do in this situation was obviously to not engage with her at all, just to silently report her to the authorities. But I'd gone for perhaps the most unreasonable solution imaginable. I couldn't tell at a glance how old she was, but she certainly wasn't in her 20s like she claimed. I was an adult man inviting a minor to stay at my place. If anyone in the scenario was going to be spending quality time with the police, it was me. I'd clearly lost my goddamn mind, though, because even in the face of that, I had no intention of rescinding my offer. You told me I would end up picking up a woman, hell, not even a woman, but a girl, at the park tonight as opposed to the bar I just left. I would have laughed in your face. In my apartment, the girl stood perfectly still, her gaze slowly crawling over the lay of my living room. Was she not used to seeing other people's homes? Or is it just that it was a man's abode? Not to stare too much, would you? I rarely have guests, so it's a bit of a mess. Looks quite clean to me. It's probably because he doesn't spend any time in it, huh? Well, that's the last thing I expected to hear from you. But if a teenage girl says so, then it must be true. It's been bothering me for a while, but could you please stop acting like I'm a child? Alright, you're in your 20s, I forgot. Then I'd better give you the adult treatment instead. When you gave me the umbrella yesterday, you said you lived nearby. Huh? What about it? It is close. Not even a 30-minute drive. Jeez. Not only is he not in the neighborhood, it's a half-hour drive away. Are all grown men compelled to downplay their struggles, or is it just you? I took that to mean you lived maybe a few minutes away. This is hardly what I would call in the neighborhood. Partway through the cab ride, I began to suspect you were actually kidnapping me. I would do no such thing. As I've told you on multiple occasions, I'm not a creep. I'll show you my ID if that will make you feel any better. Got my driver's license, my passport, I'll even dig out my birth certificate if you want to see that. I have nothing to hide. For the last time, I'm only providing you shelter until whatever's going on blows over and you can go home. Until then, you're free to make yourself at home here. You're inscrutable. Excuse me, who are you calling inscrutable? I'm just offering you some hospitality. Silent treatment. Well, whatever. You must be hungry. It won't be anything fancy, but I'll throw dinner together. Oh, but you're gonna want to get changed first, huh? You'll get sick if you stay in that wet dress. Give me a minute. I'll go find something. No, you needn't bother. I needn't bother? What's with the sudden stuffy act? I thought you had a sassy retort for everything. Anyway, I'll go grab a towel and some clothes. You sit down until I get... Hold on. You kind of... What? Get away from me. Really smell. How long has it been since you last bathed? I thought the apartment smelled kind of weird when we got in, but no, it was just you, I guess. Smell as in I stink? Look, even if it's raining, that doesn't mean that, like, you're getting clean by sitting on that park bench for days. You know, correct. You smell like a wet dog. It's impressively foul. The shower's right there. Go clean all that nasty junk off you, and you can toss your clothes in the washer while you're at it. Never in my life have I met a woman in her 20s let herself go around smelling like a damn animal. Pardon? Burn in the hell, you fiend! Seems a bit excessive, I think. Good to know that he still has the exact same amount of tact, which is just none. A few minutes later, I heard the sound of running water coming from the bathroom. As off the girl was, it seems she at least knew how to use a shower. She hadn't been raised by wolves in the forest. That was a relief. After checking to make sure the door to the shower area was properly closed, I went to the bathroom and put a freshly washed shirt and pair of pants in a basket by the sink. They probably wouldn't fit her, but I didn't keep any smaller clothes on hand, so she would just have to make do. It was honestly rather strange hearing sounds that weren't mine at home. While I told the girl I rarely had guests, the truth was I never did. I was somewhat more social back before I moved to France, but I hadn't made any friends here close enough to invite over. An image of the woman I'd met at the bar today, Maria, flashed into my mind. Supposedly, it wasn't actually a first encounter, but I sincerely couldn't remember bumping into her before. At first, I had thought her merely loud and overbearing, but by the time we parted ways, I had grown quite comfortable with her. Once someone had left a bad impression on me, it was rare for it to ever improve, and certainly never that quickly. Perhaps I could invite her over sometime and we could chat over drinks again. That might be fun. We hadn't given each other our numbers, though, and I doubted we'd accidentally run into each other for a third time, so maybe not. But for now, I needed to focus my attention on the girl, and I needed to blow my nose. How long did girls her age usually spend in the shower? Unfortunately, I didn't have any sisters or younger cousins as I was growing up, so I had no idea what to expect. Also, I feel like there's a difference between a I'm going to shower for the day and a I've been on a park bench in the rain for who knows how long. I really need a shower. Just knew it felt like she was taking forever in there. So I figured I should go ahead and make dinner in the meantime to take my mind off the waiting. Guess that'll do. Would be better if I hadn't added the sauce before making sure I had enough tomatoes. Tastes fine though. Now to wait for the water to boil. I'm pretty sure there were probably pants involved in that outfit too. Christ, I didn't see you there. You could have said something, goddamn. Hold on. Big socks, big shirt. Oh, put on some clothes for God's sake. This is not how you conduct yourself in a stranger's house. You did see that I set pants up for you too, right? You could fit two of me in those pants, and the legs are so long I'd almost certainly trip on them, so I decided it was more comfortable to not wear them. That doesn't mean you can just go around wearing only... Why is that? The shirt is long enough for me to be a dress, so I don't see the problem. Everything about it's a problem. You're a young girl carelessly exposing your legs to an older man. So insinuating that my attire has caused you to have untoward thoughts about me. You are a degenerate and a repulsive human being. Yeah, warm water alone would just be heaven, yeah. But I'm not having untoward thoughts about you. I just mean you won't have anyone to blame but yourself for dressing like that if something happens to you. That sounds... Yes, that's what all the sex offenders say. You blame your victims for wearing revealing clothing and claim no responsibility for your own actions. A man is allowed to dress like a slob whenever he pleases, but a woman must be prim and proper at all times. Is that what you're saying? Christ, she's relentless. Damn it, Yoko. Calm yourself down. She's a goddamn child. Little leg isn't going to do anything for you. Deep breaths, calm motion waves. You make a fair point. It's not as though you're in any way physically attractive to me. I take back what I said. Dress as slovenly as your heart desires. You can roam about in nothing but your underwear and it won't face me. Then perhaps I shall. Don't even think about it. Kidding. I would like to maintain at least a degree of modesty. Wearing nothing but a shirt counts as modesty to you? So what is it you're making? Oh, it's spaghetti and meat sauce. Nothing exciting. Just throwing together a quick store-bought dinner. Never realized a quick store-bought meal involved cutting fresh onions, cooking fresh ground beef, and crushing fresh tomatoes. This is most educational. Does every word that comes out of your mouth have to be dripping with sarcasm? This isn't even close to a proper homemade sauce. Yeah, no, that checks out. But yes, that is a big... that is a bit big on you. You should change back into your clothes when the laundry is done. And don't you dare suggest that there's some deeper, sinister meaning there. I just can't imagine something that loose could be comfortable. Yes, whatever you say. Do you have any women's clothing I can use then? You're Italian, are you not? Does I have to do all Italians own women's clothing? I'm Italian. I don't own any women's clothing. So I assume you would have a few spare outfits lying around for one-night stands. I'm Italian. I don't have spare outfits lying around for one-night stands. Hey, watch it. Just because I'm Italian doesn't automatically mean I'm promiscuous. Not popular with women, then. Why does it have to be one or the other? How did you know I was Italian anyway? We were both speaking French, and I hadn't used any other language in many months. The majority of people in these parts were some form of Latin European. It wouldn't be easy to pinpoint someone's nationality by their appearance. Did I have an accent then? I feel like my pronunciation was fairly standard, but maybe I wasn't the best judge of that. She cocked her head to the side, seemingly unsure how to answer, which likely meant it wasn't something as obvious as an accent. Now that you mention it, I'm not sure. I just thought you were from the moment I saw you, and never considered otherwise. How strange. Curious, but not unbelievable. I suppose. In any case, yes, I am from Italy. Are you familiar with Sicily? She nodded. I was born in Sicily, but I only lived there for a few years. As a kid, I was constantly moving all over Italy, and now I'm here for work. Do you ever feel like going back? To Sicily? No, never. There's nothing there. Not even fond childhood memories. And I hate family gatherings. Yeah, he would. Yeah, he would. She fell silent for a minute, muttered, "I see," under her breath, and then didn't pursue it any further. Which honestly I was grateful for. I didn't particularly enjoy talking about my family. Evidently, some generations back, our ancestors had tied to the Mafia. You don't say. And that reputation still came with the name today. As a child, the other kids tended to keep their distance, hence no fond memories of that period. We lived in mostly rural areas, so rumors spread quickly and mercilessly. This in turn led to difficulty at school, trouble graduating, and even becoming an obstacle finding work. It was like every little thing I did was being monitored everywhere I went. I could feel their stares, see them waiting to pounce at any slip-up. It was suffocating. And when I did screw something up, it was all living up to your family's name, I see, from every direction. I had no prospects in that country. They would make damn sure of that. So I left as quickly as I could. I had expected the girl to say something snipey in response, but she stayed uncharacteristically quiet. It felt wrong not hearing anything sarcastic coming from her. That's not really a story for now. Dinner will be ready soon, so take a seat elsewhere and wait. There's a TV in the living room, so you can watch whatever you want. She gave a curt nod, then trotted out into the living room. It really throws me off balance when she's not fighting me at every junction. I've known her for like 20 minutes total, and she spent like 5 seconds not snapping back at me. It feels weird. Hey, food's ready. What the hell are you doing? When I stepped out into the living room with 2 plates of fresh spaghetti, I was greeted with the girl staring at the remote, still as a statue. After frowning at it for a while, she turned her head up to face me. She told me to watch TV, but I can't figure out how to use the remote. I pushed the button, but it won't come on. What on earth was she talking about? She didn't know how to use the remote. She couldn't be serious. Oh, do you not have a TV at home? I guess you can do everything on a computer and phone these days, so you wouldn't necessarily need one. I don't have a computer or a phone either. What kind of life have you had, girl? Christ, it's the 21st century, for God's sake. Are you secretly an old woman? Or Amish, maybe? How do you keep track of your schedule, buy plane tickets, or reserve your seat at the movie theater without a smartphone? How rude. You can use an agenda to track your schedule, buy plane tickets at the airport, and buy movie tickets at the theater counter. Sounds like you're too reliant on your phone. Fine, I'll reluctantly give you that you can live without one, but it deprives you of a great many conveniences and luxuries. Modern civilization is built under the assumption that everyone has these devices. They're accommodations you simply cannot make use of if you don't keep up with the times to a certain degree. Not everyone sees the world the same as you. For all your insistence I do, you don't seem to be getting much enjoyment out of your life you're pushing. She's not wrong there either. Goddamn child. Forget it. Just give me the remote. Look, the red button turns it on and off, then you push the numbers to change the channel. See? That's all it took. How could you not even work out that much by yourself? There are too many buttons. What are all the other ones doing there if that's all you need to turn it on? Obviously, you need to be able to set recordings, browse the guide, connect it to the internet, and so on. It's too complicated. Why can't it be more straightforward? Then you'll just have to get an old-fashioned TV that can't record anything and only has a couple channels for your home. I can't. Huh? Why can't? I stopped myself before finishing the question, though. I was talking to her like I would an adult, even though she was still a child, who unconvincingly insisted she was in her 20s. It wasn't safe to assume she didn't have these things by choice, that she didn't own a phone or computer because she didn't want one. Her parents' shadows hovered behind her. They were complete unknowns in this equation. But if her parents wouldn't let her have these things, that was that. A fact that had slipped my mind until just now. Hey, dear parents, the TV is quite an obnoxious device, isn't it? So many people talking all at once. It gives me a headache. Did she just change the subject on me? Yes. Well, if she didn't want to talk about it, then it would be best not to push the issue. However, I was fairly certain that that was where I would find the answer to why she had been sleeping all alone in a park in the rain. The question was whether I would actually involve myself enough to get that out of her. A question I didn't want to consider right now. Well, we can always change it to something else. There are channels that do nothing but play music, like a radio. That would be better, I'm guessing. I switched it over to a music channel. A woman with a high-pitched voice was singing to poppy music. I'd never heard of her before. The song was rather grating, I thought, but it seemed like something a girl her age would be fond of. I don't like her voice very much. I think I'd rather listen to classical. Change it to that. Couldn't have been further off the mark. I knew next to nothing about her, but it looked like I wasn't going to get anywhere applying my ideas of what a normal teenage girl was like to her. What are you laughing about? Oh, nothing. So classical, huh? Not a bad choice. That's my favorite kind of music after jazz. You mean jazz? I see. And here I thought you were going to whine about it. Hey, do I really seem like such a petty man to you? Anyway, you're the one who does all the whining here, but never mind that. What I wanted to say originally is, dinner's ready. Though it's gotten kind of cold by now. You might want to warm it back up. Do you know what a microwave is? Of course I do. Don't belittle me. It's a genuine question. I still didn't have a solid grasp on what she did and didn't understand yet. She sat down at the table and stared intently at her plate of spaghetti. Surely she actually knew how to eat it, didn't she? I gestured with my chin for her to start eating, and she slowly reached down to pick up her little fork, like she was afraid it would bite her or something. Watching her felt like I had taken in a stray cat. Did that mean I was now trying to win her trust with food? That's one hell of an image. Once she finally got the first bite down, I started it on my own. It wasn't cold yet, but it was a step above lukewarm, and the noodles were harder than al dente, far from ideal. And it tasted, well, barely average. If I'd had the proper ingredients, I could have made a meal befitting of the music, but alas, I really should have stopped by the store on the way back. Stop. What the hell are you, Coco? Do you want to cook a full 3-course meal for a damn stray? Like you said, a quick store-bought dinner is more than good enough for her. Kid's not going to be grateful no matter what I make her anyways. It's good. What? Oh, glad to hear it. I look flabbergasted. I just didn't expect you to say anything nice about it, but I don't think this is the best I can do, you hear me? I can make a real respectable meal too. I'm very particular about both my ingredients and my spices. I see. I think this is very good as it is though. Oh, you do? Well, thanks. Why am I the one thanking her? Christ. It strikes me I haven't cooked for anyone else in a long time, or eaten with anyone for that matter. Oh, that's a shame, although I haven't shared a table with anyone in some time either. Comments like that made me want to ask her, ask about her home situation, but I swallowed my words along with a mouthful of spaghetti. What she did say was enough to infer that things weren't especially pleasant for her there. Yeah. No, she was on the bench because it was fun. Yeah, it helps that he was already, like, a little closer to the modern age. And we honestly only really see her in, like, one outfit in one time period, like, ever. And she's always, like, she's absent visually for so much of the game that she is kind of just that ethereal thing to begin with. So, like, why not? Why not have her in Twin Tails in a shirt? I mean, I guess she's got the long hair here, but yeah. Although all I could do was guess about exactly how bad it was. Also, 1 second sip of drink. Really? The music had to stop as soon as I went for the bottle? Thanks. Appreciate it. There it is. After that, we ate our dinners in silence. It was an oddly comfortable, relaxing kind of quiet. Made especially curious considering the circumstances. I was sharing it with a teenage runaway while classical music played in the background. Yet somehow, I felt a sort of déjà vu. I knew for a fact I'd never met the child before, and I knew for a fact I'd never been in this situation before. But I still knew it from somewhere far, unimaginably far in the past. The girl's mercilessly sharp tongue, as well as her tendency to turn meek and considerate at the drop of a hat, but above all, the countless times like this we'd shared. After we finished eating, I went to take a quick shower, and by the time I was out, it had gotten rather late. The girl was sitting on the couch, eyes locked on the TV, which was still playing classical music. It was a shame the channel only broadcast the nature photographs to accompany the music. Footage of an orchestra performing the piece would really round out the experience. But as a simple slideshow, it was more something to put on in the background, not sit on the couch and watched. Believe I said you were free to change the channel. Put on a movie, put a movie on, read a book, whatever you want. And here you see me doing what I wanted. If I need to watch a movie or read a book, then command me to do so. Damn it, I'm not here to order you around. Just trying to be nice, Christ. But hey, if it makes you happy, then by all means. It's about time for bed though. You can use the bedroom down the hall. I'm sleeping on the sofa, so you'll have the room to yourself. What? You have something you want to say? I'm certain you're going to try to sleep with me. Sleep with? Not a chance in hell. Are you out of your goddamn mind? I don't think of any other reason you would bring me here and offer me so much hospitality. The love of God, I told you at the outset that I was just providing you shelter until things blow over. And I have no interest in goddamn children. Oh, I see. She let out a barely audible sigh of relief, not even bothering to object to me calling her a child. So did that mean she'd just been sitting there because she was too scared to bring herself to do anything else? If that was the case, I could only imagine how rough it must have been waiting for me to get out of the shower. Maybe I could if I were a goddamn pushover. Don't put yourself in deliberately scary situations, idiot. Don't try to sleep in the park or casually follow strange men home or wear nothing but a goddamn shirt if you know it's going to do this to you. Act in your own interest for once instead of deliberately acting against them at every turn. You're the one who told me to come back with you in the first place, and there's nothing scary about this. Who knows what might have happened if you'd actually stayed in that park? It's not safe out there. Hell, it's a miracle you made it as long as you did without anything happening. Given how bad you smelled, you weren't out there for just a day or two. How long has it been, huh? When did you run away from home? Stop shouting. I only stayed outside for about a week. What? God, you're one lucky girl. A whole week out there alone? Nothing did happen to you, right? No strange men tried to do anything? One man did attempt to touch me. What? And are you okay? I pulled up my sleeve, showed him my arm, and he ran off. Huh? You showed him your arm? What's that have to do with anything? Because I look like this. Oh, so I guess she does still have scars. The girl quietly brought her hand up to the buttons on her shirt, undoing the top, and then the next. Before I could get a word out, she turned around and dropped the shirt around her shoulders. Her back was covered in hideous markings. I felt like I was going to gag at the sight of it. The markings look like something between burn scars, endlessly crisscrossing lacerations, and something you might see on someone with a rare disease. I had never seen anything quite like it
これを見
before.
たら
One look at this is enough to scare most people off, and there are none who would attempt to lay a hand on me, or worse.
その人も
The man assumed I had some sort of horrible disease, and not wanting to catch it himself, he ran off
足早
very
だから
quickly.
矛盾は
So
して
no,
いないわ
I'm not acting against my own interest. I knew
無防備を
perfectly
晒した
well
と
that
こ
I
ろ
was
で
in no danger out there.
ほら
See, you're
あ
scared
なただ
too.
って
What did I tell you? No, I wasn't scared. I just lost my voice. My chest was so tight I could barely breathe. No. I mean, look. She definitely deserves it a bit more, but I guess if you know, murderous impulses are still there at the forefront of one's being, and incestuous impulses are still there at the forefront of one's being, I guess she's not getting off light either. I feel like I was definitely under an incorrect impression. I thought this was going to be the happy victory lap, but this really does seem to be people that now have the knowledge and emotional capacity, with the exception of murder, to talk about and deal with their problems and face them head on, as opposed to having no problems. Still think the murder one didn't end up super great. Still kind of against that outcome. Kind of against that one, but you know, felt almost like I had forgotten how to entirely. Or I was sinking deeper and deeper into a mire. What the hell was going on? Why was this happening? Sure, the scars were grotesque and extremely unpleasant to look at. Excuse me. But this feeling was not rooted in either fear or disgust. It was... God, what was it?
その傷は
Those are the scars you failed to heal. You
治せ
left her
なか
with
った
them.
ものだ。お前の行い
And then
が
proceeded to inflict even
彼女
greater
の
wounds
魂
upon
を
her soul.
傷つけ、
You scarred her in a way she
So
will never, ever recover from. But the next thing I realized, I was on my knees, my breathing rough and my hand clenching before my heart. What the hell was that? There was a voice condemning me, reminding me of my mistakes, accompanied by a crushing torrent of emotions. I apologize for showing you that warning. I didn't think they would sicken you so much.
違う。
No, that's not it. Your
そういう
scars
ことじゃない。
don't sicken me in the slightest.
むしろ
But
それ
knowing
は
that I gave them
私が
to you...
傷
So what are
何
you
を言
talking
っているん
about?
で
We
すか
first met yesterday. You couldn't
あ
possibly
なた
have
と会っ
caused
た
these.
誰かにつけられた
They
も
were
のでは
not
な
given to
く
me by anyone,
生まれ
nor are
つき
they
なん
caused
で
by
す。
disease. I've had them forever,
病気でも
my
なく
whole life.
昔から
She's had them forever.
ね
Are you
え本当
you
に
sure
大丈
you're
夫ですか
okay? If the terrible marks on my skin triggered a bad
私の身
memory,
謝るわ
then I apologize. I'm
ごめん
very
なさい。
sorry.
何を謝
What are you
る
apologizing for? That's
君
not
らし
like
く
you.
私らしくないっ
Not like
て
me. What are you talking about? We
会っ
haven't
た
even
ばか
known
り
each
な
other
の
a
に
day. You don't
私
know
の
a
何が
single
分かるっ
thing
ていう
about me.
そうだ
You're
な。
absolutely right. What the hell am I talking about?
その通りだ。
Something's gotten into me. I'm sorry.
君の言う通り、
As you say, I
私は
couldn't
無
have
関
caused
係
your
だ。
scars. However, what I said still
あんたが
stands. They do not
改め
bother
て言う
me.
が、
So stop being so
君の悪いもので
self-depreciating
はな
about
い。
your body.
よしてくれ。
Please don't do it again.
あ
She fell silent for a few moments, as though in thought, then gave a soft nod, to which I responded with an equally soft chuckle. The tightness in my chest remained entirely unrelieved, though. Had I honestly done nothing to cause those scars?
夢で
Oh, with scars like yours has shown up in my dreams before, and every time I
その
do
続きが思い
something
出せ
to her,
な
I
い。
just can't remember what.
だが、
Why bring this up
こんな
now,
話をして
though?
どうす
I
る
told her we've met in my dreams.
頭がおかしい
She'd
とし
think
か
I'd
思
gone
えん。
mad. That would
それこそ
undoubtedly frighten her.
問題は起きないと
I
君は
assume
言った
you're in no
が、
danger because of those
世の
scars,
中
but
に
you
は
need to understand
女
that
だ
there
っ
are
たら
people
どん
out
な
there
相手
who
でもい
only
いと思
care
う
if
や
you're
つ
a
もいるん
girl.
だ。
Nothing else matters to
用
them.
心に越した
There's
こ
no
とは
such
ない
thing
だ
as
ろ
too careful.
そうかもしれ
You
ない
have
わ
a point, I
ね
suppose. I admit I was acting a bit rash and without concern for myself.
これからは
I'll be a little more
もう
careful.
少し
う。そうだな。
If you could, that would
そう
put
して
my
くれ
mind
る
at
と、
ease.
とにかく、
But now, you should
今日は
really go to
もう寝
bed.
ろ。
If you get thirsty during the
夜
night,
中に
help
喉が
yourself to
渇いた
anything in
ら、
the fridge, and
冷
one
蔵
last
庫、
thing.
君に勝手
You
に
don't
触
have
る
to
よう
worry
な
about
真似
any
はしないか
unwanted
ら。
contact. I give you my
安心
word.
して
I
いい。
won't touch you without permission.
わかりました
Thank you.
そ
Well,
れじゃあ
good night.
あ
Good night. Say,
何です
yes? I thought you wanted me to go to
Mada,
bed.
あ。いや、
Well, yeah, just,
ただ、
Won't do anything to hurt you, okay?
本当に
You
変な
really
人
are
で
a
すね。
bizarre man. I'm not concerned about you
もう
doing
そんな
anything
心配
anymore.
はして
I
いま
can't
せん。
quite put it into words, but you seem
なんだか
different
よく
from
わ
other
からな
men.
い。
そうか。
Well, that's...
そうだな。
Yeah, I'm glad to hear it.
じゃあ、
Sleep well. The girl gave a little nod and then trotted off to the bedroom and out of sight. What on earth had possessed me to say that? Obviously, I wasn't going to do anything to her, but I still felt deep down that I had to tell her. Although I chickened out and not said it the right way.
君を
I won't do anything to hurt you
も
ever
う二
again.
度とは。
He would just have a bunch of empty squares on his wall. Look, I'm not poo-pooing on other people's fashion sense, but I would so much rather, like if those were filled with pictures or something, I'd be like, yeah, cool, like, awesome. Or, like, posters or things I like, but it's just an entire wall of just put squares up there. A lot of this apartment just reeks of, I have money, but I don't spend any time at home. Is just what it is. And I feel like that just furthers it. If he spent more time at home or more time in his room, he'd probably have more of his own stuff there. Though he does have some. Like, credit where it's due, he definitely has a desk with some little novelties and a wooden fish. You know, there's some aspect of it there, but just, I don't know. Or maybe, you know, people are just way more fashionable than I am. And my room is just a mess. You know, either or. Is that... Hold on. Yeah? Oh, that's even worse, because you know he has the money for a better chair. Like, you know he does. He's making money. Jeez. That also really does cement that he doesn't spend enough time here that it matters. Because, like, look, I spent a fair amount of time in this chair. This needs to be a comfortable chair. I can't have a plastic chair here. My back would snap in two. But clearly he doesn't, so... I was standing in a large room. It was more spacious than I knew what to do with, even with the huge bed sitting on the far wall. Like the rest of the house, the room smelled of cigarettes. Smokes in his house. That's a shame, because you never get that smell out. Yeah. Normally I couldn't stand the smell, but it didn't bother me as much here, for whatever reason. Never stayed at anyone else's house before. And it wasn't like I'd been planning to change that anytime soon, despite the man's accusation that I just casually followed him home. I wanted to send him away when he told me to come with him. I wasn't stupid. You'd have to be crazy to follow a complete stranger, and an older man at that, home. So why had I come with him? I couldn't explain it myself. Was it just me not caring about my own well-being? Was there really nothing else to it? Something told me that wasn't the case. Something else had just pushed me into agreeing. It didn't make any sense. He was an angry, mean, bitter man. There's nothing at all likable about him. At most, he did seem like he would always be honest with me. Finally able to relax, I realized I was incredibly tired. Barely even had the energy left to think. It was probably time for sleep. It smells so nice. I can only imagine that after a week of rainy bench, a bed's got to be pretty good. But you choose what you're doing today, alright? Huh? You want me to sing? I don't mind. What are you laughing about? You didn't think I would agree? Okay, fine. I won't sing. Puppy dog eyes won't change my mind either. That's that. I'm not gonna sing. Alone, that is. Yes, you're singing with me. Go find someone who has a lute and ask to borrow it. You don't get a say in the matter. You did ask to borrow that, right? And got permission? None of the shenanigans you pulled at the festival? We need to remain on good terms with everyone if we're going to live here. Well, good. Glad you can manage that much. At some point, if we're going to do this again, you should purchase your own so you don't have to borrow one. It would certainly make things simpler, wouldn't it? Next time a merchant is in town, if they're selling a lute, buy it. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. As long as it has strings capable of making music, that's adequate. And if it's out of tune, you can tune it. You can at least manage that, can't you? That night, I had a strange dream. Fields of wheat, a lute, our homeland. I'd never seen a field like that before, at least not outside of photos. That said, it felt as though it had been forever since I'd slept soundly enough to dream. I almost wanted to go back to sleep, even though it was already morning. Maybe I would be able to see more of the dream if I did. It's bizarre. Something felt familiar about the field, though I was positive I'd never been there in my life. It was an incredibly warm, happy dream, but somehow also deeply sad. And who was that in the dream with me? I'd gotten dressed, washed my face, brushed my teeth, and made breakfast. It was about time to head out to work. I assumed she would have been up by now, but the girl had yet to emerge from my room. Why the hell am I waiting for her when leaving a note would more than suffice? Well, no. It would be fine for me, but less so for her waking up all alone in a stranger's house. I can't just go into the room and check on her either. What if she's in there changing? You could knock. You could knock. Now, I get the worry that if she's still asleep, the knocking would wake her up. That I get. Now, why am I wasting time worrying about this at all? This is my apartment. She's in my room. I have every right to go in there. If she has a problem with it, well, it's her fault for sleeping so damn long. Alright, time to drag her ass out of bed. Knock, please. Okay. Listen. Hey, it's me. I'm coming in, but not for any uncouth reasons. You hear me? It's just breakfast is going to get cold and gross if... what are you doing standing in front of my door? Christ, give me a little warning, child. What are you, a ghost? You didn't make a damn peep. Perhaps you need your eyes checked. As you can see, I have two very real legs. I like how that's the thing that would have made her a ghost, it's just no legs. That you do, yes. Well, anyway, I thought you'd be more of an early riser. I'm not trying to get on your case or anything. I'm just glad you seem to have slept well. Was the bed comfortable? It was strange. It's not helpful. Strange? In what sense? It smelled like a wet dog. What? Hold on. I know I washed those sheets. Are you trying to imply that I stink? Consider it payback for last night. They really got under her skin, huh? I do think I spotted a smile on her just now, though. Maybe I'm imagining it, but she seems a bit more affable than last night. My ass you're staring at me. No reason. Breakfast is ready and I have to head to work soon. But it's Saturday. Are you bad at your job? No, stupid, the opposite. I have to do 3 times as much work as everyone else because they're all incompetent. Is that so? At school, you have to do extra work if you do poorly, so I assumed you were the incompetent one. See, that mouth of yours doesn't need any time to warm up in the morning. Now, I have to be going. You can, well, do whatever you want. You're free to leave if you wish, or stay here. I assumed you were going to chase me out. Deal with you lurking around the park again? No thank you. So am I supposed to say have a nice day now or something? I mean, you could if you wanted to, but I'm not going to make you do anything though. Well, in that case, I'll send you off with a little something. Never come back. It's his apartment! The hell's your problem? I get the whole apartment to myself if you don't come back. Where do you find the room for all that cheek and such a tiny body? I swear, you've somehow gotten even worse than last night. Christ almighty. Okay, going to work. Farewell. Yep, my apartment. You let me in. Now I have squatter's rights. It's not how that works, but, you know. It was a bright sunny morning, not a trace of the bleak rain from the night before. I hadn't paid much mind to the outside in recent months. It was almost shockingly nice out today. A slightly dewy morning breeze tickled my cheeks. The leaves on the tree along the road were so intensely green they seemed otherworldly. Going straight to the office would make this into just another day, so I took a seat on a set of stairs on the way to the bus stop and had a smoke. Watching the silver strands dance up into the blue sky, my mind once again drifted to the girl. Fair. I can't imagine she's thinking about that or has any amount of ability to do that currently. I'd said she could stay if she wanted, but how long could I really keep her in my care? If I wanted to do what's best for her, well, there were organizations much better equipped to deal with her situation than a single man. I shouldn't be letting her get comfortable. When I took her in, I assumed her reason for running away was something trivial, like a spat with her parents. The Considering how utterly clueless she seemed about even the simplest things last night, I was beginning to suspect her situation was more complicated than I first imagined. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, it's strange, I imagine. Was hers a broken home, or was there something even worse going on? Unless I wanted to risk making things worse, I couldn't offer her any advice without more information, so the smart thing to do was to sit back and see how things played out. Probably wouldn't be fun for me either. If her parents found out about this, I could very well end up in jail, which meant it really wasn't all that smart after all, huh? I had to wonder, would I be doing the same for anyone, not just her? Probably not, no. I couldn't say why, but I suspected the only reason I was bothering at all was because of who she was. I wanted to do what I could to help her. Made no sense either. I couldn't make a damn cent off of helping her. She was just an obnoxious child, not even fit for work. You know, I never did get her name, did I? Or all for yours. Slipping out of thought, I realized I was at the end of my third cigarette. So much for a smoke. The sky was still immensely clear, the air sweet and fresh, and the morning beautiful. This all suddenly feels like a giant waste of time. Is work really so important that I have to drag myself out on a day this nice? Screw it, taking the day off. Damn. When the day is just so nice, you're like, nah. Nope. Not working. Turned around, made my way back home, and found the girl in the living room. Evidently startled by the sound of the door opening, she'd hidden herself behind a column and was peeking out at me. Fair. She didn't expect you home until later. She looked so much like a cat on high alert that I couldn't hold back a chuckle. Seeing it was me at the door, the girl stepped out of the shadows and gave me a fierce glare. Is your job something you can complete in less than an hour? I'm so damn good I can finish a full day's work in only 30 minutes. Jokes aside, I decided not to go in today. You can just decide not to go in on a whim like that? I'm really going back to a normal work week after sacrificing weekends for the pay and advancement opportunities. Of course, now I just assumed I'll always be there, which means it's going to be hell when I do get back in. Good, maybe other people will have to do some of the work. Now, what are you planning to do with this extra time you now have? Well, I don't know. Do you want to go for a walk? Together? So you don't get the wrong idea, I did not take the day off because I was worried about you. I really felt it would be a waste to go into work on such a nice day. I'm only inviting you because you happen to be here on the day I happen to take off. I'll be going shopping while I'm out as well. But it's not good for you to stay holed up all inside all day. Yes, very. Again, he's got the single fang, so he clearly is the I mean, this is just a double soon. It's important to get a little sun sometimes. Especially you, because you look like a damn ghost. Do you get out at all? She spent a week on a park bench! I got enough sun for a lifetime while I was staying in the park, and I'm naturally pale. That's all there is to it. If you want to go for a walk, by all means, go for a walk. Guess I didn't expect that. Alright then, I'll be back in a bit. Never said I wouldn't come with you. Huh? You say something? I said you were free to go, but I never said it had to be alone. You said you were going shopping, right? I'll help you carry the bags. Why are you giving me that look? Well, no reason, just admiring how hard you're trying to avoid saying you want to go. You'll help carry the bags, will you? How fascinating. Oh, please, you're one to talk about trying too hard. So you don't get the wrong idea, I'm really helping us thanks for yesterday. I have absolutely no interest in going on a walk with you. Yeah, you're not interested, I hear. Let's get going then, shall we? I should have just let you go alone. I couldn't remember the last time I'd walked with someone for something other than work. My natural walking speed was a good deal faster than hers, so if I wasn't careful I was likely to end up leaving her behind. I had to make an effort to reduce my pace to match hers, which turned out to be much more difficult than I would have imagined. Yeah, he only has one speed, and it's high, all the time. But curiously, it wasn't an aggravating kind of difficulty. It was an entirely new experience, and kind of enjoyable for it. Christ, my whole world seemed to be flipped on its head. I never did get the chance to ask. Do you live in Paris too? No, a little south of here. That narrows it down. Whatever, I'm not going to pry, so I take it you're not terribly familiar with Paris then, in which case I can show you around some while we walk. Despite her insistence that she was only going to help me with my shopping, the girl made no objections to the detour. First, I took her to the Champs-Élysées, one of the 12 avenues that met at the Arc de Triomphe, perhaps the most recognizable monument in all of Paris. The Arc, constructed in the neoclassical style, sits at the center of the Palace Charles de Gaulle, formerly known as the Palace de l'Étoile. As we approach the Arc, its full proper name, the Arc de Triomphe de l'Étoile, I decided to tell her a bit about its history. The monument was commissioned by Napoleon to commemorate his victory of the Battle of Auschwitz, which took place not far from a town now known as Slavkov Bruna in the Czech Republic. I don't know how to pronounce any of these, and I'm going to get them all wrong. However, its construction was a rather troubled process, and he did not end up living long enough to see it completed. After a few minutes, I realized I was just rattling off unimportant trivia, and probably boring the girl to death. But much to my surprise, she was listening quite intently. She seemed, against all odds, to have actually been enjoying our sudden sightseeing tour. But when I asked if she wanted to climb the Arc, she gave me a disapproving glare and muttered, "I prefer quiet places." That made things quite difficult, as Paris was always teeming with tourists. Our options were to either head somewhere on the outskirts of the city, or find a small park tucked away somewhere tourists were unlikely to stumble on. Maybe that's why she had chosen the park to stay in. So instead of going anywhere in particular, we just wandered around the city a bit, stopping by to look at a few of the churches we passed. Jesus, you don't talk at all, do you, child? Never in my life have I seen a girl look so damned forlorn while sightseeing in Paris. If you want a conversation partner, then find someone else to invite in her walks. Besides, it's not like you say anything of value either. You're just griping all the time. That's not a gripe, it's a casual observation. Ah yes, very casual indeed. So where are we going next? Is there anything you want to see? I might be willing to consider it if you ask nicely. There you go again, always so insufferably haughty. I don't even know what there is to see, honestly. As long as it's someplace quiet, I don't care where we go. You keep saying that, but I don't think there is any such thing as a quiet tourist attraction. Even historical monuments are usually swarmed with dumb teens making stupid faces into their phone cameras. Yeah, I think that's the only option, but I never said I wanted to go sightseeing. What do you want to do? It doesn't have to be anything specific, just give me something to work with. Nothing really. This whole thing has just been you dragging me around the city, so you decide what you want to do. Oh, for God's sake, you could try showing a little apprehension. Or appreciation, sorry. Doing all this for you, you realize. Here I am using my day off to show you around, and you look like you're at a goddamn funeral. Maybe act like you're enjoying it for a minute. Why should I have to act like I'm enjoying myself when I never once asked you to drag me out on a bunch of tourist traps? That was all you. Yeah, you're right. It was all me. I dragged you out here with no consideration for you, and I'm very sorry. There, you happy? Christ, don't give me that look. I didn't take you out to get mad at you. Just wanted to do something that might be fun for you. Never mind. Forget I said anything. Let's call it a day and head home already. God, I don't know what got into me, but I never do this normally. What? You have something you want to say? Go right ahead. Bitch me out as much as you want. Oh no, not at all. I'm just... well... Didn't expect your stomach to finish your sentence for you. Come on, don't laugh. I didn't do it on purpose. Normally I'm more careful with that.
And I've become even more powerful.
Has it, sore? God, good to hear. That still is just the best of the oofs. It just is. Like, they're all good. That's just the best one of them, though. Like, I genuinely enjoyed that Disgaea game, but even if all we got out of it was that one line, it was worth the price of admission. But I really did enjoy it. I should probably level up some characters for some post-game stuff sometimes. Honestly, I still think to me 1 is the funniest, but I never thought something else would come even close to it, because 2 was funny, but it leaned a little more into the story, and that was good. And 4 was funny. Like, 1, 2, 4... I really thought were funny. 5, 6 were fine. They were enjoyable, I liked the games, I wouldn't really call them super funny, but 7 really cranked it up. I still think 1 is a little funnier to me, but 7 is a damn good return to form. Really strong. I mean, the gameplay is still solid, as always, but they fixed a lot of the gripes I had with it from 6, and the story was just... it might be the best written story or the best time I had with a story in a Disgaea game, and that includes 1 and 2, which I really like the stories of. I think 7 kinda is just a better story and is damn funny. And those intermission segments are the funniest they've been since 1. They've always had those intermissions, and they're fine, they're fun. But I really, really think that 7 knocked it out of the park. Absolutely. Which is a shame that I feel like people didn't play it as much because 6 happened. And 6 was fine. It was just a little bit of a rough transition to 3D, you know. It wasn't awful by any stretch. I enjoyed my time with 6. I enjoyed my time with 7 more, though. This guy is one of those series where as long as they keep putting out games, I'm going to keep playing them. Even the worst Disgaea I've played, which I would consider 6, was still enough to keep going through it and enjoyable. I didn't regret spending my money on it. I didn't think it was a bad time. And that was my least favorite Disgaea, and I still had a good time on it. Spin-offs, I've played most of them, but I can't say like it's a guarantee I'll definitely, because like I've definitely slipped on some of them. Usually just because of timing, but you know. Come on, don't laugh. I didn't do it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I hear you. You wouldn't let yourself go so long without eating. I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was already midday. Of course, you're not going to be able to come up with somewhere you want to go on an empty stomach. Okay, just give me a minute. I'll get us a reservation at a nice Italian restaurant. And please, it doesn't have to be anything fancy like that, really. An Italian restaurant's no fancier than anywhere else I could take you. What, are you worried about how much it'll cost? You're a kid. Leave the money concerns to adults. That's true, it is. I still have a physical copy of it, so I could just... I need to get a new cable for my disk drive, which is weird, I know. But I do have a physical disk drive that I used to play previous PS3 games and movies occasionally, but I gave the cable to my brother for the PS3 controller, and I need a replacement cable. It's very easy to find USB cables for power, but not all of them support data transfer, which is a weird thing. So I just need a new cable for it. So I could literally play Disgaea D2 on stream because I own the physical disc. I just pop it into the PC. I don't have a PS3 right now, but I have an emulator, so I could play it. The game was I don't remember much about D2. I played it. I remember bits of the story, but I don't really remember much of the gameplay of it. It was a ways back. But again, still own it. Never like sold it, traded it in or anything. Not a kid. Right, you're in your 20s. How quickly I forget. Then as an adult woman, you should know it's your place to let the man pay for your meal. You hear me? Are you just saying you're going to head back home, though? That was the plan until your stomach objected. And if you're that hungry, we should go eat now rather than wait for you to starve in the time it takes to go shopping, get home, and make something. I'm not going to starve. Oh, fine, alright, I'll go wherever. This way. Can't decide what to do, can't decide how to act. You're rather indecisive, aren't you? Can we please go somewhere small at least? I really don't do well in places with lots of people. So, you certainly are a strange child. Well, I don't mind either way. But what are our options for smaller establishments even? Wait. Right as I was about to say we wouldn't find something without a bit of looking, I caught sight of a sign in a little alleyway. There's a cafe so far out of the way as to be nigh unnoticeable. Perhaps they simply couldn't secure a better location. Paris was a war ground, after all. It was going to be near impossible for them to draw in customers, and for that reason, exactly the kind of place the girl was looking for. After asking if she wanted to check it out, we turned into the quiet alleyway. On the sign outside the cafe was a handwritten lunch menu. Nothing about it drew the eye at all. I wondered if they even wanted to attract customers. Through the window, I could see a single waitress sitting with her elbow on the counter and a chin resting in her hand. The lighting was poor and the decor several decades outdated, and not in a classy vintage way, but poor, anachronistic taste. And above all, it was barren, at lunch on a weekend, when it should be at its busiest. Frankly, on my own, I would never have given the place a second look. Clearly something must have been wrong with it for no one to be there. Perhaps the food was dreadful in addition to the poor aesthetic sense, or maybe the coffee was undrinkable sludge. I was getting ready to turn around and look for somewhere else when... Let's eat here. It's quiet and there's no one around. And then she marched straight into the cafe, paying me no heed. Afternoon. The waitress sounded like she would rather be anywhere but here. Hardly an attitude befitting someone in the food service industry. There's still time to turn back, find a place that serves food suitable for human consumption. The hell, man? Customer or not, you can't just walk in and trash the place like, wait, holy shit. You're the dick from yesterday. The waitress stepped out from behind the counter, slack-jawed. Imagine I was making a similarly ridiculous face. It was the woman I'd shared drinks with last night. Never would have imagined this is where you worked. Talk about one hell of a coincidence. I told you we'd cross paths again. I didn't think it would be this soon. But wait, didn't you say you had work today? Ah, you got shit canned. Poor thing. I did not. I simply took the day off. I'm not some incompetent, replaceable drone. They can't just shit can me like anyone else. The kind of dude who thinks he's irreplaceable is always the most replaceable. Watch your back. You never know when they could be coming for you. This damn woman. Maria let out a little cackle and then turned her gaze towards the girl. Her eyes were slightly wider than usual, evidently surprised I knew the woman. Who's she? You don't look like siblings, so cousins? Niece, maybe? We're not exactly family, but... We first met 2 days ago, then yesterday he took me home with him. You little... Are you trying to make me sound like... And now Maria's looking at me like I'm human garbage. Officer, this man kidnapped a little girl. God damn, stop yelling, you imbecile. And that's how I ended up temporarily taking her into my custody. I'm neither a kidnapper nor a pedophile. Understood? I get the gist, even if I don't quite follow your reasoning. I had the girl sit at a table by the window, then brought Maria to the back of the cafe and explained how I'd ended up in this situation. While still visibly skeptical, she didn't look like she was going to call the police as soon as I turned my back anymore. I now knew what it feels like to have my life be hanging by a thread. Christ, what did I do to deserve this? She's a runaway though. Shouldn't you have just called the police and let them deal with her? Actually, you know what? Forget that. I'm sure you went down that path plenty of on your own. Just try to get out before things get any hairier for you. That's the idea. In a few days, I'll either make her go back home or hand her off to the authorities. Good plan. You're not stupid, I don't think, so it figures you'd have something like that worked out. Assuming it does work out, that is. I don't seem to be quite myself when it comes to the girl. I would never do any of this under any other circumstances. That said, do be nice to the girl while you've got her around. She didn't run away because her life was great. Are you implying I'm treating her unkindly? I'd be surprised if that wasn't the case. I mean, you're short-fused and get bitchy and start yelling about the most trivial things. Don't try to act like you know me. She's exactly right, though, and I'm aware of how bad about that I can be. Be nice to the girl. Hey, have we had this conversation before? Well, first time we spoke was yesterday. Of course we haven't. Yeah, right. You're right. Sorry. Alright, well, you get back out there. Can't keep the princess waiting too long. Christ, princess? She was anything but. Were you able to sort things out with her? Some difficulty, yes. I'd rather you didn't deliberately invite misunderstandings like that. What's to misunderstand? Every word of it was the truth. Context, girl, context. What if she had called the police on me? Well, that'd be quite unfortunate for you. And you right now. Okay, swear to God, child. After everything I've done for you, you can't even scrounge together a scrap of consideration or gratitude? Just warned about being nice to her. Hasn't even been 5 minutes and I've already snapped. Anyway, what do you want to eat? You can ask for anything at all, whatever you want. Oh, then how about a sandwich? You don't want anything more? Some cake, a drink? Go on as much as you want, seriously. What? Okay, now you're creeping me out. Why the sudden friendly act? What are you scheming? Not scheming anything. This is why I don't try to be nice. Man, for an Italian, you sure are worthless when it comes to women. Why does everyone assume Italians are just ladies' men and promiscuous? I'm like 50% Italian. I can say that that is a false statement. Just passionately false. You sure you actually got the right race there? Positive, damn it. Whatever, I didn't expect anything good coming out of this hole in the wall. So just bring a few plates of whatever the hell you feel like. That really how you want to talk to a girl who's going to be making your food? Prove me wrong. A restaurant that has food worth its salt also goes to the effort of looking the part. That's just how it is. Oh yeah. Look, I'm not gonna be like I'm a person who's never had a relationship or dates in his entire life, because that would also be false. But I would not label myself as like a lady killer at all. Now look at this place. The furnishings don't match. There's no consistency, not a shred of aesthetic sense. Not attracting customers means no revenue. No revenue means no money with which to purchase quality ingredients. A straight path to failure. Ah, shut up already. I'm tired of all your bitching. There's nothing I can do about it, okay? The owner is this old fart who refuses to replace anything because it all has sentimental value to him. I'm not the one who decorates. Ah, I see. So the cafe is just an elderly man's pastime. That explains it. To some degree, at least. I'm surprised he would choose to work at a place like this, though. Hey, he pays me and he treats me well. The place may look like crap, but it's a living. One of your issues are, I might die of boredom. The place could shut down on me any day. Not because we're getting customers, but the owner's getting up there in age, so what enough about me. As you requested, I'll get you a plate of whatever and prepare something absolutely exquisite for the girl. Back in a few. You get whatever I want. She gets food. That's called discrimination, you do realize. Hello. You're quite close. Have you two known each other very long?
Yeah.
Nope. Didn't know she existed till yesterday. She says I bumped into her once before, but I don't remember it. Whoa, why the stink eye? What do you think what? Do you think I'm a player or something? Sure, I both drank with her and brought you home last night, which doesn't make me look very good on its own. But yesterday was nothing but one exceptional circumstance after another. I've never hit it off with someone like that after only one day. God damn it, why am I making excuses for myself to this girl? Yeah, I mean, look, she's had a lively time in the city, okay? Also, I'm just realizing this is a piano version of a previous track. I was merely shocked to discover you had made a friend after only one day. I didn't realize you were capable of being social. Or making friends at all, even. You've also only known me for a day. Why are you... That's what's coming from you. Besides, I had plenty of friends when I was living in Italy. My social life just took a hit after moving here. But I'm happy for you. She seems like a nice girl. Well, I largely agree with your assessment. You should try making friends with her too. Knowing her could come in handy, you know, if something ever comes up. You have a point. I'll consider it. Maybe because she's a girl too, but she's a lot more receptive of Maria than me. Maybe I'd have more luck getting through to her using Maria instead of having to fight her tooth and nail over everything. She'd probably be willing to open up more to her as well. What you doing? Talking about me, are you? God, don't sneak up on me like that. But that was fast. Is our food ready? I'm just bringing you your drinks. Here you are, some instant coffee. And for you, sweet little thing, I've made some herbal tea with the highest quality chamomile leaves we have. Try to be a little more subtle with your favoritism. Herbal tea with chamomile. No, you're not a fan? Yeah, chamomile can be a bit of an acquired taste. Want me to grab you something else? No, I'll have this. I'm rather fond of it, in fact. I think. Not that I've had chamomile tea before, but it kind of reminds me of days long past. Reminds you of something you've never done before. I think that's called deja vu, you silly girl. Anyway, sounds good to me. I'll throw some cookies in it too, so you're not just sipping tea. We got plenty, so feel free to give me a shout if you want more. Same goes if you want anything else, alright? Don't worry about coming off as rude or greedy. That's what being a kid's all about. You should know the girl hates being called a kid. I hope you enjoy dealing with her death glare and insistence that she's actually an adult. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate your generosity. Yeah, talk about favoritisms. Ah, what a sweet girl. I can't believe you're the same girl Yokopo was over there whining at me about. He's clearly broken in the brain. What the hell? She's never this well behaved when it's just me. Alright, well, got some food to make. Should be out pretty quick, but I'll warn you in advance. Don't expect anything super fancy from a teensy little cafe. She's a very cheerful and energetic woman. She's not energetic, she's just loud. I thought you didn't like people like her anyway. Usually they make me uncomfortable, but hers is a pleasant energy. Not what I'd call it. Guess I'm going to have to consider asking Maria for help after all. Hey. Yes? She didn't have to force herself to stay with me. She could always put herself under Maria's care instead. It'd probably be less awkward for her there, too. I could even propose it to her myself if she didn't feel comfortable. I knew what I should say to her, but the words wouldn't come out. The idea of leaving her in someone else's care was repulsive to me on a deeply base level. And I had no idea why. Where the hell were these feelings coming from? I barely even knew the damned girl. Why should I care so much? It didn't matter who looked after her, and in fact, she would be better off with someone else. Yet I felt as though if I let go of her and trusted her to someone else, that we would never be this close ever again. Wait, we would never be this close ever again? It made it sound like I wasn't caring for her because she needed it, but instead using her problems as a way to prop myself up. Some sick search for self-satisfaction. What is it? You were going to say something and then... Alright, sorry. I was thinking about something and lost my train of thought. Probably wasn't important anyway. Look in your face suggested otherwise, but okay. Forget about it. Honestly, it was nothing. Now, what I'd really like to talk about is you. I think it's about time you filled me in on some details. What were you doing in that park? Where do you really live? Why did you run away? Also your name, maybe? Nothing at all? Well, I'm not going to push, but what's the point? What will knowing get you? It's not about getting anything, it's just I can't offer you advice or help you fix anything if I don't know what the problem is. I didn't leave looking for advice, nor do I want you to try to fix anything. Well, it's about the response I expected. Okay then, I promise I'll keep my nose out of your business, so tell me about yourself. Why? What point is there in you knowing anything about me? Because obviously beginning to know you and get closer to you. There doesn't need to be any more point than that. I want to know more about you. Simple as that. Oh Christ, just thinking about it makes me want to throw up. Who even talks like that? With a sigh, she felt silent, and I couldn't bring myself to press any further. So instead, I was going to tell her to forget it, that she didn't have to say anything if she didn't want to, when she muttered a single word almost under her breath. Huh? I didn't catch that. My name, it's Morgana. I hadn't told you yet, had I? Oh wow, so your name's Morgana, huh? It's a good, strong name. Sounds Italian too, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, my mother is French and I've lived in France all my life. However, she hesitated. I urged her on with a look, and after a few moments she reluctantly continued. My father's never been in my life. Not as far back as my memories go, at least. So there's a chance he may be, but I don't know. I see. And do you ever want to meet your father? I'm not sure. He's essentially a stranger, so I have no real emotional attachment to him. In fact, Never mind. She fell silent once again, leaving the "in fact" hanging in the air. I gave her another "I see" and didn't press the subject any further. You should probably give her your name, just saying. I did, however, feel like I'd gotten a glimpse into where her isolation came from. Well, it's a small damn world, huh? I mean, fun of me for not being an Italian stereotype, but you don't exactly fit the part either, do you? Oh, be quiet. I know I don't. Well, you seem so happy about it, though. It's not that, just realizing we may have walked the same paths, seen the same views. I feel a little sense of kinship. You didn't like Italy. You were complaining about how there's nothing there. Huh? Oh, you got a good memory. It's true that I don't like dealing with family stuff back home. It's all a huge pain to navigate. But the scenery can be quite nice. I know I said there's nothing there, but I do still fondly remember the beautiful nature on that island. Oceans as far as the eyes can see. I rather liked that. And then there was this golden wheat field, though I have no idea where it was anymore. Or wait, the field was just in my dreams and not anywhere back home. Forget it. The point is, there's some gorgeous scenery there. It sounds nice. I'd like to see it for myself someday, maybe. And again, it's not even a 3-hour flight from here. The only limit to where you can go these days is your imagination. Hell, I could take you there myself if you want. What? You would take me? Try not to overthink that. I just mean, I imagine your understanding of the world is very limited. Stepping out beyond your own sphere is a valuable life experience, and something I think might be good to expose you to. Did I upset her? Oh, so you want to help me experience new things? Well, I suppose I can look into it. What is there to look into? That said, that's still much more receptive than she would have been yesterday. So we're making progress, and I think I even caught her smiling a little. She looks so much better with a smile on her face. I'd love to get a better look at one that lasts more than a split second sometimes. Why are you staring at me? Is there something on my face? No, You always look so dour, and I was just thinking about how it'd be nice if you
もう
smiled a
少し
little
笑
more.
ってみたらいいと思ってな。
You know, you
そこそこ見られる
wouldn't
顔
be
に
so
なると
unpleasant to
思う。
look at.
は
What? I can't
Anata.
believe you, you insensitive
本当に失礼
brute.
どうして思ったこ
God,
とを
why am I
そ
so
のまま言う
incapable
ん
of
だ
just saying what I think? He's got foot and mouth syndrome. It's crippling, unfortunately. A little bit later, Maria returned with 2 sandwiches. The one she set in front of Morgana was at least 2 times too large for a light afternoon meal. Morgana stared at the triumphant stack of meats and cheeses and vegetables, unsure what to do. Meanwhile, all I received was a simple piano containing nothing but a few slices of ham and cheese. You know what? Look, sure it doesn't sound as fancy, but there ain't nothing wrong with a simple ham and cheese sandwich. I considered filing a complaint, but Morgana ended up giving me what she couldn't eat of hers, at which point I stopped caring enough to feel slighted. That cafe remained empty all throughout lunch. On some level, it was kind of a shame. Because the food wasn't bad, but it also meant we could talk with Maria since she didn't have anyone to wait on. As a dining establishment, it was indisputably a failure, but it couldn't have been a more perfect location for us. Time seemed to pass faster than it should as the 3 of us talked. Morgana didn't speak much, but she never once seemed bored, sometimes even giving a little laugh at something Maria said. And then the next thing I realized, the sunlight shining through the window had turned orange. Never before had I spent so much time in a cafe. Usually I only stayed long enough to inhale some caffeine or calories. The very idea of relaxing seemed like a negligent misuse of time to me. But this was probably how you were supposed to patronize these sorts of establishments. So relaxed and refreshed, we decided it was time to head home. As we got up to leave, Maria gave me a disappointed pout and said, "Come on, you don't have to go. Come back again soon, okay? I guarantee there won't be anyone else here." She gave us a little wave, and then we headed out. I hoped business would pick up a bit, if only because it seemed like Maria was going to die from boredom before long. Yeah, she doesn't seem to have much in the way going on there. But hey, a paycheck, I guess. With that, our sightseeing tour came to an end, and we went to take care of our original goal, shopping. I took Morgana to a moderately large supermarket near my apartment, and she was astounded by the wide array of products sold. Apparently she'd never been to one before, which only added to my concern about what kind of life she'd led. Though, maybe she just lived somewhere really rural that didn't have big stores and there wasn't anything more to it. I asked Morgana what she wanted for dinner, but all she gave me was a non-committal anything. Then I asked if she had any favorite foods, to which she responded with, "I'll eat anything." It was easier to cook for someone if they gave you something to work with. Evidently, though, she wasn't just being shy and genuinely had no wants or preferences. Add to that how thin she was and how little she seemed to eat, and I began wondering if she had ever had a proper home-cooked meal. She obviously wasn't the dieting type either. In fact, when Maria had brought her that oversized sandwich, she tried to force herself to finish it. She gave off the impression of a nun who'd lived her entire life cut off from earthly pleasures, or perhaps a saint forbidden from indulging in worldly desires. I hoped that one day I might be able to hear her express some kind of desire, be it something she wanted, some food she craved, or some activity she was interested in. When we were done at the market, we went to the bookstore to buy some movies. However, most of what they had on the shelves was the top 10 bestsellers variety. I wasn't interested in mass market fluff myself, and would have preferred something literary or artistic, or even educational like a documentary. But I knew I wasn't going to find that at a common neighborhood bookstore. Being mass market didn't automatically make a film bad, mind you. It required great talent to write and direct something capable of resonating with so many people. Lots of careful consideration had to go into every single element of the production to ensure it was enjoyable and understandable to everyone who saw it. It wasn't something just anyone could pick up and do. Now, that wasn't to say I didn't think Morgana could understand more challenging films. In fact, she seemed like the kind of person who wouldn't enjoy pop culture. But I also felt like what she needed right now was just some time to turn off and enjoy some mindless entertainment. I watched one movie before dinner, a classic animated film, and another after, a live-action comedy. Neither were things I would watch on my own. But even at the funny parts, Morgana didn't so much as smirk. After a while, I began to feel like an idiot laughing all by myself. So when it was over, I asked her if she didn't like the movies, and,
いいえ、
well, I
楽しみ
enjoyed
ま
it.
した。
I was impressed by the
あの
actors'
役者た
selflessness
ち
and their
は
attempts to
自
make the
分を犠
audience
牲
laugh.
にして非常に
The
尊
world
い
is a
行い
better
だと思
place
いま
thanks
し
to their
た。
great sacrifices. Her response was utterly baffling. Who watched movies for that?
それから
Additionally, your commentary throughout the film about the actors'
あなたが役者の演技について、
performances, the motifs used, and the
あの
director's
モチ
past works
いろいろな
was
話をし
somewhat
てくるの
irritating, to be
は
honest. Well, I'm sorry. Jeez. I won't talk during a movie again, you can be sure of that.
多少はうるさかったです
It's
けれ
rather
ど、
annoying, but also
自分
kind
の
of
知ら
fun
な
to
いこ
learn
とを
things I
知る
don't
の
know.
は私
I'm ignorant
何も知ら
about
ないんで
everything.
す。
I don't know what's out
世の
there,
中の
what's
楽しい
fun,
ことと
what
か、
things which people have
どん
made
な
and
人
done.
だから
So teach me. You know these sort of
教えて
things,
くだ
don't
さい。
you? Then you can share some
あ
of
な
that
たなら
knowledge with me. Morgana was staying at my apartment tonight as well, once again using one of my shirts as oversized loungewear. When I mentioned regretting not buying her clothes of her own, she said,
別に
I don't mind this
この
shirt.
服で
It's
構い
perfectly
ません。
functional.
新しく買う
It'd be a
のは
waste of money
お
to buy
金がも
something
ったい
new. A couple sets of loungewear weren't going to break the bank, but I quickly found myself relenting. That I was even bothered was proof of how much of a disgrace I was.
それにあなたは
Besides, you promised you wouldn't touch me
許可
without
なく
permission, so
私
even
に
if
触れ
it
たり
isn't
し
a
ないん
perfect
でしょ
fit, I have nothing to worry about. Christ, this girl was devilish.
If
I truly
普通の
am,
娘だった
then
ら
I have a father somewhere.
夢だと思ってい
One
た
night,
け
I
れど、
overheard my mother muttering
お母
something.
様、
At the time, I assumed it was just a
い
dream,
え
but
それが真実なら、私の父は流
if
浪
what
の
she
民
said
な
was
ん
true,
です。
my father was a mere vagrant.
どこの
A
誰と
man
も
whose
知ら
face I
ない
never once
男。
saw, whose name I never heard.
どうかしら、
Frankly, I'm
わか
not
りま
sure.
せん。
I wouldn't
あ
know
って
what to
も
say
何
even
を
if I
言えばい
did.
いの。あったところで、
He may not even know I
私
exist.
のことなど
It
わから
didn't
な
sound
い
like
で
he
しょ
had
う
any
し、
interest in staying with my mother.
母は
which
その
does
人
not
に捨
speak
てられた
particularly
の
well
で
of
し
his
ょうか。
character.
もしも父が
If he had chosen to stay
母を
instead
見
of
捨てな
abandoning
ければ、
her, then she wouldn't have had to lie about having a
母
virgin
も
birth.
私、普通の家族になっていたの
Maybe we
か
could
も。
have even been a normal family.
そして、こんな運
And the
命は
entire course
た
of
どら
my
な
life
か
could
った
have
の
been
か。
different.
な、
Why is that your
なんで
first reaction?
そんな
You're
乱
not
暴
going
な
to
ことを考
hunt him
える
down
んで
and
す
give him
か。
a piece of your mind? No.
暴力はやめてく
Any
ださ
form
い。
of violence is forbidden.
それがもしも
Not even if it's
私
for
のた
my
めなの
sake.
だとしても、
Too many people have been hurt already.
私、
Which isn't to say I don't understand what you
分かっている
meant
力がなけれ
when
ば
you
踏
said the
みに
world
じ
would
られてし
trample
ま
all
う。
over you if you didn't have the strength to fight back.
あなたが子供の頃
As
も、
children, we were both helpless to fight back against a cruel world.
でも、
Stand by what I said. No more.
私、
I once believed you to be a weak man, but I've
あな
realized
た
I
の
was
力、
mistaken.
いいえ、むしろ、
And now know you have more than enough strength, enough to
何
take
人
the
もの
lives of
命を
countless
奪い
men.
最初から
Some
分
part
か
of
って
me
い
always
たんで
knew,
す。
but that's all the more
で
reason.
も、その手で、
I don't want you to hurt anyone else ever again, to take any more
その
lives.
絶対ですよ。
I'll have no choice but to deem you
約束を
utterly
破ったら、
irredeemable if you break that
あな
promise.
たのこと、
Understood? What? No, that
つまり、
doesn't mean I think you
今は
presently
好
have
きなの
redeeming
か
qualities.
って。
Have you lost your mind?
こんな時に
Honestly, this is
本当に
not
く
the
だらない
time for
質
silly
問。
"Do you like me?" games.
答えるのを待
Don't
ってい
tell
る
me
ん
you're
で
waiting
す
for
か。
an answer,
もしか
because
して
you're never getting one.
何なのよ。
What? Fine, if you want to know what I think
い
so
や、別
badly,
に
no, I don't
好き
much
じゃな
care
い
for
わ。
you. That dream again. Fields of wheat stretching out like an ocean. Talk about my unseen father.
うん、
Hadn't almost the same thing come up this afternoon? Could it be a coincidence? In the dream, there was someone standing before me. A silhouette of a man, his face imperceptible. But whoever it was, they meant a lot to me. If only I could see them again. Morgana spent the following day at my apartment as well. It was a sunny Sunday, and we started it with a walk. Took a brief detour to the cafe Maria worked at. Did some light shopping. Then went home and watched a movie. Concerned she might get bored doing all the same things again after the movie, we played video games. I wasn't much of a gamer myself, though. I mostly used the console to watch movies. So I bought the digital version of some racing game and we had at it. We were both absolutely terrible, which helped keep things fun and not overly competitive. In our final race, Morgana's car spun out and she ended up driving backwards through the course, causing me to laugh so hard I dropped my controller. After that, she refused to play with me anymore, or even talk to me for a good while. Look, we've all been there, okay? Monday morning, I had to go to work, and it was the first time in my life that I'd ever felt like an obligation, a burden. Morgana and I spent a good 90% of our time arguing about something or other, but on some level it seemed like I'd actually come to enjoy those conversations, and having to leave that behind for work only made me realize I wasn't working because I enjoyed it, but because I'd convinced myself it was all I could do. It was a way to ensure no one would be able to claim I hadn't accomplished anything when I returned to Sicily, so no one could look down on me, so no one could challenge me. I'd always believed that money and power were all one needed to get whatever they wanted in life, and I'd forfeited any semblance of a personal life to achieve that. Even now, I wasn't entirely convinced that belief was wrong either. What things did modern society place the most value in, after all? Personal assets and social standing. The more time I spent with Morgana, though, the more these pillars of my life wavered. She didn't care for fancy restaurants. Excuse me. And was more than happy to eat some cheap meal that only took 10 minutes to throw together. She found beauty in the ordinary. Not just things designed to appear beautiful. Filtered through her eyes, the world seemed gentler than the one I knew. Which is especially curious, as she herself was anything but gentle, mercilessly sharp-tongued and aggressively aloof. Yet because of her, the wind in my cheeks felt warmer now. It put my heart at ease in a way that I couldn't help but think. I'd felt this way before, long, long ago. That it wasn't arbitrary. That there was an explanation for the peace she provided me. I stopped doing regular overtime at work, where before I had written everyone off as unreliable and useless. Deciding it would be best to simply handle everything myself, I started delegating some of that work back to my subordinates. Everyone was shocked at the sudden change in my demeanor, and many were upset at the reduced efficiency that resulted from it. But it was their work to begin with, so they had no grounds to complain. People were going to be talking about me behind my back. That much was inevitable when their workload increased. Even more so considering I was already disliked for how often I yelled at and chewed people out. But I didn't have time to bother myself with other people's opinions. Before, I might have been worried it would affect my prospects of promotion, but now I wasn't especially concerned. I was doing what I needed to do and not a single thing more. My priority now was getting home as quickly as possible, so I could teach Morgana about the world. And then, before I realized it, 2 weeks had passed since I'd taken her on that rainy night. Still, she was staying at my apartment. Sometimes I'd ask her with a sigh, "When are you planning to go home already?" To which she'd respond, puffing her cheeks, "You're free to kick me out whenever you please." Except I couldn't, which is why we were in this situation in the first place. Did she challenge me knowing I wouldn't call her bluff? That I didn't actually want to throw her out anymore? Over the past couple weeks, I'd brought more books and movies than I could count so she could keep herself occupied while I was at work. And shocking even myself, I'd given her a spare key as well. Something was clearly loose in my head. Doing things for her made me feel good, though. And as insane as I rationally knew I was, I couldn't fight how it made me feel. Over and over and over again, I argued with myself, but never once did good sense win out. I must confess I had grown quite fond of this new life. It was a Thursday, a little over 2 weeks since I'd met Morgana. The first day, all I'd managed to do was force an umbrella onto her. Never could I have imagined from that encounter that we'd effectively be living together soon after. Not enough time had passed to really reminisce about how far we'd come, but nevertheless the change was undeniable. Damn it, how is it already 8:30? So much for no more overtime. It's hard to believe 8:30 feels late to me now. She's probably already eaten by now. Surely she's not waiting for me.
Oi,
Hey, I'm home.
Morgana.
Morgana? Hello?
Oi.
Morgana, are you there? Not great. I couldn't find her anywhere in the apartment. She wasn't asleep, and she wasn't in the shower either. She was just gone, as if the last 2 weeks had all been a dream. We weren't a family, nor were we really living together, but I'd gotten so used to having someone there to snark at me when I got home, that it felt off to be greeted by silence. My first thought was that something had happened to her. She was hurt or in danger. The apartment was just how I'd left it. The door was still locked, and there was no sign of anyone breaking in. She had left of her own volition, locking the door behind her. Could she have gotten into trouble somewhere else then? God's sake. Got no way of getting in touch with her either. I should have brought her a phone and a spare in case she lost it. Should I go looking for her? Call the police maybe? Slow down. I was acting like she needed to be here when I got back. After how many times I told her to get out? I never meant it as anything more than banter, but how was she supposed to know my intentions? Wouldn't it have made more sense for her to have just gone home, as opposed to something actually happening to her? That I was the one out enjoying our time together, and she had finally gotten tired of me for good? I mean, thinking back, she'd clearly always seemed annoyed. Constantly complaining, never smiling, telling me who even knows how many times I should burn in hell. What if I'd misread her and she wasn't joking, and every day here was piling on more and more stress? As much as I'd continued to insist she was a child, it wasn't like she was primary school or middle school age. She was old enough to think and make decisions for herself. In fact, judging from the short time we'd been together, she was very mature for her age. She wasn't going to be completely helpless if something did happen to her. So I guess that's that. She's still with me then, huh? Wish she would have at least said goodbye, but I guess to her we were just strangers, so... I wasn't so much angry as I felt bummed. I tossed the movie I'd bought over lunch onto the counter, then collapsed onto the couch. She'd always sat right here in this spot. She was small, barely took up any space, but the hole left in her absence felt larger than life. The room was uncomfortably quiet now, and it felt like the temperature had dropped seveul degrees as well. This is just a return to the status quo. It's nothing to get upset about, you fool. Guess I'll make myself dinner then. I stood motionless in the kitchen, unable to scrounge together the motivation to make anything. I wasn't cooking for anyone else, so it didn't have to be anything fancy. Just warm up a can of spaghetti sauce and toss it over some pasta. Easy. Huh? What's at the door? Oh, hello. I thought you might be a bit longer tonight. Making dinner for yourself, I see. She stood before me with a grocery bag in her hands. I stood before her, utterly stupefied. She frowned that oh-so-familiar frown. She didn't have to say a word, and I could still hear her mocking me clear as day. I felt like all the wind had been sucked out of me, and with it the ability to lie. Yeah, I thought you'd gone home, so I... Yes, I did just come home. We weren't on the same page. She seemed to think that by home I meant... Oh. Finally hit her. That without even missing a beat, she'd called my apartment her home. What are you laughing about? It's just a slip of the tongue, okay? You don't need to make such a big deal out of it. Yeah, I know. It wasn't on purpose. You're still laughing. I don't understand you at all. That's okay. I don't understand myself one gosh dang bit either. Gosh dang. God damn it. Now it's my turn for a slip of the tongue. I hadn't talked like that in years. Just pretend I didn't say that. You didn't hear anything, okay? I think I prefer that to the alternative. I mean, well, I don't know why you feel the need to force yourself to blaspheme so often, and you would be more approachable if you lightened up your language some. I'd appreciate it if you did so around me at least. If I feel the need, maybe. She smiled, a rare occurrence, but I couldn't bring myself to look her in the eyes. I absolutely wanted to take in every second of it, though. God, I was acting like a damn child. But it was getting to be impossible to deny what was going on. I was a 26-year-old man, and she a good decade younger. It was wrong on so many levels to have these feelings about her. But I was entranced with Morgana. You are allowed to sleep in your own bed, you know. I was getting ready to head to the living room for bed when Morgana interrupted me. Did this girl understand the meaning of her words? She was telling me I could sleep in the same bed as her. Can't be getting much rest sleeping on the couch every night. It's not like I'm going to be a distraction, am I? That's not the issue. It's wrong for us to sleep in the same bed. There's no excuse.
理屈になってな
Don't
いと
follow
思
your
い
logic.
理屈にな
It's
って
wrong,
な
so
くて
it's
も
wrong.
まず
That's
い
all
も
there
の
is
は
to it.
私としては
I think it's wrong for you to have to go to work with bags under your eyes. You've been having trouble getting up in the morning lately.
なんだ君
Wow, you pay more attention to me
意
than
外
I
と
thought.
私のこ
If
と
you're
を
so
見てい
concerned,
る
you can sleep in the couch then.
嫌です
No way. I prefer
私
the bed.
ベッド派なんで
なんだそ
Then
れ
why
は
are you...
もう
You insist you
Sofa で寝たいと
absolutely want to sleep in the
頑なに
couch,
おっ
and
しゃ
who
る
am I
の
to
なら
stop you? But I'm
それ
going
で
to
いい
bed
と思い
now,
ます
so good night. Somehow, Morgana managed to wear me down, and now we're both in bed. The same bed. I was pretty sure I'd rest better on the couch than here, both physically and mentally. To start with, being able to sense her presence behind me was incredibly distracting, and there was the worry that I might accidentally roll over and crush her. But worst of all was her body heat. I wasn't accustomed to being able to feel anyone else so close.
ね
Don't you dare turn around, okay? I don't want to have to spend all night with your face in mine.
ベッドを使っていい
Says
と
the
言っ
girl
た
who
の
insisted I use the bed tonight. Christ. Okay, fine. I won't turn around, so get some
そ
damn
っちは
sleep.
向かないだからおとなしく寝ろ
She was still as a corpse behind me, but I could feel the tension in the air nonetheless. What was she getting worked up about? Jeez. The longer the silence continued, the more uncomfortable it grew. I sighed, letting it hang in the air before breaking it with a, hey. She lurched slightly at the sound of my voice. Then after another brief pause, she responded with a, what?
眠れないような
If you
ら
can't sleep, maybe
少
we
し
can talk
話
for a
でも
little?
しない
別に
I don't mind,
構いま
but
せん
what
け
would
れ
we
ど
talk about?
そうだな
How about you finally tell me why it is you ran away from home?
そんなに気にな
You
るの
really want to know?
当たり前
Of
だろ
course I do.
私に
So you can give me your
Oh, that's cool,
unsolicited
that's a joke.
advice?
そういや
Yeah, I did say something like that at the cafe a couple weeks ago. Wasn't what I wanted to say though.
今なら
Maybe now,
Kono
if we're this
kyori na-
close, I can stop putting on so
もう
much of
少
an
し
act.
君にも
Maybe I can treat you a little
もう少し
better. Because I'm sincerely curious. I
君
don't
の
want to
こと
push my
が
views onto you. I
気
just
にな
want to
る
get
か
to
ら
know you better.
知りたいと思うのは
Is curiosity
おかし
such a
な
bad
こと
thing?
か
No, it's not. But my reasons are boring and trite. The truth is only going to disappoint you.
面白さなんて
I'm not
かけら
asking
も
because I want to
求
hear a
めてい
good
ない
story.
ね
Do you believe in
えあ
God?
な
神
What? God?
ど
Where
うし
did
て
that
突
come
然
from?
神の話が
I'm
出てくる
asking
んだ
you. I'm asking about you, not
いいから答え
just
て
answer the question.
正直なとこ
Honestly,
ろ
no. I don't believe in
信じてお
God.
らんな
Not that I explicitly believe there
だが
isn't one either.
別に今の時代で
But true
心
believers
から
are a
神を
minority in
信
this
じて
day
い
and
るのは
age,
ごく
especially
一
in
部だ
first world countries.
先
Churches
進
have
国の
largely
人間は
become venues for
ほとんど
weddings
信
and
じていない
funerals.
そうね
Right. Not many people believe in
ほとんどの
God in
人が
modern
そうだわ。
times. But I do. I believe in the Heavenly Father who watches
私
me
は
from
信じて
above.
そして神が
I
もたら
believe
す
He
奇
has the
跡の
power to
力
cause
と
miracles, and I believe He has a
小さ
divine
な人間
plan
では
which
抗
we
いようの
mortals
な
are
い運命
incapable
の
of
中
straying from.
神を愛する心は
Many generations ago, that was
かつては
normal, and
それこ
those
そが
without faith
正し
were
く
burned at the stake, but that's no
逆に
longer true anymore.
神を心から
Today,
信
if you
じて
say
い
you
る
love
と
God, people will think you're
古臭い人間
old-fashioned,
だと
or
思
worse
われ
yet,
るわ
incapable of rational thought at all. She was right. These days, people weren't punished for being faithless or believing in other gods, as would have happened in ancient times. And for that, the world was a more peaceful and accepting place now. But these societal rules for acceptance had not gone away, merely transformed over the centuries. While you wouldn't be burned at the stake anymore, those with beliefs deemed unacceptable were still made into outcasts. Something I was guilty of doing as well. I have frequently found myself frustrated at people who didn't see the world the same as me. I was closed-minded and unable to adapt to different ideas. Instead, I threw them to the curb, making no attempt to reconcile or understand, refusing to examine my own beliefs. When we first met, I probably would have laughed in her face if she told me she believed in God. The Heavenly Father, His divine plan, fantasy nonsense, all of it. I wouldn't have even given her the time of day.
私よりも母の方が
Mother is a much more devout
神を信
believer
じている。
than me, though. Or perhaps you could say she
いいえ。
depended on her
顔
faith.
も知らない
I told you about my father,
実の
right? And
父
how
の
I've never
話
met
は
him
した
before?
でしょ
Well, supposedly the divorce was
両親
very
が離
difficult
婚し
for
て
my
から
mother.
あの人が通い
She
詰め
took
た
to
の
attending
は
a local
地
church,
元の教
bringing me
会
with her.
母にとって教会
There
は
she found fellowship,
とても身近な
relief
存
from her
在で
loneliness, salvation.
そして
There I had a
私に
home,
とって
a
も
place to
身近な
learn right
存在
from
で
wrong, and a place to confess my
倫理を
sins.
懺悔
What would a kid your age have to confess?
その頃
Isn't
は
the whole thing
ま
for
だ
people
子
old
供だ
enough
った
to
んだ
take
ろ
responsibility for their
い
actions?
いえ
It wasn't anything I did. I have
私
the
には
black mark of sin on my very soul. Excuse me, What?
私の魂
My
は
soul did not pass through the gate of God's judgment before entering a
こ
new
の世に
mortal
降り立
body.
ってしまったが
It is
ため
still
に
blemished by the sins of my
前世の
previous
怪我
life.
だから私は
So they told me I must atone for those sins in this life.
なん
Who
だ
the
そ
hell
れは
told you that? The priest at the
それを
church?
いいかモル
Listen
ガ
to me,
ナ
Morgana. You're allowed to
君
believe
が
whatever you
何を
want.
信じ
I'm
ようが
not going to
自
get
由
on
だ
your case for being
今
abnormally
時
pious.
だがそ
But
れ
I
ばかり
draw
は
the
否定
line
さ
at
せてもら
atoning
う
for
ぞ
something you never did.
前
It's
世の過ち
ridiculous to
を
think
現
you're
世で
responsible
償
for
うな
actions
ど
taken in a past life.
前世そのものがオカルト
Reincarnation
だというの
blather
に
is bad enough on its
そんな
own.
ものに生き方を縛られるつもり
But
か
there's no reason to let vague notions of karma dictate your life now.
確かに
At first, I felt the same way as you.
私も最初はそう思っていたんです。
Why should I have to pay for sins I have no knowledge of?
でも
But the bishop and my
母も神
mother,
父
they
も
told me that the hideous
こう
scars
言
on
う
my
のです
body were evidence of the sins of my
病院
soul.
に行っても
I saw many
ただれの
doctors
正
about
体
them,
は
but
わから
not
ない
one
ま
could
までした
identify the
だ
cause,
からこれは
which meant it
病気では
couldn't be a
なく
physical ailment, but a
意図的
sign
に
from God.
神
A
が残
curse
した
to
ものであ
always
ると
remind
思
me
っ
of
た
how
んです
tainted my
そ
soul is.
んなバカな
That's
話があって
absolute
たまる
horseshit.
か
Your mother and that bishop were
君は母
swindling
そう
you,
ね
and
き
I
っと
probably would
そ
have
う
agreed
思
with
えた
you
でしょうね
if I didn't have these memories that don't
私の
belong to
子
me.
なんだって
What memories that don't? That golden field of wheat immediately popped into my mind. I had memories that didn't belong to me too. In them, a hazy silhouette of a
その
girl.
記憶の中で
In these memories, I
私は
cast a curse upon
気
others
の
for
遠くなるよう
centuries.
な本当は
I
巻き込
brought
んではい
suffering
け
to
ない
good
善
people
良な
around them
人
as
すら
well. I
陥れ
spread
て
nothing but hatred.
私がいるの
I
は
resided in a dismal gray
色彩を
mansion
失
with
っ
the air of death filling its
死の気
halls.
配が
And in
漂う
it,
館
I
で
trapped the souls of 3 men. 3
3人
men
だ
and
けじゃ
the
ない
people closest to them,
その
condemned for
ゆかりの者
eternity
た
for
ちの
no
魂
reason
は
other than their
間接的
association.
妄言だと思っているで
You
しょ
think I'm crazy. I can see it.
別に
But think whatever you want,
構い
because
ま
I
せん
know
よ
how it sounds.
自
Souls and
覚はありま
curses
す
and
から
haunted
どれ
mansions.
も笑い
It's
話
all
に聞こえる
childish
くらい
silliness. It was childish and silly. It was the kind of fantasy nonsense that had no place outside of fiction. But I couldn't carry the words from my mind to my mouth. A chill ran down my spine, like a bony finger sliding down the skin, till it stopped at my heart. It was as if it was trying to say Morgana was talking about me. My mind was just playing tricks. There wasn't any evidence, but the thought wouldn't leave me. Is something the matter? Did
ど
you
うした
fall
んです
asleep?
か
まさ
No,
か
of course not. I'm
話の
not
途
just
中
going
で
to
寝る
doze
わ
off
け
in the
がない
middle
だ
of a
ろ
conversation. I was just thinking about.
なんでもないんだ
Never mind. Go on.
人は妄想だと
No
思
matter
おうと
how
も
crazy anyone thinks it sounds, I still have these
私には
memories. I remember
途方も
cursing
ない
those
時
men
間
for centuries, destroying their
はっ
souls.
きりと覚えているものではないけれど
And while they're not
確かに
terribly
そういう
vivid,
ことがあ
I
った
feel
の
an
だという
inexplicable
奇
certainty
妙な
that they are
感
indeed
覚
real.
だからこれが
So when they
私の
told me
業
my
だと
scars
言
were
われたら
punishment for my sins,
納得
all
して
the
しまったん
pieces
で
fell
す
into place.
記憶の中では私は3人の者たちに業を植え付けた
I made the 3 men atone for their sins, but I
私
neglected
自身の業
to
に
do
ついて
anything
は
about my own.
おざなりにしたまそれを清算するのが
So that's the purpose I've been given in this life, to acknowledge and repent for my past transgressions.
もし
Assuming everything you said is true, and you did do all of that, I still don't think you have anything to atone
君
for.
は理
You
由
had
が
a
あって
reason
人
to
を
curse
呪った
those
んだ
men. They've done something
呪われる
deserving
べ
of
き
your ire.
償うべきは
It's they who should be paying. Morgana wasn't the kind of girl to hate someone for an insignificant slight. While she could be vicious and caustic sometimes, she wasn't actually cruel. She was a sweet, selfless girl with a big heart. And the proof was right here, in her insisting she needed to atone for sins she had no direct hand in. Because that was who she was. She would carry the whole world on her back if she could. So when she said she cursed 3 men for eternity, there was necessarily more there than a minor grudge. Something bad enough had happened to push her to take such drastic measures. Someone had mistreated her so badly as to deserve an eternity of torment. Someone had...
それに
Regardless, it's stupid for
私の思いは
anyone to have to pay for the
変わらない。
mistakes of a previous life, and you shouldn't let that
前世の
dictate
償いを
how
す
you
るなん
live
て
now. Was that true, though? Obviously, she didn't need to atone for anything. But what about those who had hurt her? If they were alive now, too, would I be able to say the same about them? Was it right to just let them move on? God, where was this train of thought even going? Excuse me, I had no idea anymore. For whatever reason, I was proceeding under the assumption that reincarnation and past lives were real, which had no scientific foundation. Was Morgana rubbing off on me? I needed to cool my head. There's no such thing as reincarnation. These memories I had of places I'd never been and things I'd never done were all fantasy.
だが
How's any of that supposed to be relevant, though? How does it lead to you
その
sleeping in a
話が
park?
ええ
Be patient. I've always believed that because of my transgressions, I have a responsibility to accept whatever happens to me. Something happened that I couldn't possibly bring myself to accept, and so I ran away. Because that was the simplest, most painless way to handle it. So, what happened? I didn't have to see her face to know she was faltering, unsure if she wanted to continue. I should have told her she didn't have to force herself, but I couldn't bring myself to stop her. I wanted to get to the root of the problem. I needed to know what she was going through. Not out of some excessive degree of care for her, though, but largely for my own personal satisfaction. After a long silence, she muttered in a voice so soft a pin dropping would drown it out. I'm of no use to my mom. Did your mother actually say that to you? My mother recently remarried to a man she met at the church. He's religious, so of course he's a good man. I'm definitely not of the mind that being religious inherently makes you a bad person. But conversely, being religious does not automatically make you a good person either. It does not have a bearing on whether you are a good or a bad person. She was mumbling absent-mindedly and didn't seem to be hearing me at all. This wasn't like her. She was always very direct when she spoke. It was making me uneasy. A shadowy figure seemed to tower over me, so I blurted something out without thinking to try and chase it off. Being religious doesn't make one a good person. That's not how it works. There are bad people everywhere. Not even heaven is an exception. Please, tell me what happened, Morgana. The longer she stayed silent, the more overpowering my anxiety grew. Why wouldn't she answer me? Why wouldn't she tell me? Black fog swirled around me, slowly filling the room. A black poison coursed through my veins, infecting my entire body. Did he do something unspeakable to you? Boundless rage swelled up within me, too great for me to restrain. Because if he did, I'll fucking kill him. Calm down, he didn't hit me, he didn't touch me, he didn't do any of the things you're worried about. And just like that, she pacified the hatred rising within me, leaving me aghast at my own reaction. Had I just seriously entertained the thought of killing a man? For what? Because I jumped to the worst possible conclusion? A completely baseless one at that? I wasn't being reasonable. I was acting like a feral dog. I was seconds from ripping a man's throat out for setting foot in my territory. It was absurd. It didn't matter how enchanted by her I was. That wasn't reason enough to murder her stepfather. I like to hope I had at least that much of my sanity intact. All he did was tell the truth. He's in the right, and I'm in the wrong. Stop beating around the bush. If all he did was tell the truth, he wouldn't have run away. Suppose, maybe. You told me that I sickened him. The sound of my voice, the color of my eyes, the way I act, but most of all, the hideous scars on my body. He says he's physically repulsed by everything about me. He married my mother because he loved her, not because he cared about me, so I guess I only served to get between them. Real winner there, real good person. Perhaps my entire existence was offensive to him. He's told me many times that the world would be a better place without me. Jeez, that everyone would be happier if I'd never been born. What the hell is that telling the truth? Are you implying you deserve verbal beatings from your father figure because of some perceived sins committed in a previous life? A grown man has no place talking to a child like that, let alone his goddamn stepdaughter. He's the one in the wrong here, on all accounts. Your mother just let him deride you like that? My mother, she supports him in all his decisions, and I support her in that. She raised me as a single mother for so long. She deserves this chance to be happy, so I don't want to do anything to sabotage that. You deserve to be happy just as much as she does. God teaches that the righteous must place the needs of others before their own. Who cares what... Oh, for Christ's sake. You have no problem telling me to burn in hell. Surely you have enough vitriol to spare for them. I don't get it. Why stand up for the man who deserves your anger the most? Because he's family. Being family doesn't give you a free pass to do whatever the hell you want, and someone being family doesn't obligate you to love them. Of course, the church wasn't going to agree with me. You're supposed to unconditionally love your family, even if they weren't showing you any love in return. I would have taken the caustic, venom-tongued Morgana over this meek, self-sacrificing side absolutely any day. No matter how you may choose to deny it, that is abuse. Words can do as much damage as a fist. Tell me, how old are you? None of this I'm in my 20s crap. I want you to tell me the truth. 16. As I'd suspected, she was a full decade younger than me, but having actual confirmation made it that much more real. It sickened me that a 16-year-old girl had to live like that. She was at an age where she still needed her parents, and yet neither of them were there for her. Do you go to school?
家を出る前
I
は
did before running
ちゃんと言
away.
っていたわ。
I've never missed a day or even been late.
わかった。
Alright, then you should keep going.
なら、
You'll have a lot more
学校はこれから
options
も
if you
生き続
graduate
け
high
て
school.
そしたらすぐに家を
Once
出
you
る。
have, move out straight
そ
away.
のふざ
That's
け
what
た
your
養
asshole
父
of a stepfather wants
それ
anyway.
だから
I'm not telling you to do this for your
私がこんな
family's
ことを
sake,
言った
though,
のは
but for yours. Don't
決
let
し
them
て
tear
家
your
族
life
の
to
ためじゃない。
shreds.
でも
What would I even do once
自
I'm out
由
of the
になった
house?
あなただって知
I
って
don't
い
have
る
to
で
tell
し
you
ょ
how little about the world I know. I have
私
no goals, no aspirations, and no
世間のことを
idea
ほとんど
where to
知らない
find any either.
そんなことは
You don't need to know what you
これ
want
から見つけ
immediately.
ればいい
Finding it
話
is
だ
a
ろうが。
process. It's a whole wide world out there
今ま
you've
では
never had the
誰
opportunity
も
to
君今
explore.
は
And,
その
you have me here.
高校を卒業
You
する
can
ま
come
で
back here as often as you want while you're working and graduating. In time, you'll
そ
find
のうち
something
に
you want to do.
私が
And I'll help
手
you
伝
do
ってや
it.
る。
Yeah. If the righteous sacrifice the needs of others before themselves, but you're the only one sacrificing, you know,
それとも
is that not
不満か。
good enough? Do you think there's
私で
nothing
は
I can do to
役に
help?
そうね
Certainly not the
ちょっ
best
ぴ
for
り
the
不
job.
満
You'll get impatient and frustrated whenever I'm trying to feel my way
私が
around,
も
and
たつ
you'll
い
like
て
to
いる
ramble
と
on about
すぐ
useless
以来
trivia.
ちっとも優しく教
You're
え
the
てくれないん
meanest
で
teacher
す
I've
から
ever had.
それは
I'll work on that.
冗談ですよ
I'm kidding. As long as you don't shout, you're fine as you are.
怒鳴らないでいて
Oh, well,
そうか。
that's a relief.
私
Till now, I never knew that having someone get upset on your behalf could take so much weight off your shoulders.
これくらいで楽に
Well,
なる
I'll
な。
happily get upset at
Equally
anyone if
more
it makes it
popular.
feel better. Lucky for us, I'm told I do have a bit of a temper.
やっぱりほど
Please
ほど
keep
に
your
して
temper in check. I fear you might actually attack someone if you get too angry.
そんなことは
I
し
would
ない。
never, at least not where you had to see it.
目につかない場
I
所で
prefer
も
you didn't hurt
暴力は
anyone,
やめてほし
regardless
いん
of
です
whether
け
I'm
れど
watching. I trust you'll do the right thing, though.
あなたが
After all,
優しい人
you
だ
are
というこ
kind
と
at
も
heart, whether you show it or not.
ま
Now
さ
that's the
か
last
君
thing
に
I expected to hear
そ
from
ん
you.
なことを
Is
言
the
われる
world
と
going to end tomorrow or something?
やっぱりあなたは優
Take it
しく
back.
ないです
You're
し
not kind at all. You're
た
just
だのおせっ
obnoxious
かい
and
で面
nosy.
倒
余計なことを
You
言
need
う
to learn
の
when
で
you keep
は
my
な
mouth
かっ
shut. It's been 2 weeks and you haven't, you ain't gonna. Also, historically, you ain't gonna.
ありがとう
Thank you. Good night.
た。あ
Of course. Good night,
Oyasumi,
Morgana, and
Morgana.
sweet dreams. As I'd feared, her situation was far from ideal. Hopefully she was able to find a glimmer of hope after our conversation. Family troubles weren't something that went away overnight, though, and for all I know, things were much worse than she let on, to the point that maybe even graduating high school was unrealistic. If that were the case, going back to school might not have been the best advice after all. All I could do was pray that things weren't that bad. My advice was too vague in general to actually fix anything, but that was the best I could do for someone who was essentially still a stranger. Her family was a complete black box. I could see only the outcome, none of the processes, and it frustrated me to no end. Oh, I didn't notice, but, you know, you got the pillow you sleep on, you got the pillow that you put on top of that pillow so that people think you have a
懲りず
fancier
に
life
バカ
than
な
you
夢を
do.
見るつもりな
Nobody
の
sleeps on the fancy pillows. You
全力
sleep on the
で消すって
comfortable pillow, but you put the fancy
今
pillow
言った
there
ば
to
かり
look
なのに
fancy. So you're going to look for a different way to be a fool then? Did you hear a single word I said?
本当に呆れる人ね
Why do I even bother? So what
今度は
madness is brewing in that
どんな
hollow
ふざけ
skull of yours now? Going to win your heart.
本当に
That was even
バ
worse
カ
than
な
I
夢だっ
imagined.
たわ
You're possibly the world's
愚かで
biggest fool.
え
Oh, what is it
今度
now?
は
You want to call me?
何ですか？
You want me to call you by your name?
あなたの名
Why
前
would
な
I
んか
waste my
呼びま
breath? Listen to how many times I'm saying your name.
なんか
You're not
変よ
yourself today. You're never so
今日のあなた
forward.
おかしい
It's not right. Perhaps you ate
変
something
なもの
moldy.
でもそれに
Besides, your name is just
たか
another
だか
word.
名
It's
前を
nothing
呼
to
ぶ
get so
程度で
worked up
必死に
about.
なって
What are you, a child?
みっともないわ
Has he told her his name yet? Are you disappointed in me?
別に
Never said that.
あの
Emma,
名前
I'm not going to call you by your name,
呼びま
understand?
せんから
For heaven's sake, I don't think he has. He did? Okay. Well, let's change the
話題を変えま
subject.
し
The
ょう
way you're silently staring at me is making my
そんな
skin
風に
crawl.
黙られ
So,
た楽器
the lute. I'd like you to teach me how to play the lute.
楽器の使
Did
い
he
方
though?
を
She definitely said
教
hers.
えてください。
Maybe he did like day one or something. Oh, not day one. That was just Umbrella Day. But yeah.
どうして
Why? Is there something wrong with me wanting to know how to play? I suppose it is unusual, perhaps.
私
Never had a chance to learn
何も
much of
知らな
anything,
い
though.
から。
I know little of how people
普
normally
通の
entertain
生
themselves.
活の
So I want you to catch me up on what I missed.
物覚えが
And
悪
don't
くて
get
も
upset if I'm a slow study.
怒ら
You
ないで
do
くだ
have
さ
an
いね。
impossibly short fuse, after all.
そうね。
Perhaps it would have been
も
better
っと早く
if we
に
had done this sooner.
ね
I want you
え、私
I
が
want you to
話し
forget
たこ
everything I've
と
said. This is a realm where
今は
nothing
全部
bad
忘れて。
ever happens, right?
今だけは
So I'd like to indulge in this childish dream for a little while longer. He said it to Maria, yes. But I don't think he said it to Morgana. Oh, you foolish, foolish child. Dreams don't last. You always wake up at the
夢を
end.
そして
And the sweeter the dream,
その夢
more
が
bitter
幸
reality
福で
tastes
あ
when you
れ
have
ば
to
そ
return.
んなことは
But you know that better than anyone, don't you? I don't think so. She said her name, and he commented on it being a strong Italian name. But I don't think he said his. Again, not to her.
あら
Oh, someone's up
More
early. You're even
okite-ta
dressed.
desu ka?
How unusual.
Ah,
Oh, good
ohayo.
morning. Yeah, I've got something to take care of this morning. Do you sleep well?
ええ
Well enough. No worse than usual, at
いつも通りに。
least. And you? Did you sleep better than on the couch?
そうだな。
I did. I feel
す
quite
っき
well
りとした
rested.
目覚めだ。嘘だ。
Actually, that was probably the worst sleep
正
I've gotten
直
in
よく
ages.
眠れなかっ
She
た。
seems to have slept like a rock, though.
隣に男が
Not
い
sure how I
て、
feel about her letting her guard down so easily around a stranger, but I'll just take it as a sign she trusts me.
単純に
Maybe I'm just invisible to her.
私が眠って
Trust
い
you
る
kept your
間
hands to yourself
変
while
な
I
こ
was
とはし
sleeping.
あ
Won't stand for any
妙な
false
疑いをかけ
accusations.
る
You
んじゃ
have
な
my
い。
word. I didn't do a thing. That's
そう
right.
ね
You promised you wouldn't touch me without
許可なく
permission.
触れ
And
た
you're a
りし
man
な
who
い
keeps your word.
見知らぬ女を
That's
部
some
屋に連れ
impressive
込む
restraint,
大胆
considering
さ
you
があ
wasted
る
no
のに
time trying to bring me
本当に
home.
だから何度も言
The
うが
last
な。
time, you know that's not
そう
why
い
I
う
let you
目
stay
的で
here.
お
Wait,
い
that makes it
待
sound
て
like you really were trying
そ
to
ういう
come
言い
on
方
to
をす
it.
るって。
は
Excuse me, is
バ
there
カなんじゃないですか？
anything in that big head of yours? Lay a
私に
single
不埒
finger on
な
me
行
and
い
you're
をしたら
dead.
殺
In
すわ
fact, you
よ。
deserve to burn in hell for so
大
much
体
as entertaining the
そんな
thought
発
you
想する。
ledger.
じゃあ変
You're
な
the one
人
who
とか
led me
言
into
うな。
that, damn it.
こっちのことを
What's
変
more
だなんだと
impressive
言う
is
が
how you
な
can。go from meek and
君だって
unassuming to
よほど
spewing
だぞ。
venom like an angry rattlesnake in the blink of an eye.
そうね
Well, nice to know. I'm
本当
a
は
mean,
性格
bitter girl. Everyone could use a bit of a
性
mean
格なん
streak,
か
honestly.
少しくらい
Life's no
悪い
fun
方
if you're
が
always
面
playing
白
the
いか
goody
も
two
な。
shoes.
それくらいの勢
Forget
い
the
で
act and be like this
家
around
庭
your
でも好
parents
きに
too.
振る。
As long as you're
無
comfortable
理
with
に
it,
とは
that
言わんが
is.
な。さて、
Anyway,
さっ
breakfast.
さ
I have
と
to head out
朝
to work
飯を
soon.
じゃあ私は出るが。
Okay, off I go.
戸締まりは
Remember to
しっ
lock
か
the
りな。
door if you go anywhere.
ね
Wait.
え昨日
After our
話を
conversation
して
last night,
考
I
えたん
thought
だけ
things
ど
over and decided I will go home. If that's what you want to do, then I support you. She gave me a little smile and nod in response. Like an idiot, I felt a pang of disappointment that she was going to leave, but I was happy she'd finally found the courage to face her family. And besides, that didn't mean I would never get to see her again, so it wasn't the end of the world. I was a little concerned about how her stepfather would react. But regardless, she was still a minor and couldn't keep living with me forever. She was in a better place now that she had been when she'd left, so surely she'd be able to get through to him. Or at very least not let him walk all over her anymore. If she started showing a little assertiveness, he'd probably be more liable to actually listen. And if even that wasn't enough, then well, I was willing to step in and act as a mediator if necessary.
ならもう家を出るかね。
Well, if you're leaving, I can show you the way to the train station.
それなんですけど
Actually, I was thinking of waiting
帰る
until
な
a
ら
school day.
登校日
If I
に
go
合わ
back
せ
on
た
a
いん
day
で
off,
す
then I don't have an escape
休
route,
日
and
に
that
帰る
scares
の
me.
はでも
But since it's
今日はもう
Friday, I wouldn't be able to
金曜日
make
です
it
から。
back in time for school
今
today.
明日と明後
So I
日
was planning
は土
on
日
leaving
で
on
お
Monday,
休み
which means I'll be here for 3 more days. Quite the delinquent you've grown into.
そうねおかげさまで不良娘になってしまったわ
I mean, I hope not. That would be pretty damn awful. I did have a very good example after all. I was still mourning, so she could absolutely make it back in time for school, albeit maybe a couple hours late. But she knew that as well as I did, and some things were better left unsaid. It wasn't hard to imagine her at her desk, diligently taking notes and doing classwork, a top student with perfect attendance.
家出をしたのも。
So running away must have been like turning her whole world on its head.
学校なんか適度に
So much
休
more
め
to the
ばいい。
world than school and studies.
卒業さえできれば
All
い
you
い。
need to get out of it is a
あん
diploma.
なところが世
Everything
界の
else is a
全てと
bonus.
いう
So
わ
if
け
you
じ
need
ゃ
a
ない。
break, take a break.
不良の生活
The
も
outlaw life
それ
ain't
なり
half
に
bad,
楽
now
しい
is
だ
it?
ろう。
そうかも
Could
ね
be worse. I managed to get by without feeling bad about
学校
skipping
を
school,
休んで
which would have
罪
been
悪感を抱かな
unimaginable
い
before.
でも
But still,
私
I'm glad it was you who found me.
モルガーナ。
Morgana.
うん
I said nothing, you hear? Loud and clear,
そうだな。
I heard nothing. And
聞か
having
なか
heard
った
nothing,
僕も
I'm glad our paths crossed too.
君。
素直なあなた
You know,
は
you're
気
kind
持
of
ち悪
creepy
い
when
で
you're
す
being
ね
sincere. Right
お
back
互
at you,
い様
kiddo.
だろ。
We both laughed. Something I wasn't sure had ever happened before. Her smile was softer, warmer than normal, and I imagined mine probably was too.
なあ、君
Hey.。
何ですか
Yes?
その、
I, well,
Alright,
how do I put it? I thought that maybe I'd be able to tell her how I felt, but it didn't seem right to take advantage of her when she was vulnerable like this. I also didn't want to make it too awkward for her to come back either. Not to mention the age difference, but it was most important that she sorted things out in her life first. So ultimately I decided against saying anything.
どうしたんですか
You're not going to finish that thought? If you have something to say, use your words.
大した
It's
こと
nothing.
で
It's
は
just,
ない。
I swear we've met
君のこと
somewhere
を
before.
最近、
And I've been feeling
特に
that
そう
stronger
感
and
じることが
stronger these
多くな
past
っ
few
た。
days. Seeing you in my dreams
君の
even,
姿を
which is why I'm wondering
夢で
if
見ることも
maybe
多
we
くて。
crossed paths sometime long ago.
夢で
Dream
私
about me?
妙
Oh,
な
don't
顔
look
を
at
す
me
る
like
な。
that. Let me guess. You
分
think
かって
that's
いる。
creepy?
別にそん
No,
な
it's
風に
not.
思って
It's
な
not
んか
that.
いま
Just
せんけど
I think I've been having dreams about you too.
気持ち悪い
Let
っ
me
て
guess. You think it's creepy?
まさか。
Of course not. A little awkward maybe, but not in a bad way. It's actually nice. Maybe you're right. Maybe we have met somewhere.
そうだな。
Sure of it.
と、
Now I
So,
really
so,
have to get out of
本当に
here. I'll try to get home as soon as I can today.
ま、
I
ど
know
うせ
you're gonna
君
say
は
never
帰っ
come
てこ
back,
な
but
そんなこと
I'm
ないわ
not.
よ
I'm actually kind of
早めに帰ってき
glad
て
to
くれ
hear
たら
that. Oh, well, I guess I have no choice then. I'll do what I
そう言わ
can.
れ、
え
Yes,
前
please
して
do.
ください
And have a nice day.
うん。
You too. See you later. Ugh, I mean, look, the game brews paranoia, and yeah. It's had a lot of time to do so. I ended up staying here a lot longer than I'd anticipated. And I ended up enjoying my time here far more than I could have ever imagined. Maybe because he paid so much attention to me, for whatever unfathomable reason. After 2 weeks here, there was mountains of new things in his apartment. Books and movies he would never consumed on his own, sweets and pastries in the kitchen, some of nearly everything imaginable, as I had never explicitly expressed any preference. Between the food and movies, much of it had never even been opened, and would likely go to waste, which made me feel bad. I told him more than once to stop buying things that wouldn't get used, but he would just brush me off and say he was doing it for himself, looking mildly irritated as he did. Despite all his griping, he'd put a great deal of time and money into making this a place where I could feel comfortable. I couldn't understand why he went to such lengths for me, though. He had nothing to gain from it. It made so little sense to me that for the first week, I'd even suspected he had some kind of ulterior motive. And the way his words and his actions never seemed to line up made it even more difficult to trust him. After 2 weeks, I'd come to realize that he was just a very roundabout man by nature, and that was him trying to show kindness. Although honestly, I was hardly any better than him about it. At least you realize it's because, like, you know, pot kettle.
家に帰
I
る
know I
と
said I
は言
was
った
going
けれ
home,
ど
but it feels so much more like home here. I raised the blinds, letting the morning sunlight into the room, and then I got to work on my daily routine, which began with cleaning the apartment. By now, I knew where everything went. Once I was finished with that, I picked up the remote control, which I knew how to use well enough now to turn on the news. Ooh, could do so many better things with your time than news. The sun slowly rose higher to the sky, and then it was lunchtime. First, I considered going out somewhere, but I only had 3 days left here, and any time away felt like it would be wasted. So I rummaged through the pantry and fixed myself a simple lunch. After eating, I relaxed a bit on the couch, and soon it was mid-afternoon. At home, I'd never been allowed so much as to make myself a cup of coffee without asking for permission first. But here, I could make it however I wanted, without having to go through anyone. So I made myself a cup with a little sugar and a little milk, brought it out to the living room, and took a seat on the couch. Then I picked up a book I hadn't read yet. Time slowly passed as I turned the pages. It was a kind of serenity I'd never experienced before. Just anything, yeah. A peace of mind I could only feel here. As I turned the pages, a wave of sleepiness came over me. I could only imagine how wonderful that dream If I were to fall asleep feeling so tranquil, the best would be the dream about the fields of wheat so I could see what came next. That sea of gold swaying in the wind, that gentle, welcoming homeland, that tall, shadowy figure standing beside me. Well, don't you just look absolutely exuberant, my dear? Enjoying your life as an ordinary girl, are you? What? Who's there? Who's there? What an utterly preposterous question. I'm almost ashamed to look at you after that. Nothing comes next in the dream. For that realm is naught but an illusion, my dear. This is your continuation. Oh, what do you mean? Let's see what I said. You have no troubles or worries here, do you? You left your past behind to bask in an illusory happiness, blind to the fact that every second of it is based in lies. It's not true. This is real. It's not a lie. And besides, I have plenty of worries here too. Certainly things seem difficult for you now, but they're all trivial concerns next to what you went through before this. Isn't that good? Before, it started coming back to you, hasn't it? The sins of your past life have begun taking shape in your memory. You're beginning to accept that you deserve those hideous scars. So open your eyes and face it. My eyes are open. Not all the way, my dear. You only let yourself see the pretty frame, telling yourself it's the whole thing while ignoring the painting within. Hopefully the illusion doesn't shatter too quickly. But who can say? Your soul was much more deeply affected than theirs were. The weight of your sins is greater than you can imagine. It's not something you can simply leave in the past. Please stop. I can't bear the sound of your voice. You wish to be rid of me? I'm sorry, my dear, but that's simply not possible. Not now that your memories are beginning to resurface. You could have gone on as you were if you hadn't met him. But the gears of fate have fallen into place, and there's nothing you can do to stop it anymore. I don't understand what you're trying to say. Oh, but you do, my dear. You've merely averted your eyes from the truth. You must face it. Accept the path you found yourself on. Stop. But do remember, I am not the one who put you there. Yours is a path of your own creation, built upon the sin you carry on your soul. The sin of... Stop, please, I'm begging you. The sin. Please. Of the witch. No happiness. Why ever happiness? You cannot escape me, because you are me. There's no leaving the past in the past and starting over for you. You must never forget the pain they inflicted, the sorrow you felt, the isolation and despair, the hatred. You can't pretend those years of agony just never happened. Stop, get away. Get out of me. Bad, yeah. Tell me you didn't harm her dog. I smell blood. You instructed me not to kill her. Mistakes were made, limbs were lost. I cleaned up all the blood I got on me. No one suspected anything. They were able to immediately recognize it as the smell of blood, so it's quite a bit, Lord. You have killed before, haven't you? Nothing happened. She is alive, yes? Oh, I knew her years ago. I see. What do you want to do then, Lord? You look sick. What do I want to do? Obviously, this doesn't change anything. We lock the witch up and proceed as planned. Remember exactly who it is, whose hand you're considering accepting. Hey, Morgana, are you alright? Can you hear me? Are you feeling sick? Are you okay? She's conscious at least. What happened? Help me out here. Do you want me to take you? Do you want me to call an ambulance? No doctor will be able to help me. You're on the ground unconscious though. Whoa, you can't just stand up so fast. You need to lie down and rest. Hang on, I'll get some water. Who are you? Huh? What the hell? Did you hit your head when you fell? are you
あなたが
doing here?
モルガーナ。
Morgana?
ね
Tell me, which one of you
Imano.
are you now?
魔女を
You're
殺
the
した
lord
領
who
主
murdered the witch?
何
What? Are you...
妻を
Are
壊
you
し
the
た
businessman
実
who
業
drove his wife to ruin?
君は
What on earth are...
それとも
Or are you...
奴隷の
slave
青
man.
年
モル
今のあなたは
Which one are you? I'm...
それとも
But do you not remember anything? Are you the only one who gets spared from this suffering?
魔女を
Tell me,
殺したの
who
は
killed the witch?
誰
僕は
God, no.
その瞬間
The last missing piece of the puzzle clicked audibly into
失
place.
われていた歯車が噛み合っていった私の
His
瞳
form filled my vision. His face was frozen in terror, as if witnessing the end of the world.
僕の瞳に
Her form filled my vision.
彼女が
Her face was
映り込む。
twisted in hatred, as if witnessing the end of her world.
全てを取り戻して
All
い
came
く
flooding back. There I was,
私がかつて
once a witch with
奇
miraculous
跡の
healing
血を持
powers
つ
in my
聖
blood,
女であったこ
and
と
that I had cursed this man for all eternity with a fate worse than death.
全てを取り戻
All
して
came flooding back. That I was once a feudal lord who
僕が
imprisoned her to steal her blood,
彼女の
turning
血
her
を
into the
奪う領
witch,
主であった
and that I had yearned for a chance to
私
atone.
は
The time I had shared with the slave man meant the world to
奴隷の青年と過ごした日々を
me. Then he had gone and crushed that world along with all my good
僕
memories.
は彼女を愛していたのに
I had loved her with all my heart. Then I had gone and crushed her along with everything she held
そ
dear.
の全ては
While I understood that he hadn't done any of this that this time,
今の
still I was overcome with hatred unlike any I'd ever
ど
experienced
うしてこ
before.
こに僕がい
I
る
had
の
no
か
answer for her. I couldn't explain what I was doing
あら
here.
ゆる時代の記憶と
Thoughts
感
and
情が混
memories
ざ
and
り合い
feelings spanning centuries swirled around in my mind, so disconcerting and
激しい混乱の
chaotic it made me
波が
nauseous.
非現実的
I
だと
didn't reject it as
理
outrageous
不
or
尽だとも思
unreasonable.
わなかった
These were my sins, my mistakes,
今の
regardless of when they had
私
happened.
は
This man had murdered me.
僕は
I had murdered her.
あなたのことが
Though
好
I
き
had
だ
loved him.
君のことが
Though
好
I
き
had
だった
loved
の
her.
けれど
Why did the memories have to come back now, though?
どうして
Why this exact moment?
何も
I
思
could
い出
have
さ
moved
な
forward with my life, found happiness, if only these old memories had stayed lost in the past.
取り
But
返
there
し
was
ない
no escaping them now.
何事もな
There's
か
no
った
laughing
か
it
の
off
よう
and
に
moving
笑
on
い
from
合う
this.
あれほどの
How
仕打ちを
dare you show
私に
yourself
して
before
お
me
い
after
て
everything you've done?
どうしてその
All
あ
the
なた
pain
が
and suffering you inflicted, all the hope you took in your hands and crushed.
二度と会う
I
ことはな
vowed
い
we
と
would never cross paths
そう言っ
again.
て
I engraved it on your soul.
あなた
I
に心を
despise
許しか
myself
け
for
た
coming
自
so
分
close to
が憎
opening
い
up to you.
待て
Wait, please, hold on, Morgana.
その
Don't
声
you
で
dare utter my name again. Not ideal. Not great. Things are bad. This is just cruel. Right as I thought my life wasn't going to be miserable anymore, this
どう
happens.
してこんな
Why
に
should I
経
have
っ
to be
て
at the
も
mercy of these centuries-old
ど
memories?
うして
Why won't you let me forget it all already?
魂の
I wish I
記
didn't
憶
have any
な
of
んて
these accursed memories ingrained in my soul.
ねえミシェル
Kel, when you set me free, it was the witch you released, not the girl.
私の認識
Pulling
を
back the curtain was enough to
覆した
stop me from
最
being
後
a
の
witch.
事実人を呪
But
え
what
な
lay
くな
behind the
った
curtain
た
is
だの
just a
少女
source of
に
new pain for the powerless girl I've
はだっ
become.
て
Because the man responsible for breaking my spirit,
私の心を壊し
fracturing my soul,
分裂
killing my
させ
body, and setting in motion a
私を
tragedy
殺
spanning a
し
millennium,
かつて
was also the man I had loved.
私が愛
The
した
truth you
人だったん
revealed
だ
was
から
unbearable,
だから
so I chose not to bear it at all.
全ての呪い
The
を終え
second
た
I
あの
lifted the
瞬
curse, I
間
closed my eyes and decided I simply wouldn't acknowledge that fact.
私の決
The
意
end of the curse was only me letting go,
立ち向かうこと
not
は
facing up to that revelation.
だって
What could I have even
どう
done?
しろという
Going down that path would only bring me more pain, like I'm
向き合っ
feeling
た
now.
からもう
I wanted nothing to do with it anymore. No hatred, no forgiveness, no
何
reunions.
もかも
I just wanted to be rid of it all.
それなのに
Why can't things ever go the way I want?
ね
Kale, will you offer salvation to this powerless girl as well? Will you take my hand once again? Or will it have to be... She's doing great. Did I black out again? Who's there? Who's calling for me? Finally. Oh. Finally found you, you snot-nosed brat. Do you have any idea how much time you made me waste searching? Ooh. Stop. Ow. Took a few moments for my mind to catch up with what was happening. Where I was, when I was, who I was. His angry shouts echoed in my still jumbled head. You think you have any right to run away and give me more work when I'm the one supporting you and your mother? Ow, stop. Don't yank me like that. Let go of... Want me to let go, huh? Then you should start doing as I say. Oh. Come on, we're going home. Don't you think about giving me any more trouble, you hear? My chest tightened. My spirit, shackled and repressed for so long in this era, went cold. The sound of this man's voice terrified me regardless of what he was saying, and the higher he raised it, the more I recoiled. Over the years, his poison had seeped deep into me, and I glared at him. I wasn't going to let him order me around anymore. I was done. Done with him and everything else that hurt me. If you want to hit me, then go right ahead. I'll take that over going home with you. I'd rather you just killed me here and got it over with. You insult little brat. Oh, you're gonna regret that. I'll fix you right up so you never talk back to me like that again. Jesus, dude. Stop! Get your hands off her! What are you... Lay your hand in her one more goddamn time and I will kill you right where you stand. Who the hell do you think you are? She's my daughter and this is a private family matter. I don't give a fuck who you are. You try touching her again. You try touching Morgana again and see what happens. You know her name? I see how it is. You abducted her, didn't you? You monster. I'll see you put behind bars for this. No. Stop, he didn't do anything, he's a complete stranger. Don't you lie to me, child. If it wasn't him, where have you been the last 2 weeks? You can't say, can you? You run off, not a cent into your name, and then you fall in with the first man you find. You shameless little leech. The only reason she had to run away is because you're an abusive sack of shit. Maybe you should reflect on your own actions before you start criticizing hers, huh? Abusive? Me? You don't know the first thing about me. I never once raised my hand to her until today, and only as a disciplinary measure. Abuse doesn't have to be physical, asshole. Verbally attacking her and not properly providing for her. It all counts as abuse too. Believe me, I know now. Keep your nose out of our family business, you hear me? I don't know what you are to her, but I am her father. You don't get to say in anything, so do us both a favor and scram. Unless you really do want the cops involved, because I'd be happy to call them for you. Whose side do you think they're going to take, huh? Her father's or some man she just picked up off the street? Go right ahead. You're not going to scare me off with empty threats. Stop. Please stop it. I'll go home with you, okay? Stop making a scene. Why would you let him have his way, Morgana? It's enough, and let go of my father, please. But he hit you. I don't want to make a big scene, so please, just stop. He's right. He has the upper hand here. Regardless of the circumstances, Yakopo still housed a 16-year-old girl for 2 weeks without her parents' permission. If I were just a little older, this would be so much simpler. Sorry for running away and making you look for me. I promise I won't disobey you ever again. So please, turn a blind eye just this once. As long as you know who's boss here. I don't want to get anyone else involved either, so I'll let this whole little scuffle slide. Asshole. Let's go, Morgana.
Morgana!
One last thing I want you to know, please. The only thing I want for you is for you to be happy. I wish I could have given you that myself, but that's beyond my power and I know it all too well. It was he who took your hand and led you to salvation. It's something I could never do, had no right to do. I remember everything I did to you now, so I promise you this. I won't force myself to be a part of your life anymore. But I hope you'll still let me wish that you can live a happy, normal life this time around. Planning to keep us here all night? Get moving. I don't know the actual time, but this is now the longest visual novel we've streamed, like hard stop. I'd have to go back to the archives to find when we started, but it might be close. This is hands down, like this is longer than some like non-visual novel games at this rate that we've played, like RPGs. So it has been a little while, but now you have me curious too. So hold on a second. Now I have to find out. The first one, late April. So it's still been a really long time, but it hasn't quite hit a year yet. But late April. Yeah. Yeah, this had break periods. I mean, all Sundays end up that way. But life happened a little more this year than the year Child happened, so... No, also wasn't expecting that, but here we be. I pray that you'll find happiness wherever it may be. The inside of his car reeked of cigarette smoke. Every breath I took felt like it would make me gag. Jacopo smoked too, but the smell at his apartment wasn't nearly so repulsive. My stepfather, pushed me into the back seat, then drove off grumbling into the night. And I realized then how different grumbling out of spite and grumbling out of love could sound, even if the words were unchanged. From time to time I glanced out of the window to see Paris zooming by as the car barreled down the road. I suspected I would never see this place again, never visit his house again. The light I had found over these past 2 weeks was dimming before my eyes. And once we were home and the light faded completely, I would be at a bird in a cage, alive but not living. In the blink of an eye, it's all gone again. But I guess that's just how it works. Our farewell back then was sudden as well. Wait, what am I thinking? I'm glad he's out of my life. Never wanted to see his smug face again. Now I don't have to worry about any of those intrusive feelings he causes me. Hatred, anger, hopelessness, the teeniest bit of fondness. But the more I tried to push his memory away, the louder his final words came back to me. Also, hey Potts, how's it going? Welcome to Piper in the chat. Sounds like it was a good con. Or at least it had good swag. I mean, no, it sounds like it was a good con. So hell yeah. Fata Morgana continues to be, happy. You know. But I hope you'll still let me wish that you can live a happy, normal life this time around. Yes, the entire Reincarnations chapter, which takes place in modern day, has a new art style and is fully voiced. Including when they flash back to scenes from previous content, they voice those too. How do you expect me to do that when I'm trapped in this cage? Where did this... I felt something I didn't remember in my pocket. This game is... If it wasn't for the fact that we have Umineko on the horizon, the longest and craziest visual novel we've played. Pretty bar none. With the exception of the fact that Umineko looms high on the horizon. There's a small handwritten note. Careful not to alert my stepfather, I unfolded the square of paper. And written in it was a neat list of addresses and phone numbers. At first I couldn't figure out what they were for, but as I read further, the pieces began falling into place. It was contact information for a wealth of social services and scholarship programs. Ramen has tickets. Ramen has committed all of the tickets they have to at least getting me to start Umineko. I don't think they can realistically force me to finish it, but I feel like if I'm gonna be like 10 streams deep, it would be a dick move to just be like, I'm gonna cut it there. So yeah, we're just gonna commit a year of Sundays. But I'm at least gonna make Ramen work for it. I've accepted my fate, but I've accepted that he's gotta use the tickets anyway. So, you know, everything from services run nationwide by the government to small local ones. Every square inch of paper was packed to the bursting point with his handwriting. When on earth had he found time to collect all this information? I hadn't told him about my family situation until last night.
おは
Good
よう。
morning. Yeah, I got something to take care of this morning. Did you sleep well?
まさか
Is that why he was up so early?
バカな人。
What is wrong with him? Maybe the list was meant for himself, and he had been planning to contact these places as a way to help me. Yes, that's why you found it in your pocket. Maybe giving the list to me wasn't originally his intention. It really was just notes for himself, pure information, and not some kind of message. However, I felt as though I could hear him in every line, like I could feel the heart he poured into it, in the form of his voice. And he was saying,
君の人生は
Your life is yours and yours
Kimi.
alone. You know, Yokopo,
Jacopo.
I really hope we don't ever cross paths again.
私だって
Nothing good could possibly come from us meeting in the next life.
あなたと出会ったら
I'm tired of having to deal with you.
まただから私
I
は
hate you, and I pray I never have
あ
to
な
see
た
you
との
again.
再会は願う。それでも
But should you wish to see me, and should that wish take priority
私と
over
の
my
再
own,
会を必ず
promise you'll treat me well.
私を幸せにそれができた
And
時
if you can manage that, then I... What's wrong? I
全部
remembered everything.
愚かな夢の
Apparently, a few fragments of that childish
本
dream
当
were
の
still
姿
missing.
あれはただの
It
幻想
wasn't
では
merely
な
a
かった
fantasy, but a dream seen by a
消
soul
滅を
in the
迎えよ
throes
う
of
と
its
する彼
destruction.
のあの時
His soul was on the brink of complete
彼の
eradication,
魂は
bound in place and soon to be lost
もう
forever.
彼の自責
It
の
was
念
his
を
final
そう
wish,
させたこ
brought
と
on
で
by the weight of his guilt.
館に囚われた
While
者
I
た
freed the
ちを
souls
解
trapped in
放
the
しても
mansion, he had never wanted to be set
彼
free.
永遠の贖
And
罪
having
が
been
許され
denied
ない
his
の
eternal
ならば
penance,
己
he
を完
chose to
全に
erase
殺す
himself
こ
from
と
the
で
world entirely.
どうしてあなたが
What are you doing
私
here?
その答えを
Turned
持っ
out
て
the
い
answer
る
to
の
that
は
question was in me.
彼をあの
I
世
was the
界
one
か
who had
ら
let him out of that
導
dream,
いて
prevented his soul from being lost to eternity. I don't know. This is the last thing on the main menu. So we did main story, post story, other post story, chapters, which were like short stories, and this is reincarnations. This is the last thing unlocked on the main menu outside of what I assume is just like a library sound test, art test. So I don't know. But this is the fourth chapter? And it's been like 4 or 5 streams of this. But we've been cutting the streams shorter because they've been about an hour and a half long for each of them. And I didn't kind of want to start the next one. She's a bit overwhelming. I hope the landlord isn't quite so boisterous. Ah,
綺麗な男
the
の
place,
人
yes. She said he was a pretty young man.
とりあえず
Well,
挨
I should
拶
at
に
least
行
say
かないと
hello.
いけ
I
ない
can
わ
leave my
ね
bags inside and unpack when I'm done. See, we knew this happened because even before reincarnations, we saw this. This was a thing we knew.
あら
This was what we saw at the
ジョ
end
ー
of
が
the
こ
true
んなと
ending,
ころ
right?
まで
That
入
was
り込んでいる
a
わ
ways back now. Was it at the true ending, or was it at the end of their chapter in the like after stories? The game is great, but it's long enough that everything just kind of rolls together. It's not like we played it separately. Chapter, okay. Oh, a butterfly. How did you get in here?
弱っているの
It's
ね
moving kind of sluggishly. Don't worry, I'll get you back outside where you belong.
さようなら
Take care.
ここね
This is the place.
人に会うの
I'm
はあ
not
ま
looking
り
forward
得
to
意では
this.
ないのだ
Too
け
many
ど
new people in one day.
ちょっと待ってくださ
Coming. It'll be just a
い
second.
あら
A woman's voice, but the
女の人。
landlord's a man, isn't he?
確か
Maybe
大
a
家さん
sister
って
or wife?
男
ああ、
I'll get
私
it.
がで
Wait, that voice. I'm surprised she didn't. Well, okay. She wouldn't recognize Giselle's voice because it had emotion in it. So she wouldn't recognize her as the maid because she didn't sound like her, even though it's the same.
きっと引っ越してきた子
Probably
で
the
す
new
よ
girl. We should
一
both
緒
go
に
out to
迎えま
greet
しょ
her.
う
ああ、
Yep. You're right.
やっぱり
It's our new
2
neighbor.
階
Yes, she would definitely recognize his
いらっ
voice.
しゃい。
It's a pleasure to have you.
そして
And so this will be the CG we've seen before, right? Oh, okay. Epilogue. Ah,
いらっしゃい。そしてようこそ。私はそういうつもりだっ
we've
た。
cut it at every chapter so far. If this is something that could be finished tonight, but the chapters haven't been an hour long yet. But epilogue could be. There's no. Usually I have Ramen to be like, hey Ramen, how long is the chapter? But Ramen wouldn't know either. So, the pleasure to have you, and welcome to the building. Or what I was planning to say when I opened the door
だ
anyway.
って
I assumed,
今
like
までの
everyone
ことを
else, she
考え
wouldn't
たら
remember
だ
us.
から自然
So I
に
simply wanted to provide her
彼
with a
女を
warm,
優しく
friendly
迎え
greeting.
入れそんな言葉
Help
を
her feel at home.
けれど
But she interrupted me before I could
久
finish.
しぶり。
We meet again. It is a different CG then. Okay.
何ですか？
I'm just gonna keep
その
staring.
沈黙は。
Don't tell me you don't remember me.
だったら
I don't want to have to serenade you with a millennium's worth of our dark history together on my first day. You know who we are?
あら、
Do you
そ
rather
ん
I
な態度
didn't?
を取られる
Oh,
なん
you
て
wound
信
me,
頼
my dear.
そんなこと。
No, of course not. It has been far too long.
モルガーナ
Morgana, I'm so glad to
本当に久しぶりだ。
finally see you again.
会えて
Did
よ
you
か
choose
った
this apartment knowing we were here?
もしかしてこのアパ
No?
ートのこと
Like
も
most
知
things
って
in
いたのか
Reincarnations, happy coincidence.
私たちがこ
Did
こ
you
に
come
住ん
here
で
so
い
we
る
could
と
meet
して
again?
思い上がりはよ
You
し
might
て。
want to deflate that head of yours a bit. Of course I didn't. If I knew you were here, I would have never chosen to live
知って
here.
正直
Nearly had a
あなた
panic
たちが
attack when
出
you
て
answered
き
the
た
door.
時
Never in all my life did I expect our fates to cross once more.
相変わらずだ
I
な
see a little reincarnation wasn't enough to change you. Oh,
そ
but
ん
you
なこと
know
言
you're
って
just
るけど
happy to see us, aren't you?
モルガーナが
I can
本
see it
当
on your
に嫌
face.
がってないことくら
You're
い
surprised,
ちゃん
but
と
in a
伝
good
わ
way.
って何なのよその
Someone's
自
rather
信
sure of
は
themselves.
あなたの能天気な
Seeing
笑
that
顔を
stupid
見てい
smile
た
of
ら
yours, I've changed my mind.
嫌気がさ
I'm
してき
annulling
ま
the
した
contract and finding a new apartment.
ちょ
Farewell.
ちょちょちょ
Whoa, 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 you're joking, right? We haven't seen each other in so long.
再会の時くら
Can you
い
perhaps set the
憎まれ口を叩くのは
critically
控えてく
aside
れ
for
ない
just
か
for the occasion?
何億分の
Remember,
1という
we
確
agreed to
率で出
become
会ってし
friends
まっ
if by
たのだ
some
から
infinitesimally low chance we were to meet again.
モルガーナ
Or did you
そ
not
れ
hold
と
that
も
promise
あ
as
の
dearly
約
as
束
I?
私にとっては
Because it meant quite a bit to me.
も
You silly man.
うそうね
Not good friends and not
愛しき友
acquaintances
人でも
either. Just plain
愛しき
friends.
隣人でも
Can't
な
believe
く
it's actually happening.
友達なりましょうか
I mean, yeah, it has been the whole night. There we go. So yes, let's be friends. Well, it's good to have you here,
改めて
Morgana.
よう
If
こそ
there's anything you need, let us know.
ええよろ
Pleasure's
しく
mine. Michelle,
Michelle.
Giselle,
Gi-
Mikhail. Do we get to
So
actually
much.
end it on that fateful day we
私たちは
found each other
こ
again?
こに至るまで
Because
彼
we
女
knew
の
nothing
人
of her
生
life
に
from
何
before
が
our
あったの
reunion.
かわからない
Although the
彼
same
女だ
could
け
be
で
said of
私
everyone.
は
I
こ
believed
の
that our
再会
crossing
が
paths
希
was
望
a
の
sign
始
of
まり
good
である
fortune,
と信じてい
the
たし
start of a new, brighter
そ
chapter,
れぞれの
free
人
of the
生
kinds of tragedies
か
we'd
つて
once
のような
endured.
悲劇しかしそれは
I only had my own
私という
experiences to
人間から
compare
見た
against, though, and I
一
couldn't
方
say
的な
whether
物
anyone
差しであ
else's
る
new struggles and ordeals felt the same way to them.
私にできること
Nor
なん
was there
て
anything I could do to help them
もう
through
なかっ
them
たのか
either,
もしれない
which is probably for the best.
本来であれば人
People's
の人
lives
生
were
に
not a
介
thing
入
you
するこ
could
となど
or should simply go
やすやす
sticking
と
your
はで
nose
きる
into.
一人一人が
It was their
自
life
分の
and
人生
their
を
choice to
選び
make,
抜いていく
not mine.
そして
And I assumed circumstances were different enough from before.
それができるのだと
That
信
they
じて
had
い
the
る
freedom to make their own decisions this time. Time trotted on unwaveringly, and soon the first week of June was upon us. The first few days we mostly spent catching up with each other, sharing stories of both this life and past. But now things had settled into a more normal routine. Morgana had evidently been through quite a bit before moving into our building. While she didn't go into any detail, between the lines she painted a picture of a troubled relationship with her family. At one point asked if there was anything we could do to help, to which she responded, "It's already been taken care of. I hope so." Seeing the relief on her face and hearing it in her voice, okay, I took that to be the honest truth rather than an attempt to downplay her situation. So she used the numbers. Good. So I left it there, and that was all I knew from before she moved in. Naturally, I was more than willing to lend a hand if need be, but I got the feeling that wouldn't be necessary, at least not in this life. And I meant that in the best way possible. I sensed a strength in her now, different than the power she wielded in lives past. The strength to press forward in the face of any adversity. So if she were ever to take my hand, it wouldn't be me leading her, but the two of us walking shoulder to shoulder. Friends. Nothing more and nothing less. Looking at it from a distance, nothing about our reunion could be considered ordinary. But we lived it every day, so it was easy to forget. To fall into the mindset that this was how things always were. That quiet and uneventful was the norm rather than a fleeting miracle. And that was wonderful, I thought. It was something both Morgana and I had long sought after. At long last attaining it in this new life. So I was able to brush off the majority of everyday grievances, including Morgana having turned a bit slovenly. Giselle, more tea. Coming right up. Giselle, I'm out of munchies. You ate all of those already? Giselle, rub my shoulders. Are you... Alright, sure. Sorry, no. This is one thing I cannot let slide. You can't just come over, throw yourself on the couch, and start ordering Giselle around like she's your personal maid. And you need to stop enabling her, Giselle. She's going to be beyond saving soon if you keep on like this. I'm doing it again. It's like I'm programmed to obey her. She is my personal maid, so I fail to see the issue here. She doesn't belong to you, and she's not a maid anymore either. Oh, you're so fussy, my dear. Remind me, who was it who said you can come over whenever you like, weekdays, weekends, holidays, we're always happy to have you? Yeah, I said that, and I meant it, but I didn't say you could fashion yourself a queen. You sprawled out on the couch, stuffing your face with junk food and playing phone games as legitimate nightmare fool. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, she has a phone now. I'll get over it. The last millennium was very hard on me, so I decided to take the next 80 or so years off to relax. I can't say she's wrong. I really can't. Nothing against taking things easy, but you can't take your whole life off because your last one was too hard. Look, there's a difference between too hard and the shit that happened to her. The last few weeks have made one thing very clear. You're even worse than me at taking care of yourself. Why take care of myself when I can have someone else do it for me? Oh dear, you sound like King Neat Era Mikhail. Well, you certainly didn't have it easy, that's for sure. I want you to be happy this time as much as possible. See, Giselle's on my side. Please don't let her walk all over you, Giselle. She needs to shape it up if she ever wants to be able to live on her own. You sound like your father. Oh, on that note, do you have any ideas for when you get out of here, Morgana? Any dreams, anything you want to do? You're 17 right now, right? So you must have transferred here because there was something you had your eyes on. Do anything to help you make your dreams come true, Morgana. You assume the best of everything, and I can only assume that means there's something wrong with your head. What was that, little girl? Because it sounded incredibly rude. No, you didn't need to worry about it. I was merely an expression of surprise. No offense intended. You really don't feel the slightest bit of animosity towards me, do you? If I were you, I would be praying and my dreams ended in disaster, not offering to help make them reality. Oh, Morgana, not everyone can hold a grudge as well as you. It's all water under the bridge. I couldn't be happier to have you back. Sure, it may not have been fun at the time, but I overcame those trials, and that experience is an important part of who I am now. Not to mention, the only reason I'm here today, living with Mikhail, is because you wished it for us. If anything, I'm extremely grateful to you. She makes it sound like I'm the unreasonable one for holding a grudge, but I don't know how anyone couldn't. I could never imagine coming to see all that pain is important. Giselle and Mikhail, they helped me, though. They fought to free me from that cycle, and for that, they are important. But never in 1,000 years will they hear me say that. Something in your mind, Morgana? No, nothing worth mentioning. I was simply admiring the dumb look in your face. If it's not worth mentioning, don't mention it. Well, I should head down. Maria's probably waiting for me. Oh, I didn't realize it was so late. Is there anything I can help with? Nope, we got it. Everything's going smooth as butter. You should drop by and say hi later on. Bring Morgana, too. Will do.
何か
I'll make
飲み
drinks and
物で
bring
も
them
持っ
down
て
in
い
a
け。
bit.
私は行きませ
I'm
んけ
staying
ど
right
ね。
here. This boss
ゲ
isn't
ー
going
ム
to
で
beat
忙
itself.
しいですし。
I so dearly want to know what she's playing.
そう言わずに。
Now, now.
じゃあまた
Alright,
後ほ
well,
ど。
see you in a bit.
お店を開く
Sounds like everything's
話。
moving along nicely.
こちらの手
So
伝いがいら
smoothly,
ない
I'm
く
no
らい
longer
順調
needed.
だ。
The renovations are almost complete, and she's hoping to open for business by the end of the month.
こんなに早く
Thought
進
the
む
whole
とは
process
思
would
ってい
take a
な
little
かった。
longer, and that she would be counting on me for more of it.
人と一緒に
We
作
both
業
know
を
you
進
weren't
め
made to
る
play
のは
co-op. If you want to help, set up an office and start filling in
書類
spreadsheets.
仕事でも手伝って。
お前は本当に辛
Ruthless
辣
as
だ
ever, I say.
な。なあ、モルガ
Morgana,
ナ。
could you consider not being stubborn for a few minutes and coming down to see them?
意地なんて張
I'm
って
not
ま
being
せんよ。
stubborn. I'm just taking control of my life.
というか、
You make it sound like I'm throwing a tantrum, but there's a lot more on the line here than a kid whose mom won't buy her ice cream.
過去の記憶は
Do you think if your old memories could ever say push you forward rather than constantly hold you back?
前に
Not long ago, I had a curious dream. In it, I saw a vision of what seemed to be a park at night.
そこで
You were sitting on a bench, pleading for me to help you. You said that while I had brought salvation to the witch Morgana,
普通の少女と
doing
して
so
のお
I
前
had
に
only
は
caused more pain for the ordinary girl Morgana.
あれは本当に
But I suspected that wasn't just a dream.
ただの夢
Well,
よ。
you suspect wrong. No such thing ever happened, and I don't need any help.
そうか
Alright, I'll take you at your word. If there's even a hint of truth to what I saw,
いくらでもお
know
前
that
の
I'm
助け
here
に
and
なる
ready to help with anything. Not to take your hand and lead you, though, but to give you a push forward.
モルガーナ。
時折、
Sometimes I don't understand how I'm still here.
お
あらゆる物
Everything in
事
this
には
world has
容
a
量があ
maximum
って、
capacity, and the
それ
soul
は
is no
魂に
exception.
も当てはまると思
During
い
my
ます。
time in that mansion, I should have reached my capacity.
何せ、
It's no small task binding multiple souls in one place for so long. By all rights, I shouldn't have had enough left to be reborn into a human body
こ
like
の世
this.
にもっと
Assuming there was enough left for me to come back at all, it should have been in something more fleeting.
それなのに
But despite all that, I managed to be born into the same generation as you, and it baffles me every time I think about it.
失った容量を埋め
Perhaps
る
because there was another soul inside of you that replenished some of that missing energy.
今の私
I
に
highly doubt her soul is part of me now, because if it was,
もっと優
you'd
し
be
く
more
なっている
affable.
ちょっと
Excuse me, don't put words in my mouth, but yes, that's what I was gonna say.
私は
I think she's in there with you myself. You're softer now than you were when you were the witch.
人間味があるし
Softer, and you have
柔
more
ら
heart
かく
too.
なる。だから
I believe that in time you'll start to see more of her influence in you,
過去ではなく
and that with her help, you'll be able to start truly living in the present, not chained to the past as you are now.
だ
Well,
と
hopefully you're right.
私が
He's probably right
こ
that
の世に生まれた
that
の
the
は
other me is to thank for me being born into
確
this
かに
world.
でも
But she's not the only reason, I'm
そ
sure
れ
of
だけ
that.
じゃ
ともかく
But back to my original
やっ
question.
ぱり
Can I convince you to come down and say hi later?
中庭の
Maria
様子
should
を
be
見
there
に行
too.
く。そもそも
You
マ
don't
リ
have
ア
any
には
grudge against her, do you?
私は断片的にしか知らない
I'm
が
only privileged to bits and pieces of what happened, but I was under the
彼
impression
女
that
は
Maria
お
took
前の
good
こと
care
を
of
気にか
you,
けていた。
and you were fond of her yourself as well.
彼女に
Can
関
I
しては
assume then that you simply think a meeting with her would be awkward?
違うわよ
Not at all,
うるさ
Mr.
いわね
Armchair Psychologist. As I said, I've got a boss who needs...
全く進んで
Boss
ない
you've
よう
left
に見え
untouched
る
this entire conversation?
もう
Oh, fine, you win. I'll go say hi, but that's it. You wanted to make drinks... You wanted to make drinks for them, right?
あ
Yeah, I was thinking about making some fresh lemonade.
そう
Then I'll help.
じゃあ手
It's
伝う
hot
わ
and muggy out, so don't forget
汗
the
ばむ季
ice.
節にな
Who
ってきた
forgets the ice and
ここに戻って
lemonade?
いきましょう
But okay, you know, she's trying
あ
to
そう
help.
だな。
Good catch, Morgana. Who serves hot lemonade on a hot day?
その椅
It would
子
still
は
be
こっち
better
の
than
方
nothing,
で
admittedly, but...
あ
Chairs over
観葉
here.
植
Oh,
物は入り
plants
口
by
の
the
方に
door.
置きましょう
And
か
then we want... Oh,
Michelle.
Mikhail. And you brought
それに
Morgana.
モ
I'm
ル
so
ガー
glad you
ナも
decided to come down.
差し入れをし
Going
た
back
ら
up as soon as
す
you
ぐ
have your
戻るわ
drinks.
そんなこと
Hey
言
now,
わ
don't
な
be
いで
like
くだ
that.
さ
At
いっ
least have a
て
look at the patio while
せ
you're
っか
here.
く中庭の一
We've got
角
a few
に
tables
何
set
席
out in
か
a
置かせ
section
ても
of
ら
the
ってるんで
courtyard.
す
Come on, it's over here.
どうですか
It's just lovely, isn't it?
まあ
It's
So
not
ne-
bad. Hey, I got those
観葉
plants you were
植物
talking
持
about.
ってきたけど
Holy shit! Now there's a face I didn't expect to see.
こんなとこで会うの久しぶ
Have
り
you been holding up,
気
girl?
にしてた
Wait, you two know each other?
もうお知
From
り合
this
いだった
time
んで
or
すか
from before?
そういうんじゃなく
No,
て
she doesn't remember anything. We just
Tada.
happened to cross
So
paths about a year ago. Oh, thank God you remember me. You live in this building now?
ええ
Yes.
Ma.
Well, for the last couple of weeks at least. I hope
最近引っ越して
you've
きた
been
ん
well
です。
too. Never been better. I mean, minus getting tossed out of my ass by my last job. Oh, hi. I'm sorry to hear that.
そうだったん
I'm
ですか。
surprised you'd be so casual about it.
まあ過ぎちゃ
As
っ
to
た
say
こと
around
は
these
仕方ない
parts,
し
c'est la vie, and it gave me
何よ
this
り
chance to work
お
with
かげで
Giselle,
ジ
so I
ゼル
can't
と一
complain.
緒に店をやることになったかね。
Hold on, does she actually say I wasn't paying attention to it?
まあ過ぎちゃったことは仕方ないし、何よりおかげでジゼルと一緒に店をやることになったかね。
She doesn't actually say c'est la vie, but there must be some Japanese equivalent to it.
これも怪我の
When
巧
life
妙
gives
っ
you
てや
lemonade.
つよ。
Wait, that's not how it
で
goes. Shit.
なんか
なんだか
You know, Morgana's a little
Maria-san
different
の
with
前だと
Maria around. It's
俺
cute.
私たちの前だ
Especially
と
compared
辛
to how
辣ですから
ruthless she can
ね
be with us.
あの
She
人
seems almost like an ordinary teenage girl.
てかさ、
But hey, if you live here now, that means we'll be seeing each other a bunch.
お昼ご飯は
Come down
下
for
に
lunch,
食べ
and
に
I'll
来
make
て
you
よね。
something special.
考えておくわ
I'll consider it.
うんうん。
You do that. Actually, heck, forget that. You should just work here. Giselle would love to have you.
かわいいウェイ
We
トレ
could
ス
get
さん
you
の
a darling little
服が
waitress
用意しちゃう
uniform. You could be. I don't. She could be the maid. That's clearly
そ
the
れ
answer
は
here.
嫌よ
Not a chance.
Daichi.
You're not going to need that many hands at a newly opened cafe anyway.
人手が
The
必
goal
要
is to
な
make
く
such
ら
a
い
big splash that we do need the hands. Gotta go in firing on all cylinders.
前の喫茶店
Bold
は
claim
観
for
光団
someone
に
who was
してたの
fired
に
on 0 cylinders at their last job.
あれは
That's not on me. That place looked like crap in a crappy location with a crap owner. But the owners here are great.
夫婦揃って
Giselle and her hubby are the
笑っ
most
ちゃうくらい
ridiculously
お人よ
sweet
し
couple
だ
I've
しさ
ever met.
マ
We're
リ
we're
ア
not
さん
married yet, Maria.
あれ違ったの
You know, weren't you talking about fixing that before the grand opening? She's sharp.
その
That
予
was the
定だった
plan,
ん
but
で
it
すけ
turned
ど
out to be more work than we expected, so we haven't had time for personal matters.
あんたたち
Come on,
ね
guys, that's is a big deal. It's the sort of thing you want to get done now, or you're going to end up pushing it off
ずっとこ
forever.
れでお店が繁盛
Say,
しちゃったり
say you
して
open for business now. Word spreads, and you're up to your ears in customers. The deeper you get, the less and less time you'll have.
そのうち
Before you know it,
ジゼル
your
が
custom-tailored wedding dress
ウェディングドレス
isn't going to fit the
着られなくなっちゃうかもしれ
same.
笑い事じゃ
No
ないし
laughing matter, and you can't just let her handle everything. Bust out the calendar, start planning.
あわかりました
Okay, okay, you made your point. Could we please change the subject?
じゃ私はそろそろ
Heading
戻
back
るね
upstairs.
あー待って
Hold up, one question before you run off.
うん
あんたの
Your
名前
name. We're basically neighbors now, so I can't keep dancing around what to call you.
言って
Did I never
Ma
tell you?
sen
No, you never did.
聞いて
No,
ない
you
よ
didn't. You barely said a word when you came to my
前の喫茶店
cafe
で
with you
あ
know
いつと
who.
あいつだけが
Meanwhile,
ベラ
he
ベラ
had
と
no idea when to
どう
shut
でも
up
いい仕
talking
事
my
の
ear off
話
about
なん
his
かしちゃ
dumbass
って
job.
あそういえ
Speaking
ば
of, you still in touch with him?
取っていません
I am not, and I intend to keep it that way.
やっぱり
Figured
何
something
かあっ
happened
た
between you two. He was talking to me about how he'd never see you again, and he seemed pretty concerned.
特に何
It
か
was
があ
no
った
one
わけではあ
specific
りませ
thing.
ん
That was just how things worked out.
そう
Huh, well, I'm not going to shove my nose into private matters I don't even understand.
ああとに
Anywho,
かく
names.
名前
Mine's Maria. and It's
私
great
は
to see
マ
you
リア
again.
不思議なもの
Fate
ね
is a curious thing. I never imagined I would be here doing introductions with her again.
私の名
My
前
name
は
is
モルガー
Morgana.
ナ
It's my pleasure.
モルガーナ
Morgana? That's a really nice name. Sounds Italian, too. I'm from the Milan area. Love to show you around sometime.
ええ
It would be lovely to visit someday, yes.
レンタカー
We
で
could
も
rent
借
a
り
car,
て
just drive
いろん
wherever
な
the
ところ
roads take
ぐる
us. I would not trust myself in a car with Maria behind the wheel. She's the best character in this game. Don't trust her to drive a car safely, okay? Would
モルガ
not.
ーナあ
Morgana,
もしかし
you're
て
not a fan of road trips then?
車嫌いと
Not
か
married to the idea. We can always do something.
そうじゃなくて
Well, I'm fine with cars. That's not it. There's something I want to tell you, Maria.
ありがとう
Thank you, and
それか
so
ら
sorry. Huh? I don't think anyone did anything worthy of thanks or apology.
あなたも
It's just
覚えて
something
い
you
ない
wouldn't
よう
remember
な
long, long ago.
なんか
You've completely lost me, girl, but I mean, even if anything did happen however long ago,
やっぱり
you still don't need to
謝るのとか
apologize.
必
Everything's
要ない
totally cool. If you say so.
やはり
I think
白
I
い
was
髪
right.
の
The
娘
white-haired
は
girl is in there with her.
私もそう
I think
思
so
います
too,
よ
yeah. I'm glad they were able
う
to
ま
make
くま
things
と
work
まっ
out.
た
ええ
As am I.
まとまりきってな
Not
いこと
everything's
も
been
あり
lined
そう
up
だ
all
が
nice and neat in a row, but
これ
there's
ばかり
not
は
much I can do about that myself.
そういえばマリアさ
Oh,
ん
Maria, I wanted to ask you something.
お店を開く
Would you be
前に
interested in throwing a
関
party
係者や
before
お
the
友
opening
達を
of
集めて
before the
ちょ
opening
っ
for
とした
everyone
パ
who's
ー
helped
ティーを
make it
開くの
happen?
ってどう
And
でしょ
maybe
う
some friends too.
おーいい
Oh, that sounds great. I'm all in. You already said on who all's coming?
いえ
Nope,
まだ
still in the
これ
idea
から
phase.
考
If
え
you
る
have
ところ
anyone
な
you'd
の
like
で
to invite, go right ahead.
オッケー
You got a boss, except I
言ってみたけど
just moved to the country and don't know much of anyone.
かけられ れるだけ
I'll see if I can think of
声を
anyone though.
お願いしま
Thank
す
you. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm sure no one of import will turn up. Yeah, definitely not.
なんか
Such a strange sight, the two of them here now, talking and laughing.
確かに
Certainly is.
前の
Back
時は
then, Maria was putting on an
マリア
act,
も
and
本性
Giselle
を
was still in
隠し
her
ていた
role
し
as the maid.
この方がほっ
This
と
feels
す
so
る
much nicer. It's warm,
どち
and
ら
they're
も
both
裏表
themselves
なく
now.
て
そう
I was going to say it's
普通すぎ
boring.
て
There's
つ
no
まらないな。
tension.
普通な方が
Normal
い
is
いだろ
best. It's a luxury many can't
う簡
afford.
単にもう二度
And
と
it's something I wish to do my
失
best to
わな
never
いよう
lose
にし
again.
な
もう呪いは
There's
な
no
いの
curse
だ
to
か
get in the
ら
way anymore, so you
大
should
丈
be
夫よ。
fine. This is how things were meant to be.
これが
Besides,
本
I
来
know
の
you.
姿だ
No
っていう
walls too
のな
high
ら
for you to scale.
そうかもしれないな
Suppose you're right.
モルガーナ
That goes for you too, Morgana.
お前を縛る
You're
もの
not
も
bound
も
by
う
the
なく
curse
なったん
anymore
だ
yourself.
じゃあそろそろ
Well,
上に
we
戻
should
ろうか
probably head up now. We'll probably come back down this
次の
evening with
差し入
more
れは
refreshments.
一
Like
緒
how they
に
make
作
them?
ってみるか
私とあなたで
Two of us cooking. I hope you have a hearse
死人が出
parked
そうな
outside to
家出
collect
に
the
なりそう。
bodies.
まあ
Suppose it
いいでし
wouldn't
ょ
hurt to give it a try, though. But maybe at some point, people are, what, you made dinner? Raquel's already a surprise, but you helped too, Morgana? Good heavens, what miracle am I witnessing?
第一声がそ
It's
れ
a
って
very unique and
どういう
rather
ことです
rude, if
か？
I do say so myself, way to
まず
say
は
thank you.
ありがとう
Would you like to try that
でしょ
again? Ah, sorry, I just couldn't believe my ears. I'm thrilled, though, really.
それで
If you don't mind me
肝心
asking,
のご飯は
where's the food?
今持ってきている
It'll
わ
be here shortly. Mikhail's carrying it in.
Yeah.
Come on, Mikhail, hurry it up. What's taking so long?
ちょっと待って
Don't rush me. I'm trying to keep my
階段で
balance on
滑
the
ったら
stairs so we
大
don't
変
have
な
a
ことにな
disaster
る
on our
というか
hands.
モルガーナ
If you want to speed it up, you can always help me carry it.
ちょうどいい運
You
動
need
に
the
なるでしょ
exercise. I believe
頑
in
張
you.
って
Finally made it. The food's here, everyone.
これは
What's
一
in
体
the pot?
野菜スープです
Vegetable soup with
Good
extra
accent.
vegetable.
おかしくな
Didn't
い
you
です
say you were
か
going to bring us something light and easy to eat outside?
サンドイ
I
ッ
was
チとか
expecting like sandwiches or
サンドイッチとか
sandwiches
サンドイッチじゃない
or
です
even
か
だ
sandwiches.
から言ったんだ
Tried to tell her you wouldn't like it.
うるさいわ
Quiet, you. Vegetable soup is all I know how to make. It's safe, impossible to mess up. Not true. Difficult to mess up, not impossible.
不足しが
And
ち
a
な
good
野
source
菜
of
も取れ
vitamins
る
and
し
minerals. What's not to like?
本
Wow,
当に
this
野
really
菜
is
しか入
nothing
って
but
ないわ
vegetables, not even a
肉
scrap
の
of
か
meat.
けらも見当たらないあんたって
Are you a vegetarian girl or practicing to go live live in the mountains?
とりあえず
Anyway, I'll run to the bakery and get some bread. We'll probably want some cheese too.
じゃあ
Grab
つい
some
でに
beer while you're out too, would you? I know we're not quite finished for the day, but it's cool, right? Alright, sure, but today's the one and only day you get to drink on the job. This chapter is definitely going to be longer than the hour, isn't it?
この季節に外で
There's
飲む
nothing
ビー
better
ル
than
っ
a
て
cold one
最
outside
高
this
だ
time
よ
of
ね
year. Nice cool breeze to go with it too. It's perfect.
そうは言っても夏
And then
に
when
なった
summer
ら
comes around, it'll be
暑い
there's
日に
nothing
飲む
better
ビ
than
ー
a
ルは
cold
最
one
高
outside on a
って言うん
hot
でし
summer
ょ
day.
言えて
You
る
know me too well. And
冬
when
にな
winter
ったら
comes, it'll be
あ
no
なた
better
の
way to
ためには
warm
や
up
っ
in
ぱ
this
り
cold.
ちょっとミシェル
Mikhail, you're not a child. Stop trying to avoid the carrots.
いや
I was
これ
just
は後で
saving
食べよう
them
と
for
しただけ
later.
で
ふーん
Is that so? Then I'm counting on you to eat
残
all
った
the
人参は
leftover
全部
carrots when we're done.
しかし
Man,
野
you
菜
came
ス
out
ー
with
プを持ってこら
friggin'
れた時
vegetable
は
soup.
ど
I
う
was
し
getting
よう
ready to
かと
start
思った
looking
け
for
ど
an escape plan.
これは
I
こ
can
れ
kinda
で
dig
楽
this.
しい同じ鍋を囲
Feels
う
like we're
っ
all
ちょっ
one
と
big family
家族っ
sitting
ぽい
around this
感じだ
table
し
like this.
まあ
Did
3
not
階の
expect
ご婦
that
人に
from the
は
old
びっ
lady on
く
the
りさ
third
れちゃい
floor
ました
though.
けどあら中庭で
My,
お食
my,
事
dinner
会
outside
バーベ
tonight?
キュ
Are
ー
you
でも
doing
するの
barbecue? No?
え
Soup?
スープ
You're having a
スープ
soup party?
あら
Goodness
そう
me,
不
kids
思
these
議な
days
こと
certainly
したわ
are
ね
unique.
って言いながら戻っ
Then
て
she
いっちゃ
just
いましたし
disappeared. Not another word.
ジゼル
The invitation probably
おばち
wasn't
ゃんのモノマネま
necessary,
でしなくと
Giselle.
あれは絶
I
対
bet
バー
money
ベキュ
she's
ー
the
だった
type of
ら
lady
お
to
肉
invite
を
herself
も
to
ら
a
っていく
barbecue
タイ
and
プの
scarf
おば
up
ちゃ
all
ん
the
だ
meat.
野菜スープ
There's
も
nothing
十
wrong
分
with
美
vegetable
味しい
soup.
美味しい
It's great,
よもち
really.
ろん
Very cozy having everyone together, eating from the same pot. It's got this real nostalgic flavor to it, too. I'm not quite sure why, though. Maybe my mom made something like this.
そうかもしれないわ
Perhaps she
ね
did.
私も
There's a comforting familiarity to this whole situation. I've been here before a long, long time ago.
また
And I've never imagined the stars would align like this again.
あの時の人
Wonder
々
if everyone
の
else from
魂
back then is alive somewhere, too.
私を
The
妹のよう
girls
に
from the
扱
brothel
っ
who
た
pampered
召
me
喚
like a
の
little
少女
sister.
たち
The men from the slums,
自警団の
peacekeepers
青
group,
年たち
Jiren, and even can. Alright, time to crack open a new can.
もう
You've had more than enough, Maria. We still have work to do today. Take the stick out of your ass, you party pooper. I can work just as well tipsy as I can sober. Which is a falsehood to anyone who has ever said that. You should have some too, Giselle. And you, Mikhail. Hell, you're over 16, right, Morgana? Then beer it up too. I'll pass, thank you. I'm not a fan of drinking. I don't handle alcohol very well either, so I'll refrain too. You're no fun. Alright, Giselle, you've got a drink for all three of you. No, I'll have a little, but that's it. A little. The whole world is spinning. My master, it's quite rude to stare, you know. Oh dear, don't tell me you don't remember me. This is quite the predicament. I remember you perfectly. You can drop the maid act. My, is that so? I'll be right out with some herbal tea to help wake you up. You need help waking up more than me. Well shit, I went a bit overboard, huh? Was not expecting her to get this kind of drunk. Looks like you won't be getting any more work done tonight. Should probably at least clean up this mess. I'll give you a hand. So, Master, when are we going to have our wedding? So, we can talk about that when we're sober. Sorry for making such a mess out of things. Hopefully Giselle's hangover isn't too bad. I made sure she got plenty of water before putting her to bed. She should hopefully bounce back quickly. Well, I certainly enjoyed the chance to see a very unusual side of Giselle. I wish you the best of luck on planning your wedding, Mikhail. None of you don't live that down, are you? I really did have a great time though. We should absolutely do this again sometime. Of course, we'll have plenty of opportunities to get together going forward. You sure will. Well, gotta head home now. Night everyone. Catch y'all later. Have a safe trip, and see you again. We should head back inside too. You can come back up to our apartment if you like, or you can head to yours. It's up to you. Hey, Mikhail? I had fun today. That's great. I had fun too. I hope we'll see you at the soft opening party in a couple weeks. Give it a tiny bit of consideration. Mid-June. And that does it. We're all ready to go. Sure went all out on the decorations. Maybe a bit excessively so even. First impressions are the most important after all, so I wanted to make a good one. It's almost time. I'm getting kind of nervous. We're just having friends over for a casual party tonight. Save your nerves for the real grand opening. I feel like at this rate, it's the epilogue. I have to commit to finishing it tonight. Unless we hit like 1 a.m. or something, like I have to commit to finishing it tonight. Also, let's be honest, between the holidays and hullabaloo and colds going around, there's a real distinct chance that something comes up and I don't stream next Sunday. And I'd like to round out the year by actually having this finished. I think that would be a really nice ending to things. Not that it matters if we have to keep it going to the new year. I won't lose sleep, but it would be nice. Sure, it'll just be friends, but I'm still making the food and serving drinks and stuff. That's plenty of reason to get nervous. You just have to put it out on the table and everyone will serve themselves. It'll be fine, I promise. Just take a deep breath, girl. Think of this as a dry run. No pressure. You're here to have fun, not a breakdown. Deep breaths. I'll do my best. Right over your head. I know you do great tonight, and the grand opening. Hell, I bet you'll handle it even better than me. You really think so? Got a lot of experience cooking. You're a quick server, and even quicker at cleanup. You're so damn on the ball, you'd think you grew up working as a maid at some bougie estate. Tempted to tell her that yes, in fact, I was the head maid at a Sicilian mafia estate, and that she was a maid there too. You'd be the model owner if you weren't such a heavy drinker. Huh? Heavy drinker? What are you talking about? Damn, you don't remember, do you? Wow, this is quite impressive. Decorations are so excessive it feels like you comprised an entire festival into your courtyard. I went all out and then some. Glad you came, Morgana.
別に。
I'm not staying.
ちょっと
Just thought I would stop in to
顔を出すだけ。
say hi.
まあまあ、そ
Now,
んな
now,
こと言
don't
わ
be
ないで
like
くだ
that.
さい
Lots
な
of。people are going to be here.
い
I'm
ろん
sure
な
you
人
can
が
make a friend or two.
そういうのも
Not
欲して
interested,
ま
thank
せん
you.
から。
Out of curiosity, though, who exactly is
と
coming?
りあえず、
I invited everyone in the building.
住んでる
People
人
who
には
supported me
連
over
絡
the
を入れ
years,
てい
some
ます
friends from high school
そ
and
れ
uni,
ミシェルの会
plus
社の
some
同
of
僚さんと
Mikhail's
か、
coworkers. We
両
invited
親
our
にも
parents
声を
too,
かけ
but
たん
they
ですけ
couldn't
ど、
make it, so that's pretty much it.
あとは、
Oh yeah,
マリア
and
さ
some
ん
of
の知り合
Maria's
い
friends too.
ちょっとしか呼ん
Not
でな
many.
いけ
I
ど
only
ね。
invited a few. And speaking of the devil, here come the first two.
お
Oh wow,
早
they're
いです
early. I
ね。
need to go get. Oh my god, it's amazing! There's so many adorable decorations. Yeah, Maria really is the linchpin of knowing everyone, isn't she?
お
Without knowing that she knows everyone.
走っちゃダメだってば
Don't
ネ
run,
リ
Nelly.
ー
You'll hurt yourself. Oh, hello, Maria.
Maria-san.
Nice to see you again.
お久しぶ
I'm
りで
so
す
sorry for barging in like this. What?
ちょ
Hold.
なんで
Why
マ
are
リ
you
アさんが
friends with them, Maria? Huh? Should I not be?
あいい
No, I just. Well, it's
変っていう
kind
か
of weird that you'd be friends with kids so much younger than you.
前に
I
働
went
い
at
て
the
いた
cafe where I
喫
used
茶
to
店で
work.
知
I
り合
wouldn't
っ
say
た
we're
んだ
close
よ。
enough to be considered friends.
ちょうどこっ
But
ち
I
に
hear
旅
they'd be in
行
the
に来てる
country,
っ
so
て
I
連
figured I'd
絡
give
が
them
あ
a
ったもん
call.
だから。
Should I not have?
い
No, 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 no.
ま
By
ず
all
いの
means,
で
it's fine.
ネリーもこんな素
I want to
敵
open
な
a
カフ
cafe
ェを
as
開きたい
lovely as
わ
this one day. Then I can make sweets all day long. That
いや
might not be the best idea, Nelly.
何よそ
What?
れ
Are you saying my sweets are gross?
そういう
I
わけじゃ
never
ないん
said
だけ
that.
ど
No. Huh.
あ
Hey,
ほら
we should
先
introduce
に
ourselves to
オー
the
ナ
owner.
はじめまして
Good evening, ma'am. It's a
この
pleasure to
度は
meet you,
おめで
and
とうございます
congratulations on the opening. My sister and I were invited here tonight, courtesy of Maria.
初対
I
面なのに
apologize for intruding on this
友人同
gathering
士の
of
パ
close
ーティーに
friends. This
入り
is
込ん
a
じゃって
truly lovely cafe,
なんか
and
す
I'm
みま
certain
せ
it
ん
will be the talk of the neighborhood
素
for
敵
many
なお
years to
店です
come.
い
Thank you so much. You're very
Go
kind, and
ahead,
please, you're not
go.
intruding. A friend of
初対面
Maria's is a
とか
friend of
全
ours.
然
I
気に
hope
し
you
ないで
both enjoy the
ただ
party tonight.
わあ
Wow, it's
あの
Mel,
メル
but
君
he's
が
not
しっ
not
か
a
りしている
disaster.
メルってば
Mel,
ほら
come on, you're forgetting something.
え
What?
あ
Oh, right,
そ
that.
そうだ
We brought you some treats
こ
from
れ
London. I hope you enjoy them. Also,
Oh,
neither of you
what?
actually gave your names, but that's fine.
Janto
Never mind. He's
naked
apparently still
ところもあるのね。
just as much of an
なん
airhead.
だか
That's a relief.
そんな気を使
Oh,
わ
you
な
don't
く
have
て
to
い
do
い
that,
の
but
に
thank you very much. You said you were
でも
from London,
嬉しいです。
so you're on vacation then.
はい
Yeah, we're in the
実は
country for a family
家族
vacation,
全員
and
で来
today
てい
we
るん
left
で
our
すけど
parents off to do
今日
their
は
own thing.
別
あの二人も
Can't figure out if they're here for
いい年
vacation or
な
to
のにベタベタ
compete in
し
the
ちゃう。
old timers
家族旅
PDA
行なんとか
contest.
熟
It's
年
kind
カ
of
ップル。
gross.
とまあ
And as you can see, my
こんな具合に
sister was getting tired of
妹が
having them
住みま
around.
して
It's just the two of us.
そうなんです
Well,
ね。
I'm really glad to hear you all seem to be
ご家族
getting along.
そういえば
Oh yeah,
えっと
how's your
おじ
grandfather
い
doing?
様と
Huh?
祖父
Why do you want to know about our grandfather?
なんで
He's in
突然
London, probably enjoying the peace and quiet.
そう
Oh,
なん
that's
です
great.
ね。
Sorry, curiosity got the better of me.
つい聞いてし
Well,
ま
now
っ
that I
たけ
think
ど
about it, the grandfather might
彼
not
らの
even
祖父
be
が
hating this
私
in
の
this
知っ
life.
ているあの人も
If not, I hope he's out there
どこかで
somewhere
元気
too,
にしている。
healthy and happy.
とにかく
Anyway,
今
please
日は
do have a good
楽しんで
time,
ってく
and
だ
if
さ
you're
い
ever in
ね。
the country again, our doors are
それから
always open.
はい
Of
ありが
course,
とう
we
ございま
appreciate
す
the hospitality.
あ
Oh,
君も
are
パ
you
ー
here
ティー
for
の
the party
参加
too?
者かな
You look to be about the same age as me.
多分
It's
同
nice
じ年
nice to meet you.
あ
Yeah, well, you know.
あれ
Huh? I didn't do anything, did I? But she seemed upset.
何あれ
What a snobby, stuck-up girl. Forget about girls like her. They're not worth your time.
うん
I guess, but there's something
Demo-
about her that catches my
no.
eye. You could not have said worse words. What? You don't mean you?
違うって
No, no, not like
そ
that.
う
It's
いうん
just,
じ
I
ゃな
don't
く
know. I
て
feel like I've seen her
なんだろ
somewhere
う
before or something.
よくわか
I
んない
can't
ん
put
だ
it
け
into
ど
words, but there's
気に
something
なるんだ。
about her. Not a
一目惚れと
love
か
at first
そう
sight
い
kind
う
of way,
方
though.
うーん
Is that so? Well, even if it was love at first sight, it wouldn't have gotten in the way.
そ
You
うなんだ
wouldn't have?
だってネリーは
Because I'm your sister. I'm not going to stop you from doing what you want with
メ
your
ル
life.
のやりたいこと
Even
や
falling
した
in
いこ
love.
とを
I'll just be
止めるつもりは
joining
な
the
い
two
わ
of you in
それは
bed.
ね
そっか
Wow, thank you, Nelly.
いいえ
Not at all. But if you ever fall for a
メル
girl
に
who's
ふさわ
not
しく
good
ないよ
enough for
うな
you,
女の子だ
know that I will completely
簡
destroy her.
単にしちゃうわ
But would she think any girl was good enough? Eventually, Nelly's just going to learn how to clone herself via force
相
of
手の
will.
ためにも慎重
Huh,
にならなきゃ
completely
な
is a bit excessive. Looks like I need to be careful when I find someone so no one gets hurt.
さっ
Hope
きのこと
I
は
can be friends with that that girl someday. That is a lot of people. That's a lot of people. You've invited too many. The party's going to be over by the time I've managed to greet everyone. But first, Michaela and Morgana. Still here. Great. Off tucked away in a corner, but still here. Maria, sorry I'm late. The traffic was insane. Yeah, Maria just knows everyone. Hey, you are. I thought you decided to ditch. Not that I carried away. Why do you have to be so mean to me, Maria? You're not like that to anyone else.
何でも言い
Is
合
it
える
because we're
親
such
友
good
さん
friends you're comfortable speaking your mind around me?
あんたのお気
Girl,
楽
I
な
wish I could
前
get my
向き
head
っぷり
as far
見
into
習
the
いたい
clouds as
よ
yours. You pretty much hit the nail on the head, though. You're so cute, Maria.
ポーリーン、
Pauline,
Maria
perhaps we should say hi to the host first. You can catch up with Maria after that. This is the owner of the
彼女
cafe
が
here,
ここの
Giselle.
オーナーの
Oh, hello. It's a pleasure to meet you. Oh, yeah, technically they've seen Bro because he helped carry some
そ
stuff.
れからユキマサの
Oh,
恋
hello.
人
It's a
です
pleasure to meet you. I'm Pauline, Maria's friend and Yukimasa's girlfriend.
よ
But the
よろし
pleasure's
く
all
お願い
mine.
また不意打ち
Wow, I was not expecting her.
でも
Though I really shouldn't be that
ユキマサさんが
surprised
言っ
since
たんだもの
Yukimasa already showed up.
ポーリ恋人
And
で
she
す
chose him again too, which I should have
そっか
expected.
大丈夫なのかな
I really hope nothing goes wrong. Don't worry, he's already killed her. But she got better. Yup.
ポーリンさん
Hope you're able to find happiness this
今度
time,
は
Pauline.
絶対
Huh? Not sure where that came from, but sure, thanks. I've always been happy though.
そうですか
That's wonderful to hear. Sorry, I'm getting a little emotional.
相変わら
She's
ず
kind of an
ちょっ
odd
と
1
変な人だ
Sorry,
な
I should have warned you.
あなたに
I
変と
do
は言わ
not
れ
want
た
to
く
hear
ない
that from you of all. I'd like to offer you my sincerest gratitude for your help over these past weeks.
おかげで工事が終わ
The
るのが早か
renovations
ったです
proceeded extremely smoothly thanks to you.
それはよか
Not at
っ
all.
た
If you ever need any more
ま
help,
た
you
手
have
伝
my
えること
number.
が
はい
Yes, I do. You'll be the first one I call when the pipes burst or the power goes out or the walls start falling down.
それはさすがに
You should probably
業者を呼んで
call a
ほしいな
professional for those.
ちょっと
Would you mind telling me what I'm looking at?
な
Why
ん
are
で
they
勢ぞろいしてんの
all
よ
here?
あいやそ
No
れを
answer for that,
私に言われて
Morgana.
も
Your guess is as good as mine.
はあ頭
My
が
head
痛いわ
hurts. The boundless fear of
もう
fate
巡
turned
り合
out
う
to
こ
be
ともないでしょう
disappointingly
そう言ったは
small.
ずなのに
予測は予測に
That's the
過
thing
ぎな
about
い
fate. You never
という
know where it
こ
will
とじゃない
take you
か
next. Not until you're
そ
right
の
there
時
in the
になって
moment.
み
出会ったからっ
I
て
have no intention of making
仲良くやっ
friends
た
with
り
them
はし
just
ません
because
か
our
らね
paths cross, though.
こ
There's
れは
nothing
不
more
慮
than
の
a
事故
hiccup.
何も
You don't have to get
無
close
理
to
に
anyone
仲
if
良
you
くし
don't
て
want
ほしい
to.
なって
That's
思
your
っていた
choice.
なんだか疲れたわ
I'm too tired for this. Too many
人
people.
が多いと
Going
ころ
back
はやっ
inside
ぱり
before any of
苦
them
手
have a
よ
chance to talk to me.
そうか
Alright, well,
Wakata.
the party's only just begun, so if you change your mind, you're welcome to come back down at any point.
気が向いたら
It's a
ね
very big if.
ミシェ
Oh,
ル
Miguel.
ちょうどよかった
Perfect. Pauline and
今
Yukimasa just arrived.
はじめまして
Good evening. My name is
Michelle
Miguel.
です。
Giselle's told me just how much help you were on the
いろいろとお手伝っていただい
renovations.
たと聞いてい
Thank
ま
you
す
for that, and I apologize for
ご
not
挨拶が
introducing
遅れて
myself
すみ
until
ません
tonight.
なんてスム
How
ー
can you
ズ
be so
に言うの
composed? I've been freaking out all night over
不意
here.
打ちばかりでうろたえてばっ
君の百面
I
相
saw, and I must say it was rather entertaining to watch.
うー
Wow,
意地
you're a
悪だわ
jerk.
いえ
Not at all.
こちらも
I quite
楽しかっ
enjoyed
た
the
ので
work. It was a
いい
fantastic
ストレス
outlet
発
from
散
a
になり
pent
ま
up
した
stress.
そうですか
It was murder on my
そろ
shoulder.
そろためない方がいいですか
I'd
ね
kill for a stress outfit like that. I could keep going, but you know, that's great to hear. Don't want to let stress build up too much.
え
Indeed.
うん
どこかの
I
ステ
feel
ン
like
ド
I've
グ
seen
ラ
you
スで
somewhere before.
見た
Like
こ
in
と
a
があ
stained
る
glass window?
そういう
The
天使
last
的なも
time
のから
I'm
はもう
not
離
an
れて
angel. And then party happened. And people partied. And apparently talked. And so far no one's been murdered? I mean, except for Pauline, but she got better and she's okay with it. So, you know, there's that. You know, that whole situation is still very, 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 very weird. But they're happy, I guess, and no one else is gonna die,
モルガーナ
so...
の姿を見ないけど
I haven't seen Morgana in a while. Did she go back inside?
ええ
She said she needed a break from all the people.
そうですか
Oh, that's too bad. I was hoping she would enjoy seeing everyone and mingling.
あの子の気
I
持
can
ちもわか
understand
り
why
ま
she
す
wouldn't
よ
want to. She didn't forgive them for what they did, only decided she didn't want to curse them anymore.
いくら今が別の
If
人
I were
生
her,
だから
I
とい
wouldn't
って
want to make friends with them either,
記憶があ
knowing
る
what they
以
had
上
done
は
to me, regardless of
親
it
しく
not
仲を
having
で
been
きない
this
でしょう
iteration of them.
それもそうで
Suppose
す
you're
ね
right.
でも
I do think it would be nice if someday she could come to move past it all.
あの人たちだって
They're not the same
過
people
去
they
の時
were a
代のま
thousand
まじゃ
years
ない
ago.
わ。
They're also not entirely far off.
あの人たち
I
に
don't know
何
what
があ
they've
ったの
gone
か
through in
まで
their
は
new
わから
lives,
ないけ
but
ど、
something tells me they
も
won't
う
be
同
making
じ
the same
過ちは起
mistakes.
きないと思うんです。前と同じように見えても、ちょっと
They
した
look
仕
the
草
same on the
で
outside, but I can
過去
sense
よ
a
りも
strength
強い
and
結び
unity
つき
from
を
the way
感
they
じたり、
interact.
決意みたいなものを
Newfound
感じ
determination,
るん
if
で
you
す。
will.
なんとなくで
At
す
least
けど
that's
ね。
how I read it.
そうだな。
And I pray you're right.
彼らと時を共にした3日
The 3 days
間
I
は
spent with everyone here was in a
本当
realm
は
outside reality,
存在し
meaning
な
I
い
had
世
never
界だった。
really interacted with any of them until this life.
私はそれでも
But still, I like to
Ano
hope that the
彼らと話したことや
conversations we shared and the vows we
記憶
exchanged
としてでは
still
なく
existed somewhere within
思い
them,
として
an infinitesimal
彼らの
fragment
魂
of their souls. And so the party came to a quiet end. From a distance, it looked almost like a big 1,000 years in the making reunion, but only myself, Giselle, and Morgana appeared to have those memories. Everyone lived their own lives with very little overlap, though I couldn't help but sense the hand of fate in those who had been especially close in their previous lives coming together again in this one. Even without the witch's curse to bring them together, their souls had still formed profound bonds. Bonds naturally born from an unnatural length of time shared together in the realm of the dead. And I believed that although Morgana had only wished for Giselle and I to come back, it was these unimaginable, powerful connections that had allowed all of them to be reborn into this era. Nonetheless, seeing them again still came as quite a surprise, and now that our paths had crossed once, perhaps we were at a greater chance of it happening again in the future. But for now, there was little point in speculating about what may come our way. We had our own lives to live too. A completely fresh start, and we wanted to make sure we got it right this time. We were no longer under the influence of the curse, which meant no more reconstruction for any of us. This was our one chance. That went for them as much as it did for us, so we had to make the best of it. Live our new lives to their fullest. See, it can't end because we're still missing one. The reunion was not complete. It was raining that day. I lamented the present, knowing nothing yet of my past. I didn't care what happened to me. I was convinced I was the most worthless person in the world. That I belonged to nowhere. Having regained those lost memories, though, my grief for this life has been made all but irrelevant. However, I haven't forgotten the 2 weeks of normalcy that pulled this me up from that dark place.
Morgana.
What are you doing here? I could ask you the same thing. It's not raining, so you have no reason to take this shortcut. I've taken this route home every day since you left, chasing after shadows that had long since disappeared. Sorry. Kind of creepy, wasn't it? You've been crossing through this park every day for a year now? 1 year and 2 months. It was spring when you were here last. So you're as nitpicky as ever. Late spring, early summer, it's all the same. They are both beautiful times of the year, yes. Am I dreaming? Did you say something positive? How have you been? Well enough, I suppose. What brings you back to this park? I hope it's not that you can't go home again. Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm just on a walk. I moved out of that home and into an apartment recently, where the owners are currently throwing a party. Oh, so this is... Okay, this did happen that night. I snuck out because it was exhausting me. Then I'll head back in a bit when it's safe again. I see. You never were good with festivities, huh? Reminds me of that time at the Midsummer Festival. I don't just mean that there were a lot of people. The people from back then have begun drifting together again. What do you mean? My landlord is Mikhail. Giselle lives with him too, and I've been hanging out in their apartment quite a bit lately, so I'm doing well. Life is good. That's great. I'm glad. That's what I want for you. So I guess he got to be the one to set you free this time too. All I ever do is hurt you.
ティーの連
Were you
絡
not invited to the party?
あなたに
Maria
は
said
来
she
な
was
かったん
asking
です
everyone she knew.
連絡は来
She
た。
did, but I wasn't much in the mood for merrymaking, so I decided against attending.
マリアから
I assumed she didn't tell you I was going to be there then.
それを言った
She
ら
probably thought I wouldn't go if I
私が
knew,
いかん
which
と
in
思
the
ったん
end
だろう。
wouldn't have changed anything either way.
だが
But I think I made the right choice.
とにかくだ。
Anyway, I'm glad to see that you're doing
君の
well. It's
元
a
気な
huge
姿を
relief,
見る
and
ことが
I
でき
mean
て
that.
今なら何かあっても
Plus, you've got people you can talk to if you run into any bumps in the
相談できる相手が近くにいるようだか
future.
ら。
You're in a good place.
本当に
I couldn't be happier.
ええ
It really is a good place, yes.
一つだけ
There's one thing I want to tell you.
なんだ。
I'm all ears.
1年前のこと
I appreciate what you did for me last year.
感謝
Thank you.
君が
You're thanking me.
ええ
If you hadn't taken me in, I
あの時
quite
の私は
likely would have died out
あ
here.
なそれに
And the note you gave me that last
最
day,
後のちゃんと
because of that, I was
見た。
able to find hope and the strength to
あ
fight.
のそうよ
Reading
私
what
の
you
人
wrote
生
there
が
helped me
私
realize
の
something
もの
obvious, that
そ
my
んな
life
簡単
belongs
で
to
当たり
me.
前の簡単で
A fact so simple and self-evident, and yet so elusive
私
to
に
me.
は難しかっ
You're
た
the
こ
one who helped
と
me reach that truth.
諦めて言い
I
なり
stopped
になって
letting him
いたけ
trample
ど
all over me, and it worked.
もちろん
It
簡
was
単じゃ
far
なか
from
った
an
し
easy battle, and he had lots of nasty things to say in the process, but his words, they
不思議と
somehow didn't hurt me anymore.
私の人生を
The
自分で勝ち
determination
取
to
るんだ
take my
と
life
決め
into
た
my
ら
own hands gave me
力が
power,
湧いた
the will to search for a way
探
out,
してみたら
of which there were
逃げ
many
場も
hiding in
たくさん
plain
あっ
sight.
目が覚めれば
Just had to open my eyes,
多くの
and
道
so
が
many
開けてい
options
た
opened up to me.
それに
Not to
記
mention,
憶を取り
knowing
戻
what
した
I'd
お
been
か
through
げ
in the
で
past made what I was going through in the present seem rather trivial.
悪いことばかりでは
Could always
な
be
いわね
worse, couldn't it?
これを
I know it isn't my place to say this,
大したこと
but
な
your
い
pain
なん
is
てこと
not
は
trivial.
ない。
Once again, you were born into a
この時代におい
family
ても
that doesn't love or appreciate you.
悲しいこ
It's
と
a
だ。
terrible thing to have to go through.
だが
That said, I'm glad you were able to get out.
いつか
And I hope that one day,
君の実の
perhaps you
父
can
が
be reunited with your birth father,
母が
that your mother is able to open her eyes.
君を
期待はしていないわ
And I don't.
So you
Even if by
took
some
it that Monday
astronomical
to
chance
visit
either of
us.
those are to happen, there's no guarantee I'd be able to
私が許せる
forgive them.
だから
I'm happy with what I have now. I'm glad.
お礼については
Well,
これ
that's
でお
all I
しま
wanted
い
to
です
say. I've given you my thanks.
律儀なやつだな。
Sure love your formalities.
第一
No thanks when
礼を言われ
necessary.
る。
すっきりしたか
It
っ
was
たので
bothering me. Now I feel much better.
じゃ
Anyway, as far as I'm concerned, everything's settled between us
私の中
now.
さようなら
So long, Yakobo. I'm going to live my life the way I
私は自
choose.
分
そう
I see. And I'll be praying that it's a life full of
君が
happiness,
幸福に
because
生き
that's
てい
all I
く
can
の
do for you.
さようならだ。
Farewell, Morgana.
待ってくれ。
Wait, don't go, Morgana.
分かっているのだ。
I know that the right thing to do is to just let you go.
君を幸せに
I
できる
know that you
人
have people
間
in your life now that
もう
will
他
treat
に
you right.
過去の記憶があ
With
る
our
以上
memories, I'm
僕
nothing
の
but a
存在が
blight.
それでも
But despite that, despite every last thing, I
全
don't
て
want you
分
to
かってい
leave
て
me.
も君が
I love you from the bottom of my heart.
なんだ。
本当に
You're such a half-wit.
バカな
Wonder
人
if you have any wits left in you.
あなた
Why did it have to be
どうして
me? Why do you love me so much?
私が
So
好
much
き
that
なの
it's turned you into this sad, blubbering mess.
そんなこと。
God, I wish I could
僕が
tell you.
聞きたい。
It'd be so much easier if I could
君
just
を
let you
諦
go.
められ
But
れば一番
my
楽な
heart
のに
won't even give
そ
me
の
the
選
option.
択肢すらないんだ。何度も考えを
Again and
変え
again,
よ
I
うと
tried to
思っ
convince
た。
myself
何
to
度も
cast these
君の
feelings into
思い
the
出を
fire,
心から
but
消そ
nothing
うと思
worked.
う。どうしようも。
There's nothing I can do.
もはや呪いね
Heavens, you escaped one
あなた
curse
に
only
は
to end
別
up
の
under
呪いが
another.
かかっているのね
I want you to know
え
it's
私が
your
今
fault I'm here in this world
こ
now.
うしてこの世界に存在
どういう。
What do you mean?
消えようとしてい
By
たあ
leading
な
your
た
soul
の
out from that
魂を
illusory realm where it was
導いてあげ
meant
た
to
から
fade into nothing, my own soul ended up stuck on the same path.
わからないの
You remember that, don't you?
あの世
The
界のこ
endless
と
fields of wheat,
覚え
that
ていない
foolish
の
dream world. I remember, but
覚えて。
wait, I always thought that was just my own self-serving fantasy.
あの時の
Are you saying
君は
the you in that dream was actually you?
そういうことよ
That it was?
よくもまあ
And what a dream
私を
that
抱きし
was.
めて振り向か
You
せる
saying
だの
you'll
なんだ
win
と
my
言っ
heart,
て
pleading with me, wrapping your arms around me and
私の
sobbing like
胸
a
で泣い
child.
たものね
You don't have a shred of shame in you.
そ
So what's your next move, now that you've stopped me from leaving?
また
Want to put my arms around you again?
却下よ
Absolutely not. Burn in hell, you
最低
disgusting man.
それな
Not
ら
that. There's
連
someplace
れ
I
て行
want
き
to
たいと
take
ころ
you.
がある
Where's that?
僕の
My,
Yeah.
no, I mean, our
僕たちの
homeland.
故郷へ
Sure. Let's go search for our
いいわ
homeland.
探してみましょうか
Are you sure, Morgana?
いいのか
仕方ないでしょ
Don't blame me. I spent so long here that your idiocy is starting to rub off.
その時は
And when we go,
マリ
we're
ーアも
bringing
一緒
Maria
に
as
連れ
well.
て行くの
You
よ
have as much responsibility
あ
to
なた
her
は
as you
彼
do
女
to
と
me.
喧嘩はしてもいい
I
け
don't
ど
expect you to never
裏切る
fight,
ことは
but
し
no
ない
more
で
betrayal from either
お
of
た
you.
私の呪い
You're
は
no
もう
longer
存
under my
在しない
curse, so
わ
if you mess up this time, you have absolutely no one to blame but
も
yourself,
しも
so
再
don't
び
you
失
put me
敗した
through
ら
that.
あ
Oh, you
あ
don't have to
分か
tell
ってい
me.
るとも
Not gonna screw up again, because I know what's
もう
really
本当に
important now.
モルガーナ
Thank you, Morgana, for showing me the way.
言っておきますけれ
For the
ど
record, though, I still
あなたに
despise you.
対する
I
感情
can't
は
just
悪
put
い
it
ま
all
ま
in
で
the
す
past like Mikhail and
見せてだ
Giselle.
から
So you need to do
今
that
の
much better
私
for
に
me
してくれ
now.
たよいつの日か
Enough to blot out the
憎しみを
seething
抱か
hatred
な
you
くて
instilled
済
in
む
me
よう
then.
に
Enough to convince me
もう
not
二度
to
と
want to curse you again.
そしていつの日
And
か
maybe one day I'll be able to feel the same way about you as you do me.
あ
I will, absolutely.
あ必ず
You have my word, Morgana.
約束する
I feel like that's credits. Okay, I feel like functionally, yeah.
生クリームの泡立て具合
Hey Mel, does the whipped cream look whipped enough?
うん。
I think it needs to be a little thicker if you want her to stand up in the cake. Boo, whipped cream is better soft and fluffy. It looks cheap when it's really thick.
そうか
I
な
wouldn't say that. Why do you even ask me if you've already made up your mind? Oh, are you done cutting the strawberries? Hurry up, I want to put them on. Oh, no, there's the last thing. Yes. No, it's not that the game refuses. There's one last. We have to see them at the church getting married. That's the last dangling thread. That's the singular thing. And I assume this is a wedding cake. That trip to France seems to have really lit a fire under you, huh? No, maybe it's not actually, but
パティシエになる
if they're back. Okay, so this isn't the wedding cake, but still. Yep, I'm going to become the greatest patissier in all of England. No, all the
そっ
world.
か応援する
Well,
よ
I'll always be cheering for you.
絶
Give her
対
a
に
week
かぼ
tops.
それにネリーのお菓
She
子
can
は
maybe become the patissier who uses the most sugar in all the world.
よーし
Alright, I've got lots of work to do.
まあ頑張
It's
ろう
great
と
that
して
she
い
has
るのは
something
いい
she
こ
wants to
と
do
だ
now. Maybe she'll even stick
案
with
外
it, and
長
her
続
dream
き
will
する
come
から
true someday.
僕の方がしっか
Guess
り
I'm
し
the
な
one
いと
who
い
should
けない
start
のかも
buckling down. I need to come up with a dream of my own. Ooh.
ねえユキマさ
Okay.
前から思っていたんだけど
It's definitely because of the lighting and the way they dress, but that's just a pure like vaporwave background. Like that's 100% just like you add the TV scan lines, a little bit of distortion to it, and that is a straight up just like vaporwave background. It's definitely the colors and his suit. She doesn't ruin it either though. Hey, Yukamasa, I've been wondering, does watching people die like this in movies do anything for your urges?
いや全く
Not in the slightest. I mostly watch them by
惰性で
force
見
of
続
habit
けてい
now.
るでも
But I still prefer them to movies where everybody gets happy endings.
じゃあ
And you must not have enjoyed our first date very much. If you let me choose, I'll always go for the sappy stuff. You must not be enjoying this one.
そんなことない
Oh,
よ
I am. I used to think sad movies and violent movies weren't really my thing.
見てみたら
But as I've started giving them a chance, I'm finding they're not that bad. Maybe it's in my blood too.
本当は
You don't want to watch movies about people getting hurt. You want to hurt me for real, don't you?
私のことだったら
You don't need to hold back. Come at me. I can handle
我慢しな
anything.
くても私
よせ
Stop
や
it.
めろ
Don't talk like that. I swore to restrain my urges.
もし
And if I ever do hurt you, Pauline, then that's the end of the
お
road.
前
For you and for me. Pauline, are you really okay with...
いいんだ
Of
って
course I
ば
am. This is the path I
こ
chose,
れ
and
が
I don't
私
regret
の
it for a
選んだ
second.
道私
Because it means I get
ち
to
ゃ
spend
ん
my
と
life
ユ
with
キマ
you,
さんのそばに居
wherever it
続
may
ける
end.
から
Look, they have a happiness of a sort, and that's something.
それでは
And now your vows.
私はこの
Take
女性
thee
と
to be
結
my
婚し
wedded wife,
私は
to have and to hold from this day
健やかなる時も、
forward, in sickness and in
病める時も、
health, to love and to
死が二
cherish
人を
till
分か
death
つ
do us
時まで
part,
神の教えに従
according to
い
God's holy ordinance, and thereto I pledge thee my faith.
私は
Take thee to
こ
my,
の男
be
性
my
と
wedded
結婚
husband,
私は
to have and to hold from this day forward in sickness and in
や
health,
める時
to
も
love and to cherish till death
死
do
が
us
神
part.
の教えに従
According to
い
God's holy ordinance,
清い家
and
庭を作り
thereto I pledge thee my faith.
次に
You may now exchange your rings.
震えてい
She's
る
shaking.
ジゼル
There's nothing to be nervous about,
緊張する
Giselle.
ことは
You said your vows without any
緊
problems.
張しているんじゃ
Not
なく
nervous, I'm
て
just doing what I can not to burst into tears.
こんな時に
I don't want to make a mess of the
新婦が
ceremony
ボロ
by
泣きしたら
sobbing in front of all of our guests. If you want to cry, you're free to cry. Honestly, I doubt anyone here would be too surprised.
も
Hey now.
指輪
The ring's on, and may it symbolize many, many more happy years together,
うも
Giselle.
ちろんです
Of
ミ
course,
シェル
Mikhail. I guess you really are the master of the house now. Fuck! That really was the wrong turn, and I knew we should have taken a left back there. I knew to never get in a car with Maria. I knew it. I knew it. I called it.
なんだと
Seriously, do you not know how to read a goddamn map? Pass off. I made one little mistake. No, this is the third. The other two times I caught you before you could take us off course. Fine, fine. I'm so sorry. If you're gonna bitch about it, I'll drive and you can navigate.
それでいい
No, you drive like a maniac. You'll take us straight off a cliff in 10 minutes. Okay, so she's navigating now. But I stand by, he agrees with me. Would not.
そんなことない
Not
と思
that
うんだ
bad
け
a
ど
driver.
うるさいし
Well, you sure never stop complaining, and you're just as bad a driver as her. There's no winning here. Ah, I'm gonna be sick. No, see, all you need to do is just change the colors to this tonight, and you also have a vaporwave background. It's a little too warm for it, but it would work if you just made it nighttime. Christ, it'll be night by the time we reach the lodge. Where the hell even are we right now? And a rental car doesn't have a GPS anyway. This isn't the goddamn Stone Age.
まあまあ
Come on, this ain't half bad either. If we don't make it to the lodge, we can figure something else out. Getting lost is half the fun of traveling. Disagree. Let's just take it nice and easy. I'm sure Morgana would like it if we took a break here and there too.
お任せする
I'll
わ
leave everything to you. Alright, fine. The view here honestly isn't terrible, considering we're not even at our destination. You think? Just looks like a regular old wheat field to me.
きっと
Sure it was nothing special
どこ
there
にで
too.
もあるよ
No, where?
うん
Nothing. It's not
何でもあり
important.
どこにでもある
Probably
よ
right about that.
特別な高みに
Never needed to make it to the
登
top
ら
of the
なくても
world. The most important things are
ど
those
こにでも
nothing
あるよう
special
なと
places.
それを
Just wasn't able to see it. What? What has gotten into you two? Getting sentimental over nothing.
あれ
Crap, I think I got some dirt in my eye. Now I'm tearing up here.
私も
Something's
変
gotten
だ
into
な
me too. Man, it's like
こういう
been looking for this kind of
のんびりとした
quiet place my whole
光景を
life.
この景色を
Glad I got to
君た
see
ち
it
と
with
見
you
られ
both.
た
Oh god, stop with the mushy crap. You're gonna make me sick. What's next? The sky falling and busting up our car?
君な
Christ almighty, you're the one who keeps telling me to be more open about my feelings. Hypocritical much?
そんなことない
I'm getting there. Just give me a second. Glad I could be here with you two too.
それから
I couldn't be happier to have you
こ
in
れ
my
から
life.
もい
そうね
Me too.
私も
I'll cherish this moment for
こ
as
の
long
瞬
as I
間
live.
そして今
I
の
think I can even feel kind of
この
grateful
世界に
that I was
生まれ
born
た
again
こと
into
を
this world.
ね
You're in
え
there,
私
aren't
の
you?
心にいるん
You,
でし
the
ょ
other side of me,
もう一人の私であって
Michelle,
Michelle
and
であ
the
って
Saint.
あなたも
You can see this,
この
can't
景
you?
色を見
The
ている
home you so long to see again. We're here.
私たち
It's
は
not just the three of us
3
looking
人
out
がこ
upon
の景
these
色を
fields.
見ているわけじゃ
There's
ない
four. What's up, Morgana?
うんうん
Oh, nothing.
なんでもな
Anyway,
い
we can't spend all day here. Let's get back on
こ
the
の
road.
景色は素敵で
As
すけれ
beautiful
ど
as the scenery is, our
Check-in
check-in time
の
isn't
時間が
getting any
刻々と
further
近づ
away,
いてきて
and
ます
no amount of
からね
sentiment is going to change that.
なん
What's
だ
gotten into you? A few minutes ago, all you could say was, I'll leave it to you, and now you're taking charge?
いいじゃんいい
You
じ
always
ゃ
gotta
ん
sweat the details, don't you? Morgana's excited to get going, so let's get going.
今度は地図を読み違え
Hope
ん
you
でくれ
figured
よ
out how to read a map this time,
はい
Maria.
はい
Trust me, dude, I got this. I am starting to think this map's a bit outdated, though. It's like, doesn't exactly match up to what I'm seeing, you know?
やはり心
We're
配に
never
なっ
going
て
to
きた
get there.
な
Oh, right at the next light.
絶対だ
You
な
sure? You absolutely positive. You checked at least 3 times, right? I did. Have a little faith, my dude. Holy crap. Third time's a charm. Ooh, boy. Windows to the past. Yeah, so I think we either get the platinum here. Yeah, I think we get the platinum right here. Melodies for the Future. Beta Morgana. Oh. Holy crap, this game, man. There's no way I could have known starting this game that we would be in for something this good, this long, this comprehensive. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Chaos Child. It was the longest one we had before this, but that didn't have a 20 plus short story chapters just randomly fleshing out moments of characters' lives. Like, this really feels like we've seen multiple lifetimes of these characters. Jeez. Well, I mean, go figure. There's a reason this comes as a highly recommended visual novel that is crazy high on the visual novel database list. Holy crap. Game's a lot. Game would have been a lot if we just ended at the first credits, but there was a whole other game past there. Damn. Yeah, I guess if I wanted a physical copy, that means I'm not getting one, but that's fine. I'm happy with what we played. I kind of get the feeling this is the type of visual novel you don't see merch for, though. Kind of get the feeling, oh, it changes the background. I like that. And it looks like we got extras, which is Concert Hall and Art Gallery, which I expected. Why does some have... Does that mean... Oh, lyrics! Oh! In both languages! Baller. Like, that's really cool. That's really cool. I dig that. They didn't have to include that. At all. That's really cool. I like that a lot. Absolutely unnecessary. Did not have to. Even just the music player, like, they didn't even have to. I'm happy they did. But, like, that's that little extra step. And it looks like it goes... Yeah, it goes including all of content. That's why I couldn't unlock earlier. Yeah, because this is that's the credit song we just heard, so it's everything. Damn. Art Gallery, I assume we've seen everything. They do separate it nicely. Jeez.
Yeah.
It's been a trip. I mean, as we just covered, it was from what, late April? And the year's about to end, so it's been a bit. It's been a little bit. Jeez. It's been a trip. Obviously goes without saying. Man, I'd have to sit and settle on, like, where in the grand total... Oh, these are new, though, aren't they? I think these are probably, like, promotional stuff. They're big, too. Oh, it doesn't even show the whole thing. Oh, okay. Gotcha. I mean, that's a little... That's a lot. You had to have one of him as an actual angel. You had to, right? It's important. After denying it for so long. Damn, alright. I didn't expect the illustrations. That's a nice bonus. And some of these, I feel like I feel like I haven't seen these either. I haven't gone looking, obviously, but... Now I'm going to have to look and see if there is any actual merch for this game, and then find out that there's none. Because there can't be any, like... That's the cover of one of the soundtracks, so I've seen that one. Jeez. Alright, that's very cute. That's very good. That's also the cover of one of the soundtracks. Yeah, I'll do this one too. Okay, we're back at the beginning. Cool. Phenomenal. Damn, like, the problem is that, like, when I think of, like, my top visual novels, there's so many vying for that spot, and, like, they all mean different things to me at different times. So, like, I don't know where I could rank this in my, like, top pantheon of visual novels, but it's obviously phenomenal. We wouldn't have sat here for 70 whatever hours if it wasn't phenomenal. I don't know if I've had a visual novel that started out seeming like it was trying to just hurt me more, turn into something that really and truly was about healing and trauma and forgiveness and trying to find happiness. And damn, it took its time to get there, but it only made it more powerful that it got there. You couldn't shorten this down. I mean, I still feel like you could feasibly end at that first credits. I still think that that was a fucking story to be told already. The extra stuff has only massively fleshed out everything and given more nuance and closure to everything. But, like, damn. And we did it! We finished tonight. I don't know what next week holds. I want to say that I'm not going to start Disco Elysium next week. Considering I was planning on starting to stream Sanda on Tuesday, maybe next Sunday will be the day we continue it, depending on what I have available and open, depending on the week goes. That the week between Christmas and New Year's is a bananas week of fake time where wild things can and do happen, so I have no idea what the plans are right now. Like, I really don't. I don't plan on starting any new games until the new year. If we end up playing more Valkyria Chronicles, that's awesome. If we end up playing more Monster Hunter, that's awesome too. We have many options for stuff to play over the week, but I'm not entirely sure what days and what things will be when and where. That's just... don't know. As it stands, tomorrow it sounds like we're doing Mario Kart World as a ticket from Soar, a birthday ticket from Soar. Tuesday is going to be a Discord stream where we start Sanda, a really phenomenal anime by the mangaka of Beastars and the animation studio that did Dandadan. So it's really good. Wednesday I'll be off for Christmas Eve. Thursday I'll be off for Christmas. Friday I'll be doing cards. Saturday I believe I'm going to a movie. So after Tuesday, Sunday will be the next day I'm back, which maybe we'll do more Santa. I don't know. That's that's how it is for now. For now, we also have a monster quote, Discord, and wow at the quality of this game, the breadth of this game, the width of this game, the scope of this game, and the fact that we finished this game. Just wow. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for watching. This has been Viper of Viperland. I'll see you all next time.